Okie dokie. Hey, so we're gonna do this thingamajig, which is basically continuing to read Homestuck. Oh, I should check if everything's alright in my thing. See if anyone is out and about. It's been a while since I've done this, so I have to set it up again. Oh, okay. There we go. It's a bit of a late night stream, so I doubt anyone's going to be awake, really. I usually do not stream at this time at all. But, why not? It's the only time I have lately today, so. End of Act 4. Time to read Act 5, Act 1. Rose Egress. This is my final entry. My co-players and I have made every earnest attempt, with occasional relapse, to play this game the right way. I have been meticulous in documenting the process to help our peers and successors through the trials should we fail. In my hubris, I believed these classes were relegated to the earthbound, but in even this quaint supposition I was in error. Our otherworldly antagonists have assured us of our inevitable failure repeatedly, while the gods whisper corroboration in my sleep. I believe them now. I just blew up my first gate. I'm not sure why I did it, really. I'm not playing by the rules anymore. I will fly around this candy-coated rock and comb the white sand until I find answers. No one can tell me our fate can't be repaired. We've come too far. I jumped out of the way of a burning fucking tree, for God's sake. I have used a spell to rip this walkthrough from Earth's decaying network and sealed it in one of the servers floating in the furthest ring. The gods may disperse the signal throughout the cosmos as they wish. Perhaps it will be of use to past or future species who, like us, have been ensnared by Skaia's malevolent tendrils. In case it wasn't clear, magic is real. Pardon my egress. You're on your own now. Rose Lalonde. Hours in the future. The war-weary calls another broken planet home, another cloth his garb, land in rags fit for the wayward. A villain becomes a vagabond. The recent past is recalled. An accursed mascot is located among fallen brethren, its visage reviled. A rag of souls drifts from the heavens, its owner a mystery. A boy finds a dead friend, her ring recovered. The boy sees himself in a cloud, his destination revealed. Hours in the future. A mistress becomes a mendicant, the recent past is recalled. A communication device is borrowed, a rendezvous arranged. The slayer is summoned, the collateral presented. The droll is beckoned, the bargain honored. The boy finds the castle, his courier's path crossed. The mail is delivered, an obligation satisfied. The package is opened, letters read. John. From what I hear tell, you've been through a bit of an adventure by the time you're reading this. That's so great. I love adventure, and I would bet my bottom boonbuck you do too. I think we are birds of a feather, John. I'm pretty eager to meet you. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned we are going to meet someday. I hear you like movies. Is that right, John? I love movies too. Have you ever seen Weekend at Bernie's? So friggin' hilarious. It's hard to talk to Jade about movies because she doesn't really know about movies, but I'm sure you know that. Boring. Haha, just kidding, Jade. You know I love you, and I think you're a blast. Okay, speaking of Jade, we spent quite a long time working on this present for you. It was a big team effort. Okay, I had to do quite a lot of arm twisting to get her to go along with helping me make such an oddball present for you and so well in advance, but I had my arm sort of twisted myself to get this going in the first place. But then she came around to the idea because she can see the future. Pretty amazing if you can ask me. It'll all be clear later. Gadzooks, but with all this arm twisting I've been getting a good workout. We should wrestle when we meet, John. I love to wrestle, but I don't get a chance to wrestle with anyone that much. Do you like to get into fisticuffs, John? Scrums and whatnot? Me too. Anyway, you should listen to Jade from here on out, John, because she sort of seems to know what's best for you. Whatever your adventure throws at you, I'm sure she'll tell you how you can handle it. She believes in you. There is another page to this letter. Oh, kicking Christ in a dirty diaper. I almost forgot to mention what's in this box. Sorry, this shit's so small. I mean, obviously it's small. Contents. Royal Derringer. Quills of Echidna. Ahab's crosshairs. Another letter to a different author. Dear John, happy birthday! Even though it's super late and you probably went through a lot of trouble to get it, I really hope this present cheers you up. You looked so sad while you were reading my letter, which is to say, the one you were reading now. I can explain. You see, when I go to sleep, in my dreams I wake up on the moon of a planet called Prospect. By now you must know about this place. I have lived there in my dreams most of my life, and I made so many friends there over the years. And you were there too, but you were asleep. The fact that you're awake now I think means all my friends are in trouble. You are awake because it is your job to help them. We will both help them. But, I know these things because while I was on the moon, whenever it passed through Skaia, I could see a lot of things in the clouds. The past, the future, stuff about our friends, and stuff about you. Now that you're awake and apparently at the center of Skya, wow, you should be able to see stuff in the clouds too. Maybe you already have. About this present, my pen pal helped me work on it. He included a letter too. He's really funny and silly. I like him a lot, and I think you would too. It took a long time between the two of us, and sure the present looks like a fun and completely ridiculous thing to get, but it's also really important. You are getting it exactly when you need it most. Maybe that's hard to believe, but it's true. I saw it happen already. I don't see everything, John, and I definitely don't know everything that's going to happen, but when I do know something, I always try to do my best to help people in the future. When I'm supposed to, that is. You'll get the hang of it. John, I am really looking forward to seeing you when you wake up. It's been nice playing with all the Prospect and friends and all, but also kind of lonely knowing you were in the other tower sleeping and having lousy dreams. I'm not sure where I am when you're reading this, but I'm sure I'll make it down to where you are soon. Geez, how did you get down there? Oh well, I'll find out. I can't wait to fly around the moon with you and show you all my favorite places. It'll be so much fun. Love, Jade. And the tears of sadness. And that. A boy's grief is interrupted, his ring sought. The toy has taken a new master, the tactician, a misstep. Check. Hours in the future. A regulator has become a renegade, the recent past is recalled. A temple is fled and soon revisited. A nearby laboratory is also revisited, its satellites dispatched. A sleeping boy is found, rumbling ominous. The lab is in flight, its exits inoperative. Another public servant makes a sacrifice, a citizen's safety secured. A tyrant is retreating, a battleship landing. A grandfather mourns, a family tradition honored. A queen mourns, a kingdom bid farewell, hours in the future. Her journey through the windswept must be walked alone, her entourage bid farewell, a queen becomes a questant. And then years later. She finds the egg thing, a key is employed. A command station repaired. The ring! There's another cloud. And inside a dark laboratory unused for years. And inside a fourth wall, pilfered from the bureaucrat's office and absconded with years ago. It isn't turned on, but if it was, this is almost certainly what we would see. Recap 2. Picking up from where we left off, I typed a really long recap, then some other stuff happened. GC, Gallows Calibrator, helped John fly to the second gate, which took him to Rose's world, Lolar. He crashed into Rose's room, where he found her asleep. He snooped through her room, and Dave tricked him into giving him the code to duplicate Rose's writing journals. John opened the package Rose made for his birthday. It contained the bunny from Con Air, the same one John got from Dave, but older and dirtier, and modified with Rose's knitting. She's had the bunny since she was very young. John leaves Casey the Salamander, Bubbles Viceroy von Salamancer, in the room. He briefly speaks with G.A., Grim Auxiliatrix, from Rose's computer, and pretends to be Rose. She believes he is, triggering a convoluted series of conversations between her and the real Rose in both the past and the future, in no particular order. G.A. gets help with her computer from T.A., Twin Armageddons, in time to see Rose at her computer, having woken up. Before she woke up, Dream Rose was awake on Durce's moon. She now had memories from her future self's doomed alternate reality. She flew to Dream Dave's tower and got his attention with a ball of yarn, causing real Dave to fall asleep. They had a dream dance party. Dream Rose threw Dream Cal out the window, Rose's rocket board caught Dream Cal, AR followed the board and Cal to a transportalizer on Durce, which led to a meteor lab in the Vale. Meanwhile on Lolar, Rose's mom defeated a huge monster. The pony, Maplehoof, followed her and collected the grist windfall. Both mom and the pony then transported to the meteor lab. John's dad found a clean hat John had deposited into a parcel pyxis. Dad followed Jade's grandpa, who was carrying John's Sassacre book, into some ruins. They both transported to the meteor lab too. Meanwhile, John used the grist collected by the pony to make a normal-sized version of a giant hammer, Fear No Anvil, which Dave Sprite gave him the code for. Dream Rose saw John on Dream Dave's computer and woke up. She went out to see him, but he had already blasted off. He took the mutant kitten, Vodka Mutini, Dr. Meowgun Spangler, with him. John found the ruins that Mom and the pony went into. He went in and killed some powerful monsters with his new hammer. He transported to the meteor lab as well. In the lab, he found no one except the pony. Some other stray items were on the floor. Dad's dirty hat, the Sassacre book, Dream Cal. He found some apparatus used to genetically engineer foot soldiers and agents for the Black and White armies from chess piece DNA. He also found a junior ectobiologist lab suit and a series of terminals much like those the exiles would find in the far future. He would use this apparatus to create paradox clones of himself, his friends, and their guardians. Meanwhile, Aira surfed Bro's rocket board to a different meteor containing the frog temple that would later root itself near Jade's island. Inside, he found the same time capsule she would find later. He also found some more lab equipment used for ectobiology. This equipment would soon be used to create Becquerel, a mutated combination of the genes from an ordinary dog in the early 20th century and the DNA code in one of Rose's journals. AR hides in the lab where he hears one of Jack's henchmen, the draconian dignitary. DD is carrying Rose's duplicated journals, which he stole from Dave, and Dave's beta, which was used as a bookmark. He discards the beta into the time capsule. Millions of years later, from the capsule's perspective, Jade would retrieve that beta and use it to connect with Dave, allowing him to enter the medium. Dave created the journal duplicates after an extensive alchemy binge. Rose too had a similar alchemy session, and both kids upgraded their wands and gear. Rose made a pair of needle wands, crossed with her grimoire, and took up the art of dark magic. She used this magic to burn her journal, thus destroying the genetic code. She was advised to do so by the gods of the furthest ring, with whom she was now able to communicate with in her dreams. The gods live far beyond the veil and advise the children on the moon of Durst, and serve as the counterpart to the role Skaya plays for the children of Prophet's moon. They deemed the code which would be inevitably used to create Becquerel to be dangerous. There's actually some in-canon text that, like, the gods live far beyond the veil, and they are actually literally the game construct equivalent of Skaya for Prophet. Dave decided to destroy his copy too, but when he went back to his room, he discovered they were stolen. He also found his own dead body, which apparently was him from the very near future attempting to go back in time and stop the thief, DD. Dave decided not to attempt any more time travel and disposed of the body. GC, Gallows Calibrator, discussed the matter with him and pledged to help him by telling him his future along the way, so that he would not have to face the death of more future selves, or suffer the sort of embarrassment he went through while entering the medium. Previously unseen, the way Dave entered the medium was as follows. As the large meteor was bearing down on his city, Dave climbed the radio tower on top of his building with his broken sword in hand to reach the nest built by the crow sprite. The sprite guarded the egg, which, unknown to Dave, simply needed time to hatch before he could enter. The sprite pecked his head and he fell. He was saved by Bro's rocket board. Meanwhile, Bro was on top of the meteor, riding it as he descended. He used his sword to chop it in half, splitting it into two pieces, diverting the initial impact from their building to two separate impact sites. He thus brought a little more time for the egg to hatch, which it did, just before their location was consumed by the blast. On Prospect's moon, PM prepared to depart for the battlefield at the center of Skaya, to seek the king's counsel on what to do with the queen's ring. She was tailored by another of Noir's lackeys, the courtyard droll. CD picked her pocket and stole the ring. PM departed via shuttle to Skaya. Dream Jade then clobbered CD and recovered the ring. She tried it on, but its power has no effect on humans. Later, CD would travel to the battlefield and continue tailing PM. The battlefield is a planet at the center of Skaya. It undergoes a transformation with each player that enters the medium and each new prototyped kernel introduced. It starts as a simple 3x3 chessboard with two kings in perpetual stalemate, and expands to a larger board and more exotic collection of pieces with the first player entering. Then it becomes a much larger cube with the second player, and then an even larger sphere with oceans, trees, mountains, and pastures with the third. It will presumably transform again with the fourth. The armies of the Black and White Kingdoms duel there. Soldiers are airlifted from meteor facilities into the Veil to supply the manpower. Enormous mutant chest-like monsters stalk the landscape. The two kings command their armies from the field. They each have a scepter that serves a similar purpose to the queen's rings. When activated, a scepter causes a king to be a giant and bear the properties of all the prototypings. A king is able to deactivate a scepter to hand it off to another so they will not be affected in that way. When the Black King captures the White King's scepter, the reckoning begins. The reckoning sends all the meteors in the Veil towards Skaya in stages, first the small ones, then gradually the bigger ones, over a 24-hour period. There was a war-weary villain on the battlefield who was a simple farmer and was tired of the conflict. WV united a band of soldiers from both armies to lead a rebellion against the Black King. Before they could attack the king, Jack Noir, now employed by the Black Queen's ring, intercepted the coup. He destroyed the king's scepter and killed the king. Jack then killed the entire rebellion army, sparing only WV, perhaps to leave a survivor to tell the story, or perhaps out of respect for a fellow mutineer. Only he knows. Meanwhile, PM met with the White King. He disabled his scepter and gave it to her along with his crown. PM now had the crowns of the White King and Queen and with the White Scepter, but discovered she had misplaced the White Queen's ring. Jack's muscle, the hegemonic brute, had been tailing the White King. HB then followed PM and attacked her. She dropped the scepter off a cliff. She would regroup and chop off HB's head with the Regisword Jack gave her to kill the White Monarchs. CD, who had been tailing both of them, recovered the White Scepter and delivered it to Jack. Jack used it to initiate the reckoning and would proceed to go on a more extensive rampage, devastating the battlefield and Prospect. Back in the Meteor Lab, John began the ectobiology session, which appeared to have been prepared for him in advance by the Guardians who had just been there. The 4 monitors were all locked onto the kids' Guardians at certain points in time, each on the day of one of the kids' birth. On Jade's birthday, Nana was locked onto John's neighborhood, by the Betty Crocker factory. The meteor carrying baby Jade crashed into the factory and destroyed it. Her grandpa, the owner of that factory, would adopt her. John's dad witnessed and would spend years investigating. On Dave's birthday, Grandpa was locked into while he was on his yacht, pioneering the island for the first time. He was sailing with baby Jade. Overhead, there was the meteor carrying baby Dave, which would crash onto Bro's favorite record shop. On Rose's birthday, Bro was locked on as he stood over the crater where he would find baby Dave. On Dave's birthday, we saw the meteor carrying baby Dave, which would crash into Bro's favorite record shop. And then on Rose's birthday, Bro was locked down where he stood to find it. So Bro did not find Dave right away. There was at least a day there between Dave landing and Bro finding Dave, which I thought there was. He would give him a tiny pair of pointy shades. Overhead, there was a meteor carrying baby Rose, which would land in a lake and destroy it. Rose's mom would retrieve and adopt her. Months later, on John's birthday, Mom would bring Rose to John's neighborhood to investigate the destruction of Grandpa's factory and related stellar phenomena. The target was locked on her. Dad came out of the family joke shop to greet her, leaving Nana inside. The meteor-carrying baby John destroyed the shop, killing Nana. Dad would adopt John, and Rose's mom disappeared. Dad retrieved her scarf and filed the clue away for his ongoing investigation. John attempted, unwittingly, to purify all four guardians, but since removing them from these moments would have caused a paradox, he instead paradoxified their ghost slime imprints. This slime was collected into two pairs of containers. One pair collected Nana and Grandpa's slime, the other pair collected Mom and Bro's. The device then created baby paradox clones of the four guardians. These babies would then later be sent back in time to become those guardians themselves. Once the four clones were created, another sequence activated. The two pairs of slime tubes emptied into vats below. The Nana Grandpa slime mixed together, and separately the Mom Bro slime mixed together as well. An additional four paradox clones were created from those two slime concoctions. Baby John and Jade were created from the Nana Grandpa slime. Baby Rose and Dave were created from the Mom Bro slime. These four babies would also go back in time to become the four kids via meters in the sequence and on the dates listed above. All 8 babies would each ride their own meteors launched from the Veil after Jack started the reckoning and into the defense portals deployed by Skaya to protect itself. The defense portals each lead to Earth, as Skaya defends itself in a way by sacrificing Earth. While most meteors are sent to the time period when the kids begin the game, many lead to a number of different time periods. Some 13 years prior to the game, used by the kids, and some nearly a century prior, used by Nana and Grandpa. Some millions of years ago, used eventually by the Frog Temple meteor, and some to the far future, used by the Exiles. And all 8 of them would travel with an object or animal. John with the Sassacre book, which would become the much older-looking family heirloom stored in the Dad's safe, with Nana Sprite's inscription to John on it. Rose with the dirty bunny Dave gave John for his birthday. Dave with the pony Maplehoof. Jade with the knit-repaired bunny Rose got John for his birthday, which Rose cherished since birth. Nana with Dad's dirty hat. Mom with Mutini Meowgon. Grandpa with 2 flintlock pistols, which older Grandpa left behind for him in the lab, which would eventually both wind up in Jade's room, and Bro with Dream Cal, which would later be fitted with a new personalized shirt and would become Real Cal, the same doll that would haunt Dave's waking life and consequently his dreams. All of these babies and their items would automatically be transported to their own meteors at the onset of the reckoning. John made absolutely sure to give Baby Rose and Jade their bunnies when he saw an opportunity to reenact a scene from one of his favorite movies, much to the dismay of a watching CG carcinogeneticist. While AR was in a Frog Temple lab, he would see more of young Nana and Grandpa's story. On 4/13/1910, exactly 99 years prior to John's birth, baby Nana's meteor destroyed a bakery owned by Betty Crocker. Nana was adopted by Crocker's husband, Colonel Sassacre, and taken to live in his mansion. 8 days later, Grandpa's meteor destroyed the doghouse belonging to Sassacre's dog, Hallie. Hallie was elsewhere and was unharmed. When Sassacre and Nana went to investigate the crater, Sassacre was shot and killed accidentally with one of Grandpa's pistols. Hallie then showed up, who young Grandpa would tend to pronounce Harley due to a speech impediment, and would largely serve as their guardian for the next 13 years, with presumably some parental influence from the wicked Crocker. On his 13th birthday, Grandpa would run off with Harley to find adventure. Nana would stay behind, contend with the Batter Witch, and master the art of baking, as well as take up her deceased grandfather's tradition of pranksterism. Harley was locked onto by the Frog Temple's equipment. DD activated the device and produced a paradox clone of Harley combined with the controversial Meow code to create Puppy Beck. The spectacle terrified AR, leaving a major impression on him. He would recognize Bet's silhouette carved onto WV's pumpkin years later. The pumpkin commanded his fear and caused him to surrender. Meanwhile, the grown-up versions of Mom and Dad were on board a flying battleship belonging to Grandpa, who piloted it towards Skaya. Dad gave Mom her long-discarded scarf from the day he lost his mother and found his son. The two guardians traded gestures of affection. Jade remained asleep through it all, trying to stay on the moon as long as she could until she figured out how to wake John up. She talked with AT, Adios Toreador, who revealed he preferred his dream life on Prospit more than any aspect of the game, and regretted all the trolls' dream selves were now dead. Jade expressed surprise at the notion of dream self-mortality. After Jack used the full power of the ring to devastate the battlefield and the two armies, he turned his attention to Prospit, inflicting severe damage the same way. He then cut the chain connecting the moon to Prospit, sending the moon plummeting to the atmosphere of Skya and breaking up in the process. Dream John, still asleep, fell out of his tower and drifted down ahead of the falling moon. Dream Jade flew to intercept him and spent a moment attempting to wake him before the moon's collision was imminent. At the last minute, she flung Dream John out of the blast radius, but was not able to clear the blast herself. She died. The blast left a massive crater on the battlefield. This was the first thing Dream John saw when he woke up. The death of Dream Jade caused her dreambot to malfunction and explode, destroying her room. Still asleep, Jade fell from her tower as Beck watched from a distance, and an enormous meteor loomed overhead. Elsewhere on Dave's world Lohak, Bro dueled with Jack briefly. It was a stalemate until Bro plunged his sword into the large floating record platform they were fighting on. This released a mysterious energy from the cracks. Bro escaped. Rose completed her final GameFAQs walkthrough entry and used magic to seal it in a server in the furthest ring, to be accessed by players in worlds beyond their own. She had destroyed her first gate on a whim, and resolved to search for answers to remedy the hopelessness of their doomed session. Meanwhile, Dave entered his first gate, riding into it with his awesome skateboard, Unreal Air. The four exiles arrived on Earth years after its apocalypse, but years before they found their respective command stations. WV wrapped him in John's dream blanket, which became dirty and unrecognizable over time. He found it along with a Jack-like doll on the battlefield, which formerly sat in Dream John's bedroom, haunting his dreams. WV ripped it apart. PM wrapped herself in a Prospit banner, which too faded in time. AR wrapped himself in caution tape, using his own supply, as well as some fresh rolls he was lucky enough to discover near the ruined frog temple in one of Grandpa's old crates. This was after he escaped the same temple in the medium and found the meteor lab in which John slept. That meteor then took off for Skya via the Reckoning. AR taped John to the rocket board and cast him off before the meteor went through a portal, thus AR became exiled. White Queen exiled herself with an entourage in a royal cruiser and landed on Earth. She departed on a solo quest, leaving her people to their own devices. She discovered her command station, a large egg, broken in two pieces in the two large craters made by Dave's split meteor. She used a key to repair the egg station and teleported to the present location of the exiles, the Frog Ruins at night, 413 years after the apocalypse on Earth. On the battlefield, Dream John found Dream Jade's body. He was sad and confused and took her ring as a keepsake. Later, Grandpa would land his ship on the battlefield, find and recover her body, and use it to create a stuffed trophy as a memorial, as per the proud family tradition. He would depart in a ship and leave Mom and Dad behind. John saw a vision in a cloud directing him where to go. It was a castle where he would rendezvous with PM. PM, after beheading HB, would use his radio to summon Jack. He came, and she traded the 2 white crowns for the green box, Jade's present to John. He appeared pleased to uphold the bargain, either out of the misunderstanding that he was still under control of its contents, or out of respect for PM's tenacity and brutality in pursuing the prize. Only he knows. PM delivering the package to John and then left, not thrilled by the trials caused by its recovery. John opened it to find letters from Jade and her pen pal, which helped her make the present for him over several years. The gift was the pen pal's idea, and he himself was coerced into the plan by someone else. The box contained a modified version of the stuffed bunny John had received for his birthday twice already. It was the same knit-repaired bunny John sent back in time with baby Jade, and she presumably kept it as a cherished childhood toy ever since. It was now upgraded with mechanical parts, fully mobile and autonomous. It was also included with 4 powerful weapons: the Royal Derringer, broken sword, the Quills of Echidna, wands, Ahab's crosshair, rifle, and the Warhammer of Zillihu, hammer. Each was shrunken down to be bunny-sized. As John mourned Jade's death over her letters, he was interrupted by Jack's sword. Jack was after the ring, but the heavily armed mechanical bunny intervened, recognizing John as its new master. Jack, knowing the danger of the toy, was forced to retreat. Finally, a cloud showed John what he was supposed to do with the ring. It was held by a mysterious black hand. In the far future on Earth, the exiles gathered around Exile Town. White Queen asked WV for something. WV revealed he had been storing the complete quad prototype ring in the sleeve of his trusty knife. It had been there all along, much to Serenity's surprise. And then I started working on Act 5. Act 5. Alright, now 20 minutes into this, we get to actually start Act 5. Elsewhere in Paradox Space, we examine another planet forgotten by time, but we'll strive to remember. What was this planet's name? Enter a name. Oh, haha, nice one, Smarty Pants. Really hilarious. But let's get real here. No more clowning around. Try again. That is much better. In fact, as it happens, your guess is precisely correct. What are the odds? We examine the planet Alternia. Somewhere on this planet, there is a young troll. I've bent. This young troll stands in his respite block. It just so happens that today, the 12th bilunar perigee of the 6th dark season's equinox, is the day of this young troll's larval awakening, also known as Wriggling Day. Though it was 6 solar sweeps ago he was given life, it is only today that he will be given a name. 6 Saturnian solar sweeps, for a convenient reference, is the equivalent to 13 Earth years. Earth, also for convenient reference, is a planet that does not exist yet. What will the name of this young troll be? Enter name. You enter something predictably derogatory, and this guy gets fed up by your shenanigans in record time. This guy has a lot of troll pals, and their adventures are going to be quite extensive and convoluted, to an even greater degree than one perhaps may be accustomed. He thinks that if you think that we have time to drag out every little gag and expected pattern along the way, you've got another thing coming. He thinks you should cram that sobering understanding in your chitinous windhole and tamp it down hard with your ugly, stupid-looking cartilage nub. Your name is Carcat Vantis. As previously mentioned, it is your wriggling day, which is barely even worth mentioning. It is an anniversary, if anything, to lament the faults of your existence, of which there are assuredly plenty. Equally plenty, and somewhat related to that topic, are your interests. You have a passion for ridiculously terrible romantic movies and rom-coms. You should really be embarrassed for liking this dreadful cinema, but for some reason you are not. You like to program computers, but you are notoriously pretty awful at it. Your programs invariably damage the machines on which they are executed, which is just as well, since you like to believe you specialize in computer viruses. When you mature, you aspire to join the ranks of the most lethal members of your society, the Threshcutioners. You like to practice with your really cool sickle, but you just wind up looking like kind of a doofus by yourself in your room. You like to chat with some of your other troll pals, most of which drive you batshit up the fucking belfry. You've been trying out a new chat called Trollian, and you are not really sure what you think about it yet. Your troll tag is carcinogeneticist, and you speak in a manner that is almost exclusively ornery all the time. Later, you will play a game with 5 other friends and go on a big adventure with them. This game, for convenient reference, is a game that does not yet exist, but it will soon. What will you do? Carcat, examine slimy purple pod. It is your Recuperacoon, full of nourishing soapor slime. Every young troll enjoys the cozy embrace of such a vessel each night, and the relaxing ooze helps assuage the terrible visions of blood and carnage that plague the dark subconscious of your species. It is so inviting, a few minutes couldn't hurt. Carcat, get in. Okay, this sure is cozy and all, but you can't be napping all day like a chump. Damn it, you're a busy guy. You're sort of a big deal, too. Goddamn slime, now you have to change your clothes, too. Wait, what are you thinking? Luckily, all your clothes are the same. Trolls think fashion is stupid. My shoulders hurt already. Only a half hour into this and I'm hurting. Okay. Carcat, examine movie posters. Okay, it's time to get serious here. Sweet troll Gigas, let's get real and get down to some major business. You space out and get caught up reading the titles of these films for about 5 minutes. Wow, these movies are great. You don't care what anyone says, pure magic. Is that John Cusack? The thing that most people don't realize is that John Cusack is a universal constant. This movie, okay, even this one you have a hard time defending, but still, it's so good. The best thing about it is how Troll Sandler doesn't make you want to punch anything. Like, nothing at all. Really hard or anything. Captcha log sickle. You grab your trusty sickle with your encryption modus. To retrieve it, you'll need to hack the code open to the card vault left behind. This will obviously prove to be a completely ridiculous and untenable way of managing an inventory and lead to a great many follies. Later on, you would swap your modus with your hacker friend, a guy who, unlike you, happens to be competent with programming. It would only make sense. But for the time being, it makes your life kind of a nightmare. There are so many stupid things that happen because of this modus. So many, you just have no idea. Carcat, take card vault. God damn it. You hear some unhappy grumbling through the hole below. This was not the coolest thing you could have done just now. He card vaulted his card vault, so double encryption. Examine large black book. You make quite sure not to captcha log it and simply pick it up and read it. Till death. A handbook for the imminently deceased. Chapter 1. Prepare your till death file. Dig your grave. Till death, this, additional graves, execute null, this, die. A bone to pick, for death begins with life's first breath, and life begins at touch of death. Troll Will Smith. It is a thick programming manual called Till Death, a handbook for the imminently deceased. Till Death is an insufferable language to work with. Its logic is composed of nothing but infinite loops, or at best, loops of effectively interminable construction. The above pages in the intro section documents the simplest possible till death code structure. Any code deviating from this basic structure will not compile. You have a whole bunch of code samples you've been messing around with on your computer. It's been frustrating at best and debilitating to your machine at worst. Carcat, leave your room. You step outside your respite block onto one of your hive's numerous extraterrestrial landing slats. You are allowed to design this hive when you were young, after you emerged victorious from your trials deep in the brooding caverns. You have lived here with your custodian ever since. It's almost as if your people have placed great cultural importance on teaching children to become architecturally adept while very young. It has been this way since ancient times. No one seems to know why that is. Getting to build your own hive at a young age using whatever meandering design you chose likely has left you jaded to the notion of customizing your abode. You certainly wouldn't get all that worked up about a game that happened to allow you to do such a thing, at least not for that reason. Carcat, examine neighborhood. The long rings are empty, blood skims the voids in your porous cranial plates as if grazing the hollow of a thrush stem or, say, an abandoned cocoon. A sour note is produced. It's the one agitation plays to make its audience squirm. It's your 6th wiggling day, and as with all forever proceeding, blah, 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 blah. Look. You don't have time for the fancy poetry. It's almost as useless as those arm-swinging flappy things on mailboxes, assuming you even know what they were, which you don't. Trolls don't have mail. Mail is almost as useless as poetry to them. Poetry is the swing-arm flappy dilly of words, and mail is the red lilty liver doodad of giving people shit. Frankly, you don't know about things skimming voids or grazing hollows or whatever. You've got ambition. You were meant to be a big shot. To be in charge of something huge and really important, and to be totally ruthless about it. You just haven't found the dominion in which you're destined for greatness yet, or even a vague concept of it. You haven't found your purpose, but you will tonight. You stew in your own impotent aggravation in the cool dusk breeze. During the dark seasons, it remains dusk for most of the day. It can stay dark for many Barlunar parodies at a time, but even if it didn't, you would still have this feeling. You have a feeling it's going to be a long night. Carcat, go back inside. You head back into your block and hit up your computer station. No word from any of your loudmouth pals, no news is good news. Sweet music to your auricular sponge clots. Carcat, check out magazine. It's the latest issue of Game Grub. This one appears to boast about exclusive leaks. They all boast about that. You're not even really sure what it means. Check out DVD. Thrush Prince. It is a DVD of one of your favorite series, The Thrush Prince of Bel-Air. It's about a green Thrushcutioner cadet who sasses up the Blue Bloods and his play squad pretty good. Their blood is literally blue. Lousy snobs. But Troll Will Smith shows them all how to loosen up. He's pretty much your hero. Troll TV shows have much shorter titles than Troll movies because TV is a much newer form of media in their society, which is a good thing because it would be pretty hard to make this funny joke otherwise. Carcat, get down to business on computer. Okay, enough messing around, time to get some work done, maybe a little programming, or oh god. It figures that installing this new beta chat client would open the floodgates. All of your moron friends are going to be hounding you relentlessly. Not that they needed an excuse before. You wonder what this chump wants. Carcat, answer Troll. What is up, my inverted brother? What in the sweet almighty taint chafing fuck do you want? Not a motherfucking thing, bro. Other than I'd be checking out how my best motherfucking friend is at, yo. I really can't stand you, and I hate how you type. It just bothers me so much. Have I mentioned that? You say it pretty much every time we talk, yeah, but, I don't have to. See? But I mean, man, this feels so motherfucking unnatural and shit. You just gotta be going with what feels right and where your heart's up in, you know, best friend? I wonder what kind of shitty thing I did to deserve such an awful best friend. Or maybe what terrible thing I'm going to do and get punished for in advance. Maybe I'm just like preemptively the worst fucking piece of trash who ever lived and don't even know it yet. But hey, look, your friendship is exhibit A, I guess. It's such a beautiful thing, this troll disease called friendship. Friendship isn't a disease, shit sponge. It's like a mistake, a big joker in nature. It's a miracle. Oh, no, don't start with the miracles again. Man, everywhere I look, all I see is motherfucking miracles. It's so spiritual, all these miracles and shit. Okay, like, just be taking this fucking tits bottle of fucking Fago I just crapped up Owen, and how it's being all, like, hissing and shit. Motherfucking hissing, man. Who would all have told it to do that? How would it even do that? It's crazy. It's a miracle. It's carbonation, you ignorant douche. Try getting school-fed sometime instead of slurping down that weird swill all day and fondling your stupid horns. No, bro, I don't want to know. Don't even tell me. Knowing shit just steals up all the fucking magic from my miracles like a motherfucking thief, and that ain't cool. The only miracle is that you like that disgusting sludge. Where do you even get that stuff? It's also a miracle how you dress like an imbecile and are basically the stupidest asshole I've ever known. Actually, you're right. There are miracles everywhere. I've been a fool. See, man, I'm straight up telling you. Miracles. It's like, alright, computers, right? What the fuck? Miracles is what? Fuck you. Fuck you from me just reading that. Anyway, what's up with your bad self? Oh, serious here. Isn't something big all going down? What? I heard something big was going all down. Just all be telling me all what motherfucking it's up and all about. Stop saying all. Are you talking about TA's thing? Yeah, fuck yeah, man. So mysterious. I've never been getting ceased to be amazed by all these fucking mysteries life's got for us. Ugh. Anyway, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I'll talk to him tonight about it. Maybe I won't. It's probably just another one of his projects that winds up being completely useless and a huge waste of my time. Yeah, maybe, but he's your best friend though, so it's all cool. Anyway, I thought this sounded like a pretty big motherfucking deal, my man. What? Bro, never mind. I just fucking did like to scare the shit out of myself here, these damn horns. You've got to get rid of those things. They make it more embarrassing to know you, which is a friggin' miracle that's even possible. Like, wow, God sure cooked up a doozy there. Twinkly-eyed son of a bitch just keeps you guessing, doesn't he? Man, you know you want to give my horns a good squeeze. Actually, you know what will be the miracle to end all miracles? It'll be if I ever meet a kid I despise more than you. That will make me a motherfucking convert. I'll see the light so bright, I'll need to go walk me around so I don't bump into I'll need Juicy to walk me around so I don't bump into shit. Sign me up for your idiotic clown religion, okay? Ha, you fucking got it, brother. No god, Gamzee. Whoa, what the motherfuck? Who's this motherfucking motherfucker? It's cool. Life is like that sometimes. It's full of mysteries. You'll be doing one thing, then something else hits you just like that, and you roll with it. That's what you do when life hands you lemons. You sure as fuck don't make lemonade, because who the fuck knows where the fucking shit comes from? It's squeezed out of miracles, is where. So what's this motherfucker's name? Your name is Gamzee Makara. You get pretty excited by clowns of a grim persuasion, which may not be in full possession of their mental faculties. You belong to a rather obscure cult, which foretells of a band of rowdy and capricious minstrels, which will rise one day on a mythical paradise planet that does not exist yet. The beliefs in this cult are somewhat frowned upon by the dwelling in the more common lawn rings, but you don't care. You gotta be going with what feels right at where your heart's up in, you know? You like to practice on your one-wheel device. You enjoy a fine... Oh wait, which you are god-awful at because your feet do not match the pedals. You enjoy a fine beverage and like to do a little baking sometimes. You got all these horns all over the place, and sometimes you step on them and scare the shit out of yourself. You like to chat a lot with your pal Carcat, who is usually pretty cranky, but he is your best friend. You have a lot of other great friends who you also like a lot. Your troll tag is terminally capricious, and you speak in a manner that is just a little bit whimsical. What will you do? Capsulog bottle of Fago. Oh wait, going back for a second. So the mysterious minstrel cult which will one day arise on a mythical paradise planet. That's totally talking about the events of Haunt Switch. Like, absolutely. Like Earth and Jude and, like, the clown people that are taking over the planet and, like, the stuff that happens on Earth eventually. Like, definitely 100% that. You snag a bottle of Fago. To consume the beverage is what your fellow devotees refer to as kicking the wicked elixir. It is captulogged through your miracle modus. You have absolutely no idea how this thing works, and you don't want to know. Capsulog computer. You take your husk top. Sometimes you just like to pick stuff up and watch the colors. It's so beautiful. Life is beautiful. Ride one-wheel device. You decide to give this diabolical contraption another shot. Maybe one of these days you will get one more suited to your proportions. For now, this is all you have to work with. You just have to figure out how to stay on this thing without flying off the handle. Honk. You do some sort of acrobatic fucking pirouette off the handle and land into a big pile of horns. Sample delicious pie cooling on the counter. It is still piping hot, but you can't help yourself. You sneak a taste of the soap or slime pie. You aren't supposed to eat the slime. It does funny things to a troll's head. But you were never taught that on account of a lousy upbringing. Your custodian is always out to sea. That is where he is now. Maybe you'll go outside and see if you can spot him. Gamzee, take a juggling club. You grab a juggling club. You'll need it if you're going to go out. It is dangerous to leave unarmed. Gamzee, go outside. You leave your hive and head out to the beach. There is no sign of your custodian. You should not stay out here very long. The sea dwellers are quite hostile. Someone is bugging you. This is exciting. You're always down for shooting the wicked shit with anyone who will put up with you. Now, if only you can figure out how to get your husk top out of this stupid thing, it'll be a miracle if you can manage. Gamzee, retrieve husk top. You say a short prayer to your beloved mirthful messiahs and splash a pinch of special stardust in your face. Your Silodex launches your beverage far, far into the ocean. You wonder if you can just sort of reach over and... Gamzee, answer Joel. Yes, you can. Gallows Calibrator began trolling terminally capricious. Hey Gamzee, you wanna play games with me? Yeah, that sounds like the motherfucking shit's bitch tits. It sure is hard to ignore the weird things you say sometimes, but I'm gonna. The only reason I'm asking you is because your name is like game, and no other reason. Get it? Well, I heard of worse fucking reasons to be getting all about to do something, honk. No, that should bother you. That reason. Why do things like that bother you? No wonder Vandus can't stand you. But who cares about him? We're going to have some motherfucking shitty bitches playing together, or whatever you said. So is this the game I've heard about? The big mystery? Yeah. Whoa, okay, this is gonna be fucking insane, but can we play a little later? I'm outside keeping an eye out here for the old goat. You know how it is with family. No, not really. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Oh yeah, dirt. Way to go. How does that stupid bottled syrup of yours taste with your hoof so far up your mouth? Sorry. Anyway, I'll go inside in a while. Why did you get Carcat to fire up all that motherfucker with you? He likes games. Oh no. God, can you imagine all the bitching and moaning? I used to try to play stuff with him, but wow, did I learn my lesson. Alright, well, I'll try to get in and get up on my chill real soon and we can play. Just give me a minute. Bullshit. You know you're just gonna sit there on the beach and space out and lose track of time. Hello? Gams? What? Oh, man, sorry. I spaced out. Do you know how beautiful the sound of the ocean is? Have you ever seen the ocean? Or, I mean, smelled it? Sorry. Cargat, get some programming done. Finally, some peace and quiet. Now you can bear down on your coding. This will surely last all evening without interruption. You reopen one of your Tildath projects you started recently. You are still horsing around with the conditions for terminating the loops. What many Tildath coders do is import finite constructs and bind the loops to their lifespan. For instance, the main loop here will terminate on the death of the universe, labeled you. That way, you only have to wait billions of years for it to end instead of forever. You have bound a subloop to the lifespan of the code's author, which is you. Any routine at the end will execute when you die. You figure this might be handy for coding something to release a final will and testament, or maybe some doomsday virus. You spend a lot of time thinking of ways to make the perfect doomsday virus. Conveniently absent from Tilda's extensive import library are entities with short lifespans. Like a rapidly decaying particle that only lasts a millisecond sure would be handy. Or even a fruit fly or something. But no, coding with this language is all about finding ways to trick it into doing what you want. Your hacker buddy's obnoxiously good at it. He sent you some files which you still don't understand, but you're not going to admit that. He's even better at making viruses than you, which really gets stuck in your nook. Karkat, check out one of his files. This code, when executed, immediately causes the user's computer to explode, and places a curse on the user forever, along with everyone he knows and everyone he'll ever meet. Not surprisingly, later on you would run this code in a fit of stupidity. You don't even know how he does stuff like this. What does this even mean? It's nonsense. Is it even syntactically viable? Are you allowed to color text like that? Ah, maybe we should ask him about it sometime. Oh, speak of the devil. Here he is bugging you about something. Time to put on your game face and pretend you don't think very highly of his abilities. Yeah, it's basically the Universe 1, Universe 2. When one of them dies, the other dies, and it's a loop, blah blah blah. When they both when you execute it, both of them die. Yeah. Karkat answered troll. KK, don't flip your shit about this, but I'm setting you up to play a game with some people. Why would I flip my shit about that? Because you flip your shit about everything. Well, would you look at this? Here's my shit, and yet it remains unflipped, just sitting there on the skillet, getting burned on one side. It's a miracle. Oh no, you're into miracles now too, because if you are, you're fired preemptively from the game. Fuck no. Okay, nice. Miracles are like poop stains on God's underwear. Making fun of people's religions is the best thing to do. That's why he hides them. They're fucking embarrassing. God launders in mysterious ways. Right on. But let's shut our mouths a second and talk about this game. It'll only be a second, really. You don't have to do too much. Okay, good, because I'm pretty busy tonight. What's this thing anyway? Why all of the secrecy? Well, the short story is that it's an immersive simulation that you play with a group. The long story is that the fate of our civilization depends on us playing it. I guess the long one was shorter than the short one. Fuck. That sounds like melodramatic bullshit, but coming from you, color me unsurprised. Screw you, Vandus. This shit's more real than Kraft grub sauce. Right, okay. So you made this game? No. More like I adapted it. From what? Some crazy technology AA dug out of some ruins. Haven't you talked to her about it? Man, no, I can't talk to her. She's so spooky. I don't know why most of her friends are such psychos. Probably because most trolls are. Have you ever heard what I heard of your name? I mean, wow, fuck. No, let's not talk about your weird mutant brain, and don't scan mine or whatever. It's off limits, you douche. I told you like a billion times I can't do that, you sibling fuckpud. Why are you two up to the secret stuff? Why haven't you told me anything about this? KK, I'm sorry, but it's kind of a private matter between me and her, and I'd appreciate it if that was respected. Oh god, stop being so sensitive. It's a repugnant quality. Okay, how about you take your own advice? You're such a blubbering hypocrite. You're lucky I'm so fucking magnanimous and charitable, because otherwise there's no chance I'd waste my time on you. What a little shit! The fact that you actually think you're a hotshot. You know you hate yourself. Nobody hates himself more than you, idiot. Yeah, well, I hate you way more than I hate myself, and that's fucking saying something. In fact, I hate you more than I hate myself, and you hate yourself, and you hate me combined. Well, fuck that noise. In every leaking orifice. It's got fuck that noise in every leaking orifice it's got. You know I hate the combined product of you and myself more than you could ever begin to hate me and myself and you and yourself on your worst day, so fucking deal with it. Okay, timeout for the idiot. The idiot gets a timeout and shuts up for a second. That's you. Just tell me what you want to do about this game. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'll send you a download soon. I'm setting up 2 teams. It's like 2 separate competing teams so that there's a better chance of at least one group winning. And also, I guess, to see which one can win faster. Okay, let me guess. There's a red team and a blue team, right? Yeah, you're on the red team. I will be the leader of the blue. Okay, then I guess I can pick my teammates then? Bro, you're not the red team leader. I picked GC for that. What? Dude, I did not think you'd be interested in this. Don't act all offended. Oh, wow, now I see. Really fucking clever, picking the blind girl to lead the team you're competing with. I knew you were a cheating lowlife fucking scumbag with no scruples or self-esteem, and were basically worthless in every level, but somehow I'm still disappointing in you. Yeah, I'm such an idiot for not rewarding your bubbly personality and impeccable people skills with a leadership gig. What an inconsiderate knuckle-sponged asshole I have been. I am a hatched leader, and you know it. I know your filthy seed laugh is fluttering in the profane breeze that's shooting out your stinking meal tunnel, and I do know that much. How do you get out of your cocoon in the morning knowing you're the worst thing a universe has ever been responsible for? Also, it must be hard with your hands to persistently bothering every mutated set of genitals peppering that ghastly husky pawn off as a body. Has a female ever looked at you without at once turning skyward and erupting like a vomit volcano? Answer me that. This is so immature. Like, I'm basically just laughing here at how immature you are. Like, I really give a fuck who the red leader is. You want to be the leader? Fine. Talk to GC about it. I guess these conversations we have do get kind of embarrassing in retrospect. Are we not friends anymore because of stuff I said? You literally ask me that every time we are joking. I can't even tell anymore. It's a joke, moron. Honestly, I'm just glad nobody else is privy to our conversations. Actually, why don't we make a pact to delete this one from our logs? I'm just shuddering here, scrolling up and reading this. Yeah, okay. It sounds like someone downstairs is getting pretty crabby. This is not an encounter you were looking forward to. You'll probably put it off as long as you can manage. Why, who's this young lady? Enter a name. Your name is Terezi Pyrope. You are pretty enthusiastic about dragons, but you have a particular affection for their colorful scales, which you gather and use to decorate your hive. Though you live alone deep in the woods, you surround yourself with a variety of plushy pals known as scalemates. You often spend your days with them in rounds of live-action role-playing. You used to engage in various forms of more extreme role-playing with some of your other friends before you had an accident. You take an interest in justice, holding particular fascination for orchestrating the demise of the wicked. You've taken up study of brutal Alternian law and surround yourself with legal books. You have no need for copies printed in troll braille, because you can smell and taste the words. You hope one day to join the honorable ranks of the legislaturators. Your troll tag is gallows calibrator, and you speak with the numerals the blind prophets once used. You are presently the leader of the red team, poised to begin a mysterious game with 5 other friends in direct competition with another 6 of your friends, comprising the blue team. What will you do? I'm just gonna give me 5 seconds. I'm just gonna pause because I need something to drink. My throat's hurting. Give me 1 sec. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Ooh. Okie doke. Trezzy, cut to the chase and begin LARPing immediately. It's pretty hard to live-action roleplay when there's no one who is alive nearby, but all your scalemates are alive to you. At least you pretend to believe that to annoy people. You prepare a new campaign for one of your favorite scenarios, court block drama. His Honorable Tyranny presides. On trial is an especially detestable fellow, Senator Lemonsnout. You have sparred with the scumbag before. Tonight he faces justice. You'll play the role of the prosecuting attorney. On Alternia, there is no such thing as a defensive attorney or a defense. In a court block, the word defense itself is offensive. Terezi, interrogate. Lemonsnout. Most of the interrogation is in the intimidating silence. Terezi, slap him around a bit. Slap. Slap. You don't want to slap too hard. Enough to sting, but not to bruise. It must be methodical, businesslike, and persistence. You only stop when you smell tears. Mr. Senator, you smell very nice. Your luscious yellow scales are like the sweetest gumdrops to the prosecution's nose, but your deceit stinks. Did you honestly think you could dip your corpulent snout into the imperial beetle coffers like that and get away with it? Did you think your revolting abuse of the public trust would go unnoticed? Think again, good senator. While the prosecution may be blind, rest assured the League of the Legislators sees all. Trezzy, call witness. Oh, well played, Lemonsnout, well played. The prosecution's key witness murdered. How convenient. The court block has little choice but to acknowledge your cunning. You have earned just a teensy sliver of your respect back, for now. But wait. Oh my, what have we here? Shocking development. The prosecution begs your pardon, dear Senator, but you appear to have dropped something. A personal satchel, perhaps, chock full of illicit, embezzled beetles, with which you have the unmitigated cheek to waltz before his tyranny, concealed beneath your ill-gotten finery. The prosecution requests a short recess from his honorable tyranny, so that all law-abiding and mother grub-fearing citizens may go outside and puke. Does that imply they worship the mother grub? Because the human equivalent would be all law-abiding and God-fearing citizens. Do they, like, actually worship the mother grub as, like, a god figure? I mean, it would make sense, but it is their literal creator. Trezzy, sentence the criminal. As the prosecutor, it is your job to reach a final verdict and sentence the reprehensible felon, while his tyranny watches in silence and submits grim approval. But you take pity on this miserable bureaucrat. You are feeling merciful. You will give him a fighting chance. You will flip a double-headed troll seeger to decide his fate. You do this quite often when making important decisions, kind of like Batman's nemesis Two-Face, or that guy from No Country for Old Men. It turns out there are a lot of badasses out there flipping coins, but those are Earth things, and you've never heard of them. It's safe to say you borrowed this gimmick from one of the many troll things out there that's got hard-boiled dudes flipping coins for major stakes. You base the habit on whichever one smells the most badass. Terezi flip. Ping! The coin tumbles through the air. Lemon Snout is sweating bullets. A favorable flip, the senator exhales in relief. But what are you so happy about, Mr. Lemon Snout? He looks a bit confused. He quivers his lowly proboscis at the coin. See, the coin has exonerated him. Coin? What coin? Surely you jest, Mr. Senator. The prosecution sees no coin. She's blind, remember? And up he goes. Somebody just hanging from her treehouse. Terezi adjourn. Another triumph for justice. The court block is adjourned. You offer final salutations to his tyranny in the customary manner. Okay, that's not customary at all. You're just kind of weird. It's just that your red chalk is the most delicious chalk. You cannot get enough of it. Anyone who says there is a more delicious chalk out there simply reeks of deceit. You sure had to go to a lot of trouble to do that. Terezi, go get Kane. You take your walking cane, which you use as a weapon, kind of like Earth Daredevil, who you've never heard of. You will use it to wallop enemies when you enter the medium. Wallop. Like this. Terezi, begin recruiting red team members. Your nose begins scouring your temporals through the saliva smears on your monitor for potential teammates so you can start playing. No, not her. No, not her either. Definitely not that guy. Okay, how about this girl? You like to roleplay with her sometimes via the chat. You pretend you're a member of the mysterious and noble Dragonid race, while she does her own goofy thing. You don't have it in your heart to tell her that your chat RPing is meant facetiously. Troll. Terezi, troll AC. GC lands on your whelping stoop and raps in your cave with her noble and elegant talon, and once with her mighty snout for good measure. AC saunters from her dark cave a little bit sleepy from the recent kill. AC uses one of her mouths to lick the fresh blood off her paws, and the other one to blow you a kiss. GC, with a mighty whisk of her mighty tail, plucks the kiss out of the air mightily. GC pockets the kiss in her enchanted rucksack for later to do something magical, like make goblin wishes come true. Yes, AC finds that to be most admirable use of the kiss. She thinks that goblin wishes need to come true too, just like any other kind of person's wishes. AC begs your pardon while she rips apart this tasty beast to prepare a meal for her cubs. GC eyes the beast hungrily and mightily. Uh-oh. GC eyes the cubs hungrily and mightily, especially mightily. Don't you dare! AC shouts, don't you dare! Indignantly. But it is too late! GC scoops up a plump cub with her glistening majestic tail and flies off magically. The innocent cub is crying and crying and crying. AC says, no, and looks a bit crestfallen. AC gets a clever idea to slake the majestic dragon's mighty hunger. She prepares the lion's share of the slain armored collar bear for GC. GC's magnificent curiosity has been perked. It is a full... Is it a bull collar bear? Oops, she asked that. AC pauses a moment and nods knowingly with a couple of smug grins on her face. She confirms it is indeed the bulliest of bears. GC instantly loses interest in the puny cub and drops it to the ground far below. But as it happens, the really cute cub lands in a bush safe and sound. Whew! GC's alarming and splendiferous girth settles over the succulent collar bear's steak. When she finishes the savory red meat, she lifts her proud, wise head and opens her great big mouth and speaks the ancient tongue of 1,000 wisdoms. She says, "Hey, do you want to play a game with me?" AC crinkles up her nose and prepares for a really unprecedented marathon of baffling feline obstinacy. Her dragony suitor will make neither rhyme nor reason of her perplexing behavior for even an instant. No, that was a real question. Want to play a game? Oh, okay, if you mean a computer game, then yes, that sounds like fun. Okay, you can be on my team. Team? Who else is playing? I haven't decided yet. A whole bunch of us in 2 teams. Oh, well, it does sound like that would be a lot of fun, but I think I should get permission first. Ah, that's so stupid. He's not the boss of you. I know, but I'm still kind of scared of him, and I think perhaps it's best to just run with it by him first, so there isn't a kerfuffle about it or anything. This is stupid in such a terrible myriad of dumb ways. You shouldn't be afraid of anyone. You kill big animals with your bare hands, and in any case, he lives nowhere near you, so this whole thing is extra stupid. I know, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'll just mention it casually, and it'll be fine, I'm sure, and then we can play in just a little bit. Fine. In the meantime, I'll go round up some more people to play. Okay. And then that conversation with Gamzee, guess that leaves... Oh no, not Cartcat. You were only going to ask him as a last resort. You wonder what he wants? You will try to avoid mentioning the game. Hopefully he hasn't caught wind of it yet. Terezi deal with Cartcat. Hey, guess what? Big news. Like, holy shit, stop the presses, this is a humongous deal sort of news. What is it? You're not the red team leader, that's me, I'm the leader, it's been decided on an official basis. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to make a big stink about this and say why I want to be the leader. What? No. I mean, you can, but it won't do any good because I'm the leader and that's all there is to evacuate through your protein chute on the matter. Well, it may surprise you to know that I don't give a crap who gets to be leader because unlike you, I actually have a fucking smidgen of maturity and self-respect. That's a lie. You're more of a melodrama spaz queen than me, and you know it, and this stuff you're saying is a pretend stunt. You're like a rocket-propelled spaz maggot spring-loaded up the ass of a psychedelic fucking freak-out weasel on idiot drugs, so let's not play make-believe games here. Leader. Me. Ugh. Karkat, I don't care. You can be the stupid leader. I just want to play this game. Okay, great. If it's any consolation, I've selected you to be my second in command. Really? Swoon. Fuck you. Offer rescinded. Okay, but seriously, I would have suggested you be the leader, but honestly, it comes with serious responsibilities, and I wasn't sure if you were up to it. How could you think that? I'm an incredible leader with all kinds of prioritization and command skills. I'm going to rock the cock off this weather vane, and the blue team will wish they never slithered out of their mother grub's heinous undulating asshole. So just give me the full briefing. What do you know? Okay, the thing you need to know is that the leader starts out by running the client application, while I, the lowly second officer, connects with you, the server, while I remain generally in awe of your manly grandeur. And I sit in my computer doing menial chores in support of your heroic escapades, which honestly I don't think you're ready for, but whatever. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was made for. Being in charge of adventure, running around and stuff, and fucking shit up like a goddamn hero with a ripper wasp in his jock. Let's get cracking here. Launch your server or whatever, I'll install the hero program. The client. Yeah. Okay, if you insist. Far be it from me to stop you from being so dashing and courageous. And to be perfectly honest, a little bit handsome. Yes, exactly. Now you are making sense. This is the kind of thing that sane people say. Keep at it. There's hope for you yet. Okay, I'll try. Anything to get you to stop being such a baby. What's a baby? Oh, it's like a mythical little pink monkey, something my Lucis dreams about. I thought you didn't have one. I don't. Yet. I'm not allowed to. Why not? Why have you never mentioned this anyway? Honestly, Trezzy, it sounds more like frothing loony block nonsense. If I ever did have one, it would mean the world was coming to an end. Oh, thank God you just said something normal. I was starting to worry there. Woof, back in sane land. It's true. I don't completely understand, but it's what I told me. That's what it told me. We need to get you out of that fucking tree and into a proper goddamn lawn ring. You've been stunted living up there by the whispers of fucking bark gnomes or something. I think one of my neighbors was just culled recently. Maybe you could live there. No way, screw lawn rings. More like yawn rings. I love my tree. But you're welcome to visit sometime. It's especially nice in the third autumn. Okay, well, speaking of that, I should go downstairs and deal with this grumpy customer. It's going to fondle Major Seed Flap, but hopefully it'll be quick. Can you establish your connection, do your trivial sidekick stuff? I'm guessing in the meantime. Okay. A little later. After the Knight of Blood's heroic arrival in the land of Pulsive Haze, you quickly crafted a new weapon, Home Smell You Later, plus some other cool stuff. Karkat, deal with Terezi. You can see me, right? Tell me what is wrong with this picture. No, I can't see you, dumbass. Oh, yeah. Anyway, press your nose against your slobbery screen and tell me what is wrong with this picture. It smells pretty terrible. That's because you just took a hard drag of my load gaper, which for some reason I have discovered outside in this little island. You mean your toilet? Well, ooh la la, excuse my disdain for your blue-blooded vernacular. What color's your blood? Whoa, none of your business. Seriously, was that a serious question? Unbelievable. I will find out someday. What is with your obsession with colors? It's bad enough you waste all my hard-earned grist rambling my hive around like not even the direction of the fucking gate. But then you go and spend it on the ugly paint job. I killed a lot of imps for that grist. Karkat, please, don't pretend you didn't enjoy going around killing things, and that you wouldn't enjoy killing a whole lot more. Prancing around with your little sickle being all adorable. Yeah, right, more like adorable bloodthirsty. I'm prancing around being that, okay? Anyway, this is awful. This is no way for a leader to be treated. Sorry, this is what you wanted. The leader is the first one in. This is what the leader is supposed to do. No, this is not anything except for what bullshit it is. No, this is not anything except for what bullshit is. A leader shouldn't be at the mercy of the high renovation whimsy of a psychotic blind girl. When do I get the chance to fuck up someone's hive? I should be the next one to connect to a client. No, you can't. You have to be the last one to connect to complete the chain. More lies. Think of it this way. I'm your server player, so priority has to be on me getting in the game before I get killed by meteors, in which case you'd be screwed in there. Then the next guy comes in, then the next, and then you bring the last one in. Whoa, wait, what? Meteors? What the fuck are you talking about? What does that have to do with meteors? Oh boy, you need to get with the program, Karkat. Have you talked to AA? 44, what? Apocalypse Arisen, sorry. No, of course not. Or T4, or 4G, I guess, or CA. Really, there's like a whole conspiracy about this, as I'm finding out. Well, why don't you just tell me this so I don't have to talk to any more of those double-stalking assholes? I can't. I gotta step out of the tree for a moment. When I come back, I will enter the game. See ya. A little while ago, it was a Radia, Ghost Radia. Frog, head, disagree. You're not sure why you did that, really. There probably turned out to be a reason. There's a reason for everything. Understanding this lets you be reckless, whoever you are. A little later. Somewhere else entirely. Rubbish from the land dwellers. Makes you sick, whoever you are. And later still. We returned to the land of pulse and haze so that we could rewind a bit. Before all that paint got slopped in your hive, before that mysterious hole was made. Man, how'd that hole get made? It was when Karkat ran TA's Cursed Till Death program and his computer blew up. That's what happened. We'll see this happen later. It will be startling and unexpected. Karkat, deal with crabby customer. You go downstairs and confront your custodian, which is another term for a frightening beast known as a lusus naturae. Your lusus has looked after you since you were very young in lieu of any biological parents, whom you have never known. No young troll ever knows his or her blood parents, nor such lineage could ever be accurately traced. Adult trolls supply their genetic material to the filial pills carried by imperial drones and offered to the monstrous mother grub deep underground in the brooding caverns. She then combines all the genetic material into one diabolical, incestuous slurry and lays hundreds of thousands of eggs at once. The eggs hatch into young larval trolls which wriggle about to locate a cozy stalactite from which to spin their cocoons. After they pupate, the young troll, with his or her newfound limbs, undergoes a series of dangerous trials. If they survive, they are chosen by a member of the diverse and terrifying subterranean monster population native to Alternia. This creature becomes the troll's lusus, and together they surface and choose a location to build a hive. The building process is facilitated by carpenter droids left on the planet to cater to the young, but only for building. They're on their own otherwise. The vast majority of adult trolls are off-planet, serving some role in the forces of ongoing imperial conquest, besieging other star systems in the name of Alternian glory. The culture and civilization on the homeworld is maintained almost entirely by the young. Trolls sure are weird. ! You leap into the domestic fray and attempt to mollify your nannying aggressor. After a lot of kicking and fussing and gnashing of teeth and carapace, you just pull out a few chilled roe cubes from the fridge to settle the beast down. Trolls and their custodians have a peculiar arrangement of codependence. The lusus behaves as a lifelong bodyguard, caretaker, and visceral sort of mentor, while the young troll must learn to function as a sort of zookeeper. We decide to agree this conflict is not a big enough deal to warrant a detailed examination of the action or an embedded musical accompaniment. We also agree that while that would have been pretty sweet, we're also in kind of a hurry here. But if we were to accompany it by something audible, it would probably sound something like this. We decide to listen to that track, close our eyes, and imagine what might have been. Wow, that was sure awesome. Anyway, moving on. I never noticed the sound clip before. I should listen to it. Love with the beginners. Anyway, moving on. In fact, we are in such a hurry, you could almost say we need to get moving on the double. Yeah. There's this pretty cool dude, okay? Some people seem to think he's cool. Sometimes. He guesses they're right. I mean, maybe. If they say so. Actually, you know what? They're right. This guy's dynamite lit in a box of hot shit. Screw the haters. Anyway, he's standing around being all chill, like cool dudes are known to do sometimes, when they're not moping around or nursing their migraines or whatever. A cool dude like this probably has a really cool name. Or at least a name that doesn't completely fucking suck. Like, at least not the kind of name that belongs to someone you'd want to just perpetually wail on. Maybe just a name that makes you cringe a little, but you guess you can deal with it if you've got to. It's just a guy's name. It's not like it really matters. Who cares? But he probably wouldn't just tell you what it was if you asked. He'd be way too moody for that. In fact, this guy probably thinks you've got some attitude and probably doesn't want a damn thing to do with you. You can always try to guess his name, but instead of that, here's a better idea. Why don't you just fuck off and go to hell? Here, name this kooky broad instead. That reminds me too, like, I think another reason why when I was playing Hive Swap originally, like with Joey, I kept pegging her as a mage, and like, I didn't really get why, except I think that the style of like Hive Swap's text, how it was written, it's similar to Solix's, where it's like, you can tell there's partly the narrative trying to like induce thoughts into the person, but mages seem to be able to write back, you know what I mean? Like, they can hear the thoughts in their head and they can turn around and go, hey, no, I'm writing, I'm thinking my own thoughts. And that's what Hive Swap seemed to do with Joey a lot, and that's how Homestuck seems to deal with Solix a lot, when you do like the narrative text. They seem to be able to like talk back into it. So that's why I kind of pegged Joey as a mage as well. Random Hive Swap thought. Never mind. Yeah, name this kooky broad instead. Okay, what's her name? Wait, you've got to be kidding me. Looks like we're going back to the other guy again. Alright, hang on. It appears this cool and moody dude has a change of heart. He feels pretty bad about flying off the handle like that, as if Shit wanted nothing to do with the handle. Shit would like to reconcile with the handle, and perhaps seek marital counseling. So what's his name going to be? Enter name. Your name is Solix Captor. You are apeshit bananas at computers, and you know all the codes. All of them. You are the unchallenged authority on apiculture networking, and though all your friends recognize your unparalleled achievements as a totally sick hacker, you feel like you could be better. It's one of a number of things you sort of beat yourself up about for no very good reason during sporadic and debilitating bipolar mood swings. You have a penchant for bifurcation, in logic and in life. Your mutant mind is hounded by the psychic screams of the imminently deceased. Your visions foretell of the planet's looming annihilation, and yet, unlike the typical sightless prophet of doom, you are gifted with vision twofold. For now. You have developed a new game, adapted via code parsed from the runes and glyphs in an ancient underground temple. You believe this game to be the salvation of your race, though you are not sure how yet. To ensure success, you will distribute the game to 2 teams of friends, a red team and a blue team. You will lead the latter group. Your troll tag is Twin Armageddons, and you tend to speak with a bit of a lisp. What will you do? Solix, equip throwing stars to Strife Specibus. Why would you do that? A high-level psionic has no use for any particular Specibus allocation. Solix, fling stars Specibus ward. You make a short whack of the Specibus and, oh god, one of your beehive mainframes. The silicone was sliced clean through by your foolish maneuver. What were you thinking? The workers pair up and dance angry messages to you in binary code. Solix, taste honey. No, you do not under any circumstances eat the mind honey. The consequences are highly unpleasant. You cultivate this honey for your Lucis. It helps him not to be such a complete idiot all the time. Merely most of the time instead. I get the joke, it's binary, but with bees, look at their little eyes blinking, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1s. That's how their computers work, through bee eyes. That reminds me of another connection to the light aspect in Homestuck, actually. How, like, light information and knowledge data, like computers, they're all sort of connected as well as through the symbol of eyes being light. So that's just like another kind of like little neat connection to that. Their eyes literally are the data. Solix, calm those bees down. Nap time. Solix, get to work at computer. You are always up to your nook in the newest and hottest games. It is hard to walk around the place without squishing them. Whenever that happens, you are screwed, and you just have to grow a new one from scratch, or just pirate it, you guess. But tonight is no night for games. Well, okay, it is. But just one game in particular, and this game is no joking matter. It is delirious bug nasty. So is their S-Grub game like literally a grub? Is it like a glowing rainbow glub? Solix, recruit team leader. TZ, do you want to be the leader for one of the teams? You mean for your game to save the world? Yeah. Okay, I picked the red team. Okay, I didn't say anything about a red team, or even that there were 2 teams, but fine. Obviously you were going to set up red and blue teams, come on. You don't know what I'm going to do. Stop being as though you can read my mind. It's not a power you have. Your strengths are being blind and tricking people about stuff. And I guess being generally savvy and pretty decent at other stuff, but that's why I'm picking you and not some other fucking schlub from Retardation Row. Solix, please. You are Mr. Appleberry Blast, and everyone knows those are your favorite flavors, even though you type in yucky mustard, which is weird. Maybe there's more to me than you think. Maybe I'm not the 2-trick hoofbeast you want to make me out as. Maybe I just wanted to give the red and blue thing a rest for a change and not make it into, like, oh, look, it's that predictable fuck with those stupid colors. It's amazing how much everyone fucking hates him. Maybe red and blue aren't that great, and I hate them suddenly. Have you thought about that? Maybe I'm more of an aubergine guy, plus whatever that putrid color is you type with. What is that, turquoise? Maybe it's making turquoisey. Maybe the new name for that color is summer shithead mist. Have you considered that? But I'm sticking with the red and blue, so maybe you should suck on it. Maybe. Maybe is a stupid word. Maybe that's a big maybe we should all ponder tonight over some hot shut the hell up tea. Over some hot shut the hell up tea. Yeah. So you think I'm savvy? Yeah, I think so. Pick out whoever you want for the red team, and I'll lead the blue team. I'll send you the download soon. Talk to you later. Wait, maybe you should tell me more about the game first? How exactly we're saving the world? I don't know yet. I just know that what I've seen in my visions, that the world will end soon and our whole race dies, and this is how we save it. And AA can back me up on this, so don't be able to doubt me about it. I'm not doubting you. I think you're right, mostly. Mostly? What the fuck does that mean? Well, when you talk about how you're going to die too, I am going to die. I mean, we all are, but especially me. I'm going to get my ass served to me twofold. Double the service. Like 2 dudes in a double Butler Island getting worked over by a Siamese twin masseuse. But before I die, I'm going to go blind like you. It has to happen like that. I'm not sure why, but I think it's like fulfilling some requirements for true prophet of doom. In order for the visions to be right, that has to happen, and the universe will make sure it will. It's kind of like how a prophet earns his stripes, by being blind, like how an angel earns his wings. What's an angel? Some terrible mythical demon with those awful feathery wings. Yikes. Paradox Space uses them to usher in the end. How does it know what angels to use? Huh? Oh yeah. We will all die, but most especially me. End of story. But, don't take this the wrong way, but how can you be totally sure about that? How do you know some of the real visions you're having aren't getting some kind of tangled up with the, sort of, the way you are about yourself? What do you mean? How you get, mopey and you're always the victim of something, and how sometimes you think you suck when you really don't. Maybe that is clouding your vision? Okay, that's just some personal, private, emotional issues, and I'm dealing with that, and honestly, I appreciate you not always throwing that in my face every goddamn opportunity you get. Like, this is a big circus act to you two, and that is your special clown pie. God, so sensitive. Seriously, talk to AA, she will corroborate everything. You and she are pretty tight, aren't you? Not really anymore. She used to be a lot of fun, but now talking to her, I don't know. It just somehow always makes me sad. Okay, well, tonight's not about fun. This is serious. Deliriously so. We are in some serious shit-stain city. Screw you and your shit stains. I will have a fucking blast and you can't stop me. Blue team scum. Oh shit, it's on, sucker. And the ghosty girl again. Doop. That Okay, that was completely meaningless. What was the point, whoever you are? Selix, deal with Apocalypse Arisen. Did you set up the teams? Should still working on it, but yeah, more or less. We should all be playing soon, and I guess leaving this dimension. That's what happens, right? Yes. So I guess you should be pretty happy when we finally get out of here? I don't know about that. Oh, will you at least be able to leave the voice behind? I don't know about that either. Isn't that kind of depressing, the thought that they might stay with you till they die? Not really. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a lot of things, even our inevitable failure, though it will briefly masquerade as victory. Wow, fuck, that was so much more depressing than the thing I just said. Trezzy was right. You are such a drag to talk to these days. She was right about a lot of things. Wow, what a mysterious thing to say. I'm so intrigued. Do me a favor and spare me your spooky conundrums tonight. You're kind of pissing me off. But you like to talk to me. This is a fact, not a question. They told me. Oh, your sources have spoken. Relay a message for me and tell them to go haunt my huge creaking bone bulge. Why do you like to talk to me? I don't know, maybe because we're supposed to save the world together? I also talk to you because, in case you haven't noticed, I despise myself and perpetually seek to duplicate through emotional pain the cacophony of physical pain my hideous mutant brain causes me every day. Oh my god, I just had a breakthrough. Thank you so much for this. It was great. That was a joke. Here, type ha. Ha. Now type it again. Ha. There you go. You are now officially the life of the party. You just took an embarrassing video of you cutting loose then. Boy, I sure hope this juicy nugget doesn't wind up on the internet. Lex, I actually would like it if you were happy. Okay, thank you for saying so. You seem sad and angry all the time. What does anger feel like? I forget. Have you ever been angry? I don't remember you ever getting angry about anything. Maybe I never was. I feel like I was, though. Once. Why don't you ask Karkat? He's way angrier than me. For that matter, why don't you get on his case about it instead of mine? I think his anger serves a greater purpose. It's part of his destiny, and thus ours. It will help him to sabotage his own designs, which are very much in opposition to the broader purpose, and will sow the seeds of our own failure. A failure which will ironically prove to be mission critical. If you think we're going to fail, why would you get mad about that? At the voices sending you down this blind alley the whole time. They never lied, though. This is how it had to be. I have to be totally honest, though at no point did I ever lie, but through omission. And this game will not save the world. The fuck? And though it is still very important, even in our defeat, unfortunately it is much closer to serving as the instrument of our people's demise than that of salvation. And we 12 will behave simultaneously as the pawns and the orchestrators of the great undoing. I don't want to play the game anymore then. You will, though. Fuck that, just watch. This shit is dusted. Check me out. I'll dust in it like a saucy fucking maid. It cannot be stopped. The meteors are en route. You know this, Alex. Who cares? I'm yanking the grub tube on this overpunctured bitch. I'm telling red team leader to I'm telling red team leader to forget the whole thing. I'm quitting as blue team leader. If you want to gamble through this macabre fantasy of yours solo, be my guest. You were never going to be the team leader, though, which is to say, the first to enter. Are you messing with me? You do realize I'm psychic, too. It could pull so much trippy shit out of my spinal crevice, it would make your head spin like a dervish in a fucking blender. So get off your high hoof beast. I'm coming up. Huh? Up where? Hello? Solix, abort. Hey, change of plans. We aren't playing this game anymore. You don't have to bother recruiting. Sorry to waste your time. I'm not the leader anymore. Karkat is. He is. He threw a tantrum about it, so I just let him be the red leader. Okay, that was fairly predictable. That's fine. I'm going to talk to him about it. What's going on? Nothing. This game sucks and it's full of crap. Sorry about all this. Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore. Hey, guess who the red leader is? I'm the leader. It's me. Your plan to cripple your rival team has failed. I know, she told me. I don't care. The game is bad news. It will cause the end of the world, not stop it. So forget it. Just go back to whatever you were doing, writing your shitty code or whatever. Ha, so pathetic. This is yet another feeble attempt to weaken your opposition. Terezi and I have already established a connection, and we are making great progress here. We are a great team, and I'm a fantastic leader. We will beat this game in no time, while your team is clearly still asleep at the thorax. Oh, God. No, you idiot. I don't care about the game anymore. It just quit. I'm not playing. You should too. Amazing. You're either being really persistent with this transparent ruse, or you really are just that sad and incompetent. Neither case deserves my respect or my friendship. In fact, you know what? Friendship canceled. There, it's official. Bye-bye, friendship. Oh, like you haven't said that like a billion times. You're in any position to question my competence. You're the worst programmer I've ever seen. You don't know anything about computers. Why do you bother? The only thing you're good at is yelling and making huge mistakes, and being ugly and horrible in every way, and having stupid little nubby horns. To be honest, I don't see what's so great about your programming or hacking. What is a hacker even? Just some smug asshole in movies doing fake things and making up words. It's not even a real thing to be. It's just some bullshit title you gave yourself so you can feel just a tiny bit less loathsome. Oh no, more childish burns. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm a great hacker, period. No, it's also clear now. You were a fraud all along. What does all this nonsensical code you wrote even do? It's all nonsense. Like a bluff. You just say, oh, Carcat will never understand what I wrote is bullshit because he's too dumb to figure it out. Well, you're busted. These viruses here I bet do nothing at all. Wait, KK. I bet if I ran them, nothing bad would happen. Might even improve my computer's performance. No, don't. How about this idiotic program with the red and blue code, which is a meaningless thing to do with code anyway? What does that even mean? It's another one of your scams. Why not sneak some bad clip art into the files too and pretend that's code? Oh god, don't run that. No, I'm serious. What would happen? I'm not sure, but it would be really, really bad if you ran it. Just don't. Aha, just as I thought. You can't even come up with a good lie when I press you on it. Your bluff has been called. Compiling as we speak, it will auto-run when it finishes, and now I have to go to attend to something outside, because Terezi is doing something just unspeakably stupid right now. Whoops, forget I said that. It was a privileged information. You are the dumbest grub fucker on the planet, I swear. Later, douchebag. KK, do not run that code! Hello? Carcinogenesis' computer exploded. Oh my god. You are highly startled by the totally unexpected explosion. Karkat and his friends and everyone they would ever meet thereafter would experience great misfortune on account of the curse unwittingly implemented through Solix's esoteric Mobius double reach-around virus. Every Troll's Lucis would soon die. All but one of their kernel sprites would be prototyped with a dead Lucis, each prior to entering the medium. All but one? Which one is the one that doesn't? Upon entry, they would each have a bittersweet reunion with the creature after their kernel hatched, triggering the sprite's metamorphosis. For the first time, the trolls would be able to have verbal conversations with their custodians and would be guided by them along their journeys. I don't remember that at all. I thought all of the trolls prototyped their kernel sprites. But all but one? What's the sprite that doesn't get prototyped? Or, doesn't get prototyped with a Lucis? Unfortunately, the underlings and warring royalty would gain the benefits of the monster's prototypings as well. Each sprite, except for one, would only be prototyped once. The players would learn quickly that while one pre-entry prototyping per player was absolutely necessary for ultimate success, additional pre-entry prototypings merely empowered their enemies unnecessarily. The game has no explicit rule that demands something dead for prototyping, but in practice, the kernel sprite has particular attraction to the deceased or the doomed. Across every session ever played, exceptions to this pattern are extremely rare. Solix lament. Why did you send Karkat that code? It was such a bad idea. You suppose it was a boastful gesture to get a friend to think more highly of you, but why would flaunting your superior skills accomplish this? It was foolish. You ought to wipe out all these clever viruses you wrote off a computer. They can only bring more trouble. Solix delete. While deleting your virus folders, you pause on one oddball file you have lying around. You did not write this virus. You copied it from an obscure server far beyond the planet's global network. This application is running on that server perpetually. It is an extremely simple till-death program. Its main loop is tied to the lifespan of the universe. When the universe dies, a mysterious subprogram will be executed. You have no way of knowing what that subprogram does. It runs on a protected part of the server. It is completely unhackable. You delete the file, but it won't do much good. The program is already running elsewhere. Luckily, whatever harm it will do will not be done for many billions of years. And even then, what harm could a virus do after the expiration of the universe? This file always struck you as quite odd. Execute Lord English. Viruses, more viruses, really bad viruses. Oh my god, holy shit, never compile these weak sauce viruses. Unhackable to death. But Solix, even with his vision twofold, does not have the perpetual luxuries of our vision omnipresent. When executed, the subprogram will summon an indestructible demon into the recently voided universe. This monstrous being with the power to travel through time is inconvenienced very little by his arrival upon the great undoing. He has the entire cadaver of the expired universe to pick apart at his whim, from its birth through its swelling maturity and tapering decay. In a reality he is known to have marked for predation, he will go about assembling followers through various epochs, even going as far as personally establishing the parameters for his future summoning. Solix couldn't know that the virus is essentially a formality. The demon is already here. Grumble mumble. Sounds like your Lucis is getting agitated about something up there. You already gave him a serving of honey today. If he thinks he can get more, well, that's just greedy. You wonder what could be bothering him. You keep your enormous bicyclops chained to the roof of your communal hive stem. It is the only place there is room for him. Dealing with him on the roof during feeding time is a daily ordeal. Be the other girl. You are now one of the 5 other girls. Can I, in the desert. Oasis place. Stop being the other girl. You are now no longer the other girl, or any of the 5 for that matter. What's the name of this dude sitting in his 4-wheel device? Enter name. Your name is Tavros Nitrum. You are known to be heavily arrested by fairy tales and fantasy stories. You have an acute ability to commune with the many creatures of Alternia, a skill you have utilized to capture and train a great many. They are all your friends as well as your warriors, which you pit in battle through a variety of related card and role-playing games. You've used to engage in various forms of more extreme role-playing with some of your other friends before you had an accident. You like to engage in the noble practice of Alternian slam poetry, possibly the oldest, most revered, and certainly freshest art form in your planet's rich history. You have a profound fascination with the concept of flight and all the lore surrounding the topic. You believe in fairies even though they aren't real. Your troll tag is Adios Toreador, and you speak in a sort of faltering manner. What will you do? Tavros, cut to the chase and play card games immediately. Poof. You kickstart a rousing match of Fittispawn with the only friend you got to play in person, your loyal Lucis Tinkerbell. You take a look at the favorable hand you dealt yourself and crack a mischievous smile. With a host flush at the ready, you quickly lob an Ogoni bomb and catch your adversary off guard. No dear. An alien reference. Horseroni, I choose you! Tavros, command Faithful Seed. With a brooding whinny, Horseroni shuffles his mighty hooves and makes short work of the fetus-sucker, boosting his vitals. Horseroni is now primed and raring for battle. Look out, Tinkerbell. Tavros, Horseroni, Spawn Tech, Slumber Buddies. You use your awesome bestial communion abilities and bend the ferocious stallion to your whim. Tinkerbell can't stand the suspense. Nap time. Everyone wins. Horseroni gains a bunch of levels. In no time he will be ready to breed and you can put him up to stud. Good game, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Time to do some other stuff you guess. Tavros, roll up your ramp. This is how you get up to your recuperaroon when it's time to rest. It's kind of a production getting in and out. Tavros, hop in. You can't fit all the way in because of your huge horns. It makes it hard to get any solids, shut-eye. Oh great, now you're covered in slime. Why did you do this? You're going to have to change your clothes. There goes another solid hour down the tubes. Aw damn, and there goes your four-wheel device down the ramp. That happens a lot. Tavros, take Lance. After a major cleanup rigmarole and a lot of crawling around your respite block, you equipped your jousting lance. You like to practice your jousting outside. One day you hope to prove yourself worthy of recruitment into the halls of the dreaded Imperial Cavalry-Reapers, assuming you are not slated for culling first on account of your disability, or really any other arbitrary reason. Tavros, admire posters. You wheel over to your favorite poster featuring Pupa Pan, which is your favorite thing. You have always fantasized that one day intrepid young Pupa would come and take you away, and together you would fly to a beautiful paradise planet of legend that has all sorts of fanciful stuff like pirates, treasure, a cruel villain with a missing arm and a missing eye, and these weird aliens called Indians. You have left your window open since you were very young, just in case Pupa stopped by one night and decided to splash a pinch of special stardust in your face. You've had this oh dear. You've had this interest far prior to your accident. Being paralyzed isn't what made you want to be able to fly. That would be dumb and would make no sense. Being paralyzed does sort of make you want to be able to walk, though. Way in the future. Over the course of your long journey, at one point you were fitted with a cool pair of robo-legs. The guy who likes to build robots built them for you. But then he does like to break them more than he likes to build them. It's usually why he builds them in the first place. Occasionally, though, he will allow philanthropy to override misanthropy. You were lucky enough to have a friend who didn't mind getting her hands dirty on account of your best interest, a friend with a chainsaw. The guy who likes to build robots just stood there and watched. It would always make everyone uncomfortable whenever he would just stand there and watch. Way back again. But before that, you had to scoot around in your wheel device throughout the various worlds of the medium, and endure all sorts of follies related to your disability, which on account of their great plurality and marginal relevance, we will not get to see, just as well. Wow, look what happens when you space out and contemplate the future like that. The messages start piling up. Tavros, deal with AG. Tavros. Hey, red team is going to bite the dust, and I know you are on the red team. Well, really? Yeah, you totally are. My team's got no use for a boy that can't make no use of his legs. You were fated for a team of losers, full of blind girls and lame boys and cranky imbeciles. Okay, you're probably right about that, but I shouldn't be talking to you. Oh? I promised I wouldn't talk to you anymore. What? Promised who? Rufio. Oh my god, who's that? I hate this guy already. He's, okay. Someone said I should give my self-esteem a name, and to be careful about what I say, to make sure I don't hurt his feelings. Ha! So he's imaginary. A fake. Like a made-up friend, the way fairies are. Made-up fake believe fakey fakey fakes. Who told you you had to do something so fraudulent? GA. But I don't know if she was joking about it. It might be a joke, I don't know, but I did it anyway. Oh man, what a meddler. I hate her meddling. Why is she always meddling? I don't know if it was a joke, but man, I don't think it was a joke. It was more like, okay, complete this analogy. Laughing is to a joke, as meddling is to, exactly, that's what she just did to you. It's worse than a joke. It's worse than anything you can do. Next time tell her to can it. That's what I do. But she keeps bugging me and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? I guess it's flattering that she wants to talk to me so much, though. I guess I don't mind. It's cool. Anyway, Tavros, you've been amazingly boring as usual, so I'm going to go. Okay. The show needs to get on the freaking road. Believe it or not, the blue team doesn't have a single player in the session yet. Well, you guys have like 2 or 3 each. Well, you guys have like 2 or 3 or such. Unbelievable. I wonder what the holdup is. Oh well, let's face it, you guys need a head start. Okay, anyway, good luck to you. It'll be just like old times. Adios, Torius Nowhere. Bye. Wrapped with TC. Oh god. I have no freaking clue what kind of voice to give Vriska, so I'm just gonna speak. Motherfuck, my brother. I am so sorry. I kinda zoned out there. That's okay. I wasn't expecting you to not be zoned out for any reason, though I guess I don't understand your apology. Alright, fuck yeah. It's all good anyway. I just zoned out when I was supposed to be all about being to tell you you're all on my team. Yeah, the red team, you mean? Shit, motherfucking yeah, I'm a wicked motherfucker. Honk, honk, honk. Okay, that's great. I just heard about this from someone who I don't want to talk about, but it still basically qualifies as good news. Honk, 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 honk. Heh. Fuck, you stole my fucking nose, bro. What got you even up the gumption to all fucking do this shit like that? I don't know. It's just kind of the obvious thing to do. Stick the circle in front of the dots and behind the bendy one. Plus, oh yeah, my horns. Maybe we can slam about it. Yeah, I could kick the shit out of some rhymes, bro. I'll stir up some fucking Helmurth and rip open a fucking bag of harsh whimsy. Yeah, you can talk about the clown things, which I don't really understand ever, but that's okay, because it's kind of funny. Sorry. Whereas I'll address some topics pertaining to my interests and, I guess, personal motifs. Yeah, fuck yeah, that'll be how shit's all usually up and fucking locked, bro. But first, here's the thing with the game. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the red team game. Yeah, okay, if I remember right, this is how we're juggling this shit. There's a lot of fucking balls in the air. Trezzy connected to Carcat, so he's fucking chill. And I'm supposed to connect to her soon to get her all chill too. But then she's in the woods doing something. When she comes back, she starts playing. So in the mean motherfucking time, I'm supposed to get you to connect to me. But I fucking spaced out and forgot. Because I guess I was way too motherfucking chill all up in this shit. Yeah, I understand. So just download this motherfucker I'm sending you so we can kick this bitch down the stairs. Okay, I'll do that. And in the meantime, shall I cue up the strict beats? Aw, brother, now you all up and done it. You are fucking wheel deep in a big sloppy massacre pie topped with motherfucking whipped rhyme. How strict are those beats at, motherfucker? Well, I, turned up those bitches to pretty stern. She set beats to lecture, and kind of going hog wild on the curmudgeon knob, which I had recently installed. God damn, tell me more while I reach on for this frosty brew. Okay, imagine an array of beats that set limits. They got a rule book, it doesn't pay to skim it, because there's not a lot of latitude, they won't stand for an attitude, and crossing them's a habit you'd not really want to get into because they get pretty fucking mad at you. Fuck, so fucking fresh. You need to be slapped fucking silly with a mouth like that. And if you got a problem with it, then I suggest you go and rap it, dude. Okay, I will. Just let me sneak up on this bottle of Fago and snap its neck like I'm a fucking laugh assassin. Okay. Are those beats still chill? Yeah. Are they motherfucking strict? Yeah. I crack. Motherfucking kick it. You both then proceed to have one of the worst rap-offs in the history of Paradox Space. Fucking Gamzee. Gamzee is a tool, and it's funny. Okay. You make your way through the burning woods to meet the Lucis you never had. It's time for her to hatch. It's now or never. Since the world is about to end anyway, you suppose it no longer matters if the doomsday scale is tipped. The counterweight is the skull of an ancient mother grub slain thousands of solar sweeps ago. The egg contains a rare species of dragon which remains blind until maturity, using its other senses to survive. It has balanced the skull here for millennia, waiting for the warmth of a meteor-sparked forest fire before hatching. In case it wasn't clear, dragons are real. While she slept in her egg, she would communicate with you in your sleep. After your accident, she would use your dreams to teach you to detect the world around you without vision. As you learned, your dreams become more vivid. Where before there was darkness, odors and flavors painted a striking picture. You found yourself surrounded by bright honey walls, and in the sky was a huge tasty ball of cotton candy, which is this sweet troll delicacy we wouldn't know anything about. The first time you caught a glimpse of this world in your dreams, there was no turning back. The young Lucis would take to the sky and promptly get herself killed. This would be much more shocking and maybe a little bit more sad if we didn't already know this was going to happen. We already knew this, but of course you didn't. Unsurprising development. Genuine distress. The dragon never smelled it coming. She would fall to your tree hive. On your return, she would be scooped up by a sympathetic ally and deposited into a kernel sprite. Then you and she could talk. There would be plenty to discuss. I gotta keep track of, like, who actually got, like, prototyped their Lucises and who didn't. Like, obviously Crab Dad got in. And then I know Terezi's, so Dragon Mom. Later in the story, like, we do see Kanaya's moth, like, Grub Mom. I do think I remember, like, seeing Vriska, or, like, remember Vriska talking about how, like, she didn't really want to talk to Spider Mom after being, like, they just went their separate ways. We saw a dead Goat Dad, but no mention of if that one got prototyped or not. And that's all for now. We have plenty to discuss. The Doomsday device would display the amount of time you had to get back to your hive and enter the medium before the forest was destroyed. At the time, it wouldn't occur to you to wonder whether the device was directly responsible for the apocalypse or merely served as a precisely calibrated harbinger. And it certainly wouldn't occur to you to cast any doubt on any perceived difference between those two things. It wouldn't until later, when you better understood the game where you were about to play. Be the other girl. You are now the other girl. Render the girl in a more symbolic manner. That's better. We can now be properly introduced. Who's this spooky lady? Enter name. Your name is Aradia Megiddo. You once had a number of interests, which in time you have lost interest in. You seem to recollect having once a fondness for archaeology, though now have trouble recalling this passion. It nonetheless has led you to find your present calling, which came through the discovery of these mystic ruins on which you presently stand, and which you recently desecrated out of boredom. Guiding you to this calling were the voices of the dead, which you had been able to hear since you were young. These voices have been louder as the great undoing approaches. This trend in escalation began after an accident involving a certain kind of role-playing, which might have been another of your interests once upon a time. It doesn't much matter anymore. The accident resulted in the death of your Lucis, which prompted you to leave your home and take up these ruins as residence. On the introduction of your ancestors, you've recovered mysterious technology from the ruins, and convinced a friend to adapt it into a game that will bring about the destruction of your civilization. And by convinced, you suppose you mean tricked. He has tentatively named the game S-Grub, which is a word that is not terribly elegant. If it were marketed by a legitimate game company instead of a rapidly patched together by a young hacker, it would ostensibly be given a better title. He is presently mobilizing 12 friends to play it, including him and yourself. He believes he will lead the blue team, but he is wrong. Your troll tag is Apocalypse Arisen, and there is typically a pronounced hollowness to your words. What will you do? Aradia, retrieve computer. It's not up to you to decide what you retrieve from your Sylladex, it's up to the spirits. Looks like the spirits are being cooperative today, if a bit cryptic as usual. Who's this douchebag? You found this baffling artifact some time ago in one of your digs. The creature on its facade is completely mystifying. You have taken to using it as your primary computing device on account of its bizarre novelty as well as its convenient portability. Oh, look who's bothering you again. She's always bugging you, bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? You guess it's flattering that she wants to talk to you so much, though. You're okay with it. You're okay with a lot of things. Iridia, humor GA. Hi again, Iridia. Oh, no. So I guess tonight is the night you blow everything up. Is there nothing I can do to change your mind? No. Or yes. There's nothing, and no, you can't. But you shouldn't pretend as if you believe this has anything to do with the state of my mind, or the decisions it will make, or has already made. Yeah, I guess not. I thought I would be friendly, though, and remind you that you do in fact have a hand in all the terrible things that are about to happen, because that's what friends are for, and the fact that what ensues will be terrible is an immutable fact I am stating for the record. And the fact that we will not be on the same team is similarly immutable. It does not mean that teamwork is what isn't taking place here. Sorry, I didn't follow that. I'll be here to help if you need me. Okay, thanks. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Waiting for the apocalypse is so boring. You guess you'll check on Solix to see how he's coming along with those teams. I never realized that the computer is, like, blinking. Oh no, that's just the Trollian app. That's really disturbing. I don't know why. Iridia, check on Solix. They then had a conversation which already began like this. Did you set up the team? Not coming up. And then you got up. Iridia, go up. You wonder what she wants. What's with all these girls bugging you? Bugging and fussing and meddling. Aradia, get bugged by AG. Aradia! Oh boy, that's way too many of the same letter in a row twice. I know. So we're about to get started, right? Have you tricked Mr. Solix? Have you tricked Solix yet? Have you tricked Solix yet? Do you have Mr. Two Eyes all befuddled and flustered in your web of lies, or Mr. Four Eyes? I don't know. Which nickname do you think would be suitably derogatory in this case, Iridia? How about 8 Eyes, -7? I didn't trick him. It's not like that. Okay, whatever. The point is, once you have pulled the finely woven silken mesh over his dumb, different-colored eyes, you and I will start playing the game and be the blue team leaders. That's how this will work, right? Wait, do you mind if we are co-leaders? I forgot to ask. I just assumed it was okay with you. I don't care. Great, that's the spirit. And when I bring you into the game, whatever the hell that means, and we can send each other stuff, right? That's how this works, right? Yes. Awesome. Because I have a present for you. It's a surprise, and it's going to be great, from me to you. Just from me. From me alone and nobody else. I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see. Okay, well, I'm sure it will be very thoughtful. Hey, speaking of which, what will the name of our team be? Blue team? No, I know that. I mean the name of our team. You and me. Just us. I haven't given it any thought, nor did I think such a thing was up for consideration, but if you want to pretend we both have a separate team together and name that team, then knock yourself out. I just thought it would be really fitting, kind of like a fresh start, you know. I don't know, what are our shared interests? I guess I never really thought about this. I guess I'm used to thinking of you as the enemy. There must be some overlap in profiles. Come on, let's brainstorm. Man, it'll be great. We'll be unstoppable. Surely you must admit it'll be nice to rebound from the team charge debacle. I never think about that anymore. Oh man, I'm so dumb. Here I am running my mouth and opening up old wounds, while at the very same time trying to make amends. What an idiot. It's okay. Hey, speaking of which, that loser isn't going to be on the blue team, is he? Which loser? Your old team buddy. No. Oh, thank fucking goodness. Talk about dead weight. You made the right choice, leader. I mean, co-leader. I didn't exclude him for that reason, or at all. You're just not getting it. You never listen. Man, now I've got this huge beef rub locked in my nook just thinking about him. I'm going to go give him a hard time. Let me know when you're live. Later. Don't do that. It's really childish. Oh, wow. Be the mysterious spider girl. You try to be the mysterious spider girl and fail. She's way too mysterious for you to be her yet. Seriously, what's up with those glasses? What's up with that robot arm? What's her deal? She guesses it's flattering that you want to be her, though. She guesses she doesn't mind. It's cool. We'll learn about her a little later. So let's get back to Aradia. Aradia, I would like to apologize. I flew off the handle there. It was like the handle was a bald guy going really fast, and I was his toupee. So I'm sorry. It was my fault. It's okay. I hope we are still friends. Yes, we are. So anyway, I think even though I quit as leader, I'm still going to play the game now, because it's either that or I get totally creamed by all these fucking space boulders. Hey, maybe we can make the best of this game anyway, even though I guess we're going to lose. No, I'm sorry. You can't, Solix. Not yet. Oh my god, you're going to give me shit again? After I crawled in my belly like that, all groveling at you? Like some low-class guy with whatever colored blood is lower on the hierarchy than mine? What's worse than yellow? Fuck this confusing caste system. Anyway, screw you. I'm playing this game right now. No, you're not. Trust me. Wait, what's this? Are you hearing from the spooky message from the grave? Is it from my ability to give a shit, which just died? This is where you laugh again. Come to my window. Why? Or come to the window. Why? Because I'm outside. Bullshit. Take a look. I don't see anything out there. Come closer, you'll see me, I promise. God, I'm just bulge deep in the fecal matter of a wildly incontinent hoofbeast, but okay, I'll indulge you. Here I go. Solix, look out window. Okay, looking out this stupid looking out this stupid, lousy, goddamn window. Lousy, stupid, goddamn psychics. Snap. Nap time. Much later. When you would finally wake up, you'd discover all of your teammates had connected to each other and entered the medium. You would be the last to enter. Your long nap would facilitate a series of important dreams that would prove essential in support of your teammates. But here and now, the destruction of your hive would be imminent unless you could quickly establish a connection to the first player of the group and complete the chain. Solix, wake up. The mind honey. Some of it got in your mouth. You do not, under any circumstances, eat the mind honey. Blarg. Since that moody kid is busy flipping his bifurcated lid, we might as well take a moment to get to know this silly cat girl. Gosh, who is she? Enter name. Your name is Nepeta Lan. You live in a cave that is also a hive, but is still mostly just a cave. You like to engage in friendly role-playing, but not the dangerous kind. Never the dangerous kind. It's too dangerous. Too many of your good friends have gotten hurt that way. Your daily routine is dangerous enough as it is. You prowl the wilderness for great beasts, and stalk them and take them down with nothing but your sharp claws and teeth. You take them back to your cave and eat them, and from time to time wear their pelts for fun. You like to paint wall comics using blood and soot and ash, depicting exciting tales from the hunt, and other goofy stories about you and your numerous pals. Your best pal of all is a little bossy, and people wonder why you even bother with him. But someone has to keep him pacified. If not you, then who? Everyone has an important job to do. Your troll tag is Arsenic Catnip, and your speech precedes itself with the face of your Lucis, who is possibly the cutest and perhaps the bestest kitty you have ever seen. What will you do? Nepeta retrieve claws from arms. You are always wearing your claw gloves. You never know when you might encounter some unsuspecting prey, or when some prey might encounter an unsuspecting you. On Alternia, everything is considered unsuspecting prey by everything else. Nepeta, scratch Lucis behind ears. Scritch, scritch, purr, purr. She sure enjoys a good scratch. Pounce de Leon is the best kitty cat. You and she go on adventures together in search of the Fountain of Cute. You ride your Sherpod mount into the rugged frontier, and sometimes she rides you when she gets tired, which is frequently. It will sure be sad when she dies, but who knows when or how that will happen. We might even really have time to find out. Later there was a cave-in. Nepeta, examine computer. You saunter over to your drawing tablet computer. You use this to draw on a computer. It would be cool if this could somehow be adapted to serve as a fetch modus as well. That would be so much more fun than the frustrating one you're using now. You wonder what this grumpy fellow wants. Probably something to do with that game. That seems to be all anybody's talking about lately. Nepeta, answer Carcat. Hey. AC perks up curiously. She wiggles her rear end a bit and then chases something she sees bounce into one of Carcat's shoes. Carcat can't believe he has to sink this low. Carcat can't believe he's asking an autistic girl in a cave to join his team. Carcat mystifies in infinite befuddlement over the fact that you are presently the best remaining candidate for the red team. I am? I mean, AC says I am, wondrously. Yes, and Carcat can't fucking believe that. Carcat thinks about that a bit, and his jaw drops open and breaks a huge column of bricks like a fucking kung fu master. AC gathers up all the brick pieces and builds a cute little house and invites Carcat inside. Okay, good. It's good that you're talking about building, even if it's in the most inane possible context. You're going to be doing a lot of it. Yes, that sounds fun. Okay, what do I do? Okay, briefing. Me, Terezi, Gamzee, Tavros are all playing now. The connection order is AT to TC to GC to CG. We need someone to connect to Toreador and get him in the game. I have GA lined up for the red team because she is one of the few remaining sane ones left to play. Okay, the only sane one. But she doesn't want to connect yet because of some mysterious bullshit, so I was like, whatever, what else is new? So I guess that leaves you. Terezi said she had you lined up to play back when she was the fake leader, so I just said fine. Just connect Tavros and later we'll worry about getting you in. Alright, I will talk to him about that. Oh, AC pauses and looks up with a little bit of chagrin. I forgot I have to talk to someone about this. I have been procrastinating. Oh god, are you really serious? It's not that big of a deal. This boggles my mind. How can you be best friends with the only guy on the planet who's a bigger asshole than me? He's not so bad. He's scum, but do whatever you got to do, I guess. Tavros is waiting. Nepeta, consult with friend on the matter. AC twitches her friendly whiskers at CT. Hi. CT perplexes over where he put that important wrench that he needed for building a fancy robot or something. He says, now where did that silly old wrench go? Look, what are you expecting to accomplish with this? Oh, but look! CT peeks around the corner to find that a very playful kitty has stolen the robot wrench and is now kicking it vigorously with her hind legs. This is foolishness upon 100,000 prior equally unsolicited foolishness. You'll stop now. Rawr, you're so lame. I'm not. I'm fun. No, lame. No, I'm not. Lame. No. You've never played a fun pretend game with me ever even once. Even Carcat does it sometimes, even if he doesn't mean it in a grumpy and insincere way, but it's still fun. Yuck. Don't pollute my incoming data stream with his name or any sort of excremental language you pick up from his ilk. I see right through your stupid act. Who are you trying to kid? Look how you got out of your way to use words that have X's in them so you can use your silly percent signs, or use those absurd words that you can shoehorn a 100 into, even if it's not strictly replacing Lou. You are so transparent. I can tell you like to play games. Deep down, you are a guy who likes to play games. I can smell a guy who likes to play games from so far away with his nose you have no idea. If you're looking for a loophole through which you may extract concessions from me, you'll have to look elsewhere. See, what the hell? Nepeta, what did I say about that awful language? I won't stand for it, and you'll stop. Oops, sorry. Your fraternization with the base classes have loosened your morals. Can't you see this? No, I don't care. They are fun. And I don't know anything about classes or bases or blood color. It doesn't matter. What does green blood even mean? It doesn't mean anything to me, and it shouldn't mean anything to anyone else. Well, green blood is okay, but it's not great. But that's why you're lucky to have me to look out for you. Because you don't know better, and you can't fight the role the mother had in store for you. Rah, you're such a hypocrite. That sounds like another line that implies that they worship the mother grub as like a religious figure. Because you can't fight the role the mother had in store for you. You can't fight the role God had in store for you is the line that Christians like to use. You are such a hypocrite. You pretend to be so high and mighty, but I know you're not, and I know you like games. Look at that silly little bow and arrow you always type. It's always there. You never forget. Why would you do that if it wasn't a playful fun thing? I am so onto you. My bow and arrow are highly dignified symbols. Lol, bullshit. Archery is among the highest and most exceptional crafts, held in tremendous regard by the most aloof classes for centuries. You suck at archery. No. Yes. No. Yes. No, I don't. Yes, 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 yes. Have you ever even successfully fired an arrow? Like actually got one to leave the bow? I think. We need to stop talking about archery. Nuh-uh. Yes. No. We will stop talking about archery. The topic is making me sweat. Ew, you're so gross. No, you're the one who exercises distasteful practices. No, that's you. Everyone knows you're a weirdo and a creep. That's why you're lucky to have me to keep an eye on you. No one else can stand you. You exterminate beautiful, innocent creatures by the hundreds. I can't condone such wretched behavior. Beasts are meant to be looked upon with adoration. But I eat them. I don't kill anything I don't eat. That would be mean. I guess that's basically acceptable in principle, but I still find it a bit unsavory. Well, I think your habits are unsavory. No, they're not. Yeah-huh. You're wrong about me, Nepeta. I do like to play games, but they must be extremely important games with very high stakes. Not the kind played by translucent green wigglers who let loose an excremental surge hard in their wiggler-bottomed diaper stubs. As it happens, I have arranged to play just such a game tonight. Aradia and I have a private engagement to be co-leaders of the blue team. Oh yeah? Well, just by perchance it happens that AC has a private and sneaky engagement to play this game as well. And by a persnickety twist of fate, she will play on the red team with her other great friends who like to play their childish diaper-proof games. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I forbid this. You will take your position on the blue team with me. Yeah, right. I will take my position into this funny pounce ball and tackle you. That's nonsense. You're nowhere even remotely within my proximity that would be necessary to execute such a maneuver. AC rolls her eyes almost as hard as she is rolling around in this really interesting smell. The thought of you fraternizing with and abetting those stink-blooded hooligans strikes me as a scandal beyond measure. I'm afraid you're too delicate to withstand that sort of corruption. It's forbidden. Nuh-uh. Yes, you won't. No, I will. You won't. You can't stop me. I am telling you not to, and now you will be on my team. That's final. Quiet. Why do you do this? Why are you so confident about your stupid commands? Don't you know you can't actually tell me what to do? It's not like you have any special mind powers or telepathy or anything. No, I do not, and yet you will do as I say. Yes, well, we will just see about that. Yes, we will. You will join me on my team shortly. Stand by for further instruction. Yes. You're angry, and I appreciate that, but it doesn't matter. Discussion over. Angry cat noises. Nepeta, give Tavros the bad news. AC curls up in Tavros's lap. Okay, for the time being, and for the sake of this fantasy scenario, I pretend that my cat allergies aren't that bad. AC takes a long nap, and then wakes up and frowns because she has bad news. Oh no, is what I say about the bad news, not the nap. Tavros, I'm sorry, I can't be on your team. I'm not allowed. Oh, that's okay. Then I guess he said no then. Yes, unfortunately. Rawr, I'm so mad. It's probably for the best that you listen to him. I don't know. You think so? Well, if you didn't listen to him before, you might have played games with us before, and something bad might have happened to you. Perhaps. But I still feel bad. I'll find another player. It's not a big deal. Good luck being on the blue team. Okay, thanks. You fondly recall your days of far more intensive role-playing. It seems like so long ago now. Aside from a few unfortunate moments, it was a lot of fun. If you had to do it all over again, you suppose you would select better company. Maybe this game you are playing tonight will rekindle some of that excitement. Tinkerbell? Some time ago. Flashback. You stand in your room with a healthy pair of legs and in a plucky little outfit. You are a low-level boy Skylark, and you wield an inexpensive dagger lance, which is the closest thing to a jousting lance you could wield that is still compatible with your favorite class. You're about to play a popular game called Flarp, which, unlike most games published by major developers, was given a graceful and aesthetically pleasing name. It's a title under the extreme role-playing genre, and playing it without caution can have serious real-world consequences, but that's what makes it fun. When you activate Flarp's Grub, the campaign program for tonight will begin. Team Charge will duel Team Scourge as usual. This is going to be great. Tavros, contact fellow Team Charge member. Iridia, my grub is laying now, so I'll be ready soon. Cool, mine too. I don't know where Terezi is, though. She's running late. Oh, should we wait? No, I'll be here clouding her campaign for her regardless, or with or without her. Her loss if she doesn't make it. It'll give you a chance to gain some ground. Okay. You picked a tough class, Tavros. None of the really useful combat abilities come to play until you reach a very high level, but I suppose it'll be rewarding when you get there. Yeah, I think you're right, but it's the class I think is most fun, and battle skill is not all there is to being a great adventurer. I couldn't agree more. You might be the only Flarper in the world who really understands the true spirit of the game. Everyone else is so aggressive and treasure-hungry, but that's what makes beating them all the more satisfying. Yeah, I guess. Remember, your Clouder isn't going to pull any punches tonight. Don't fall for her mind games. I'll be there to assist, of course. If you're in trouble, don't hesitate to ask for help. Yeah, I won't. Thanks, Iridia. No problem. Tavros, hatch campaign. Your campaign's gaming abstractions hatch of their eggs. These comprise all the data and procedures you will need for your adventure tonight. They disperse throughout the terrain surrounding your hive. They follow both pre-programmed and live instructions by your Clouder, a member of Team Scourge, whose role is to provide you with a challenging scenario, while your teammate does the same for Scourge's other player. Go outside and begin adventure. You take your starting position in the field. The game is afoot and anything can happen now. It's up to you to consult your maps and work with your teammate to discover the objective of the quest, find treasure and slay monsters. Your stat bat has bonded with you. This keeps track of every attribute for your character, including vitals. While these attributes in principle remain abstractions, due to the fact that this is extreme role-playing, they will always relate in some way to your real-life attributes as well. You've got to be careful out here. A little while later. Well, hey boy Skytard, are you going to just stand there all night? Make your move, make your move, make your move! I just think these monsters are too strong. Sorry, but they don't seem to appropriate for this campaign. Weak, weaky, weaky, weak. Weaky, is that a real thing to say? Yes, your blatant excuse is making the weakest lane that ever shit the coward bed. Roll your dice, make your move. Advance or abscond. I can't abscond. There's no absconding place. But absconding is what you do best. I ain't managed to cloud a scenario yet that you couldn't squawk out of in a blazing trail of Cluckbee's feathers. You cannot hope to beat Travis and Nightsham and abscond off. He is simply the best there is. That sounds flattering, theoretically, but I don't think... Hey, pipe down! Make your move! Advance or abscond! Advance or abscond! Roll, Tavros, roll! Okay, hold on for one moment. Aradia, hey, are you there? Hey, Trezzy, I have a problem. No one can help you, Tavros. Okay, time to decide. Where is everybody? What does that have to do with your present cowardice? I don't know. Probably nothing. Are you going to roll? No, I can't. Why not? Because I was thinking about the numbers, and it's impossible for there to be a favorable outcome, no matter what the dice do. So, you give up? Yeah, maybe. Why not roll and make it official? Why would you want to cheapskate me out of bonuses like that? It's so thoughtless. Am I going to have to take matters into my own hands to make your move forward? Make your move for you? I thought you couldn't use powers. I mean, real-life powers, not game ones. It's against the rules. But if you're going to break the rules and refuse to roll, what choice do I have? I hate that I have to come out to this, but what can I do? Tavros, have I mentioned how cute you look in that plucky little outfit? Why, if I didn't know better, I would say I was playing with Pupa Pan himself. Isn't that what you want, Tavros? To be like Pupa? Of course you do. What boy wouldn't want to be like Pupa, so dashing and brave? He is everything you are not. For one thing, he can fly. Do you want to fly, Tavros? Have you ever tried to fly? I bet you haven't. How about we take to the skies, Pupa? Haha, oh, you like that idea, Pupa? Yes, you do. I can feel it in your simple, malleable brain. You want to fly so bad. Fly, Pupa, fly. Ha 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 ha. Oh dear. This ends in terrible tragedy. Ah ha 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 ha. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Adios, Toria dumbass. Yeah, that's how that happened. Just jumped me off a cliff with my brain and my legs also, and now they feel invisible. Well, I'm sure there was a better way to say that. Anyway, that's all there really is to report on that subject of me getting hurt. Hey, asshole, stop playing games for girls. Back in the present. But not too far in the present. Right around this moment, with Karkat in the toilet during a conversation we have already read, which ended like this. Oh boy, you need to get with the program, Karkat. Have you talked to A? Or, oh yeah, that. We've read that already. Psst. Hey, brave leader. Oh my god, why are you talking to me? Can I join your team? Yes, I'm glad you asked, because there's a wide open slot for the most vile, backstabbing sociopath who ever lived. You really helped me out of my jam by stepping forward. Vile, backstabbing sociopath. Karkat, did you copy and paste that phrase directly from your personal ad describing what you were looking for in a lady? Ha! More cagey cutesy bullshit. Like I'm not up to my lobe stem with that, already having to deal with Terezi. You both must have an insufferable when... You both must have been insufferable when you were a team. Your opponents probably all just tried to commit suicide after a few minutes of putting up with your fancy grin drivel. It's probably how it all went down when the shit hit the thresher. That's not a bad guess, but man, Karkat, you are sure giving me a hard time. I don't see how we're supposed to be becoming friends if you recoil from my olive branch like I'm a twitching and mummified bovine phallus in your direction. Becoming friends? What the fuck? We will never be friends, moron. Not even hate friends? No, more like twitchy-eyed projectile vomiting and other disgust friends while I perforate my bone bulge with a culling fork. Yes, I'll take it. Get lost. Anyway, I was just joking about wanting to be on your team. I'm already on the blue team. Oh, really? Wait, let me count out 8 of these things. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, I am now an enormous tool forever. Yes, Aradia and I have an arrangement. We will be co-leaders. But really, I will be the leader. Shh, don't tell her anyone. What do you think, Karkat? Can you take on two dangerous ladies at once? Yawn. Come on, aren't you a little nervous that I will oppose you? You should be. No, you're just a run-of-the-mill little psycho girl, a troll seer a dozen. I'll be taking apart the blue team with brutal efficiency, you'll see. You never played one of your dumb games with me, so you never had the privileges of seeing what I can do. Enjoy this show, sweetheart. Just don't even think about using your mind control tricks on my players. Remember your truce? Those days are far behind me. Anyway, I can't control just anybody. They've got to be impressionable, like you. You can't control me. Sure I can. I just choose not to. Yeah, okay. I find your mind totally unpalatable to browse. Looking into your brain is like pawing through a smelly dumpster full of broken glass and razor blades. Poop. Whatever, don't even try it. I've got the better Scourge sister on my team, and if you break your truce, you'll have to answer to her. The funny thing is, she is always way better than you, even without any powers. Yeah, that's right. I know your whole story. You were always just jealous she could manipulate people so well without resorting to cheap mind tricks. Ha! I can tell this burns you, and I can't even paw through your dumpster. Chalk it up as another infuriating victory for gutter blood over aristocracy. Oh, what's that? Nothing to say? Wow, speechless, I guess. You're probably crying right now. That would make my fucking day. Hey, look at me being the one to talk shit at warp speed, then log off before you can reply. Bye, idiot. Oh, back so soon? Did your thumb slip on the button? I guess you can't get enough of me. You made me do that, and you know it. You ain't got nothing on me, and you can't prove shit. Anyway, Carcat, I just wanted to say. Heart. Carcat, be the other asshole. You are now the other. Oh God. You decided that we could probably stand to delay this guy's introduction a little longer. Why don't we see what someone else is up to? Anyone? Hurry. He switched to a vague teaser of the final unseen troll in the nick of time. Pad pad. Call. Aradia, go home. You head back to your hive to get the blue team session started. It's been a while. You revisit the remains of your quaint rural hive. Your lawn ring and the small excavation sites you dug up for practice are all overgrown with vegetation. You haven't been here since the night of the accident. On that night you found your calling. The voices of the dead grew louder, urging you to return to the ruins you discovered not long before. You left so abruptly you didn't even have time to bury Lucis. But that's fine, because trolls don't typically bury their dead. Leaving bodies to be consumed by wild animals is more customary. Aradia, begin session. You have an arrangement to begin the session as co-leader with one of the Blue Bloods. You understand this player intends to make a power grab and take sole possession of the leadership role. Such subterfuge is typical of their caste, but you're perfectly okay with this. It's one of the many things you're okay with. You allow your co-player to take the lead and enter the medium first. You understand that the leadership role is essentially meaningless, aside from offering the distinction of being the first player to enter. You also understand that entering the game second was always your intention. Aradia, connect to server player. You have the server player connect to you, someone you personally selected for the role. The devices required for entry are deployed. The kernel splitter awaits prototyping, but unlike all 11 other players, your dead Lucis is not available. They'll have to use something else. Oh, right, because it's the frog sprite. Right. I remember now. I totally forgot that little detail. I guess I don't need to keep that around. Okay, Aradia, Tier 1 prototype. Prototyping with a frog head before entering the medium would prove to be critical for later success. Just another one of many assurances whispered by the dead. You've long since stopped questioning them, or doubting the future significance of even spontaneous acts of frivolous desecration. Compelling your non-plus server player to perform this task might have proven difficult. Luckily, your telekinesis, an ability greatly magnified through your calling, would be sufficient to move the massive object, whereas the game cursor likely would not. Your server player was simply washed in mystification. She really just had no idea what the hell was going on. Aradia, enter. You enter the medium, taking your place in the land of quartz and melody as the Maid of Time. Meanwhile, your client player has been exploring another world. The blue blood has a present for you. The present cannot be duplicated via alchemy at this stage of the game. It would cost too much grist, a detail which this player had not been aware of. The player would have to progress through the second gate of their own world, arrive through the gate above your hive, and deliver it in person. Facilitating this delivery was one of the reasons why it was important for you to enter second. Your server player's confusion is only in part due to learning the ropes of the new game. There is a more significant reason for her befuddlement. While she followed your advice and went through the simple motions of game setup, at no point were you visible on her monitor. She saw your damaged hive, she saw the alchemitor and other devices she deployed. She saw the strange computing device on the floor, bearing the visage of a species she didn't recognize. She even saw a great big stone frog head fly through the air all by itself and become the frog sprite. And though she would ask why, and you would always delay the answer, the fact remained she couldn't see you. Aradia, Tier 2 prototype. She couldn't see you up until the moment after the sprite's second prototyping, because you were dead all along. We are all completely blown away by this stunning revelation. Wow, dead? Really? Like a ghost? Huh. Nepeta, interrogate Frog Girl. Aradia, I can see you. That is you, right? Yes. Why are you floating frog all of a sudden? I'm dead. My spirit merged with the frog sprite. Wow, dead? Really? Like a ghost. Huh. Well, I hope this doesn't make me sound dumb, but I'm completely blown away by that stunning revelation. You don't sound dumb. Whew, how did you die? I ignored the advice of a friend and made some bad choices. AC rumples up her nose in perplexment at AA's really vague and spooky answer. But actually, that's good because I kind of think I don't want to know. It's making me sad to think about. Okay. Nepeta, can you please keep this a secret? Yes, I promise I won't tell anyone about it, and by promise I mean promise. Just so you know I'm serious. Thank you. Ribbit. Oops. Iridia, be the huge bitch. Blah blah huge bitch. Enter name. Your name is Vriska Circuit. You're a master of extreme role-playing. You can't get enough of it, or really any game of high stakes and chance. You have persisted with the habit even in spite of your accident, but then again you don't have much choice. Ulysses is very hungry, all the time. She can only be appeased by the flesh of young trolls. Your cloud campaigns for teams of flarpers, utilizing your abilities for orchestrating the demise of the impressionable. Your victories supply you with treasure, experience points, and spider food. You're something of an apocalypse buff, which is something you can be on Alternia. You are fascinated by the end of the world scenarios and enjoy constructing doomsday devices for the hell of it. You are drawn to means of dark prognostication and the advantages they offer, particularly in gaming scenarios. Your abilities in this department were hobbled with the loss of your vision eightfold, and you have since sought alternatives through various black oracles. You consult with these ominous globes, but routinely destroy them in frustration over the puzzling guaranteed inaccuracy of their predictions. Breaking them has developed into a habit bordering on fetishistic, and with each you destroy, you add to an insurmountable stockpile of terrible luck. You have to stop, but addiction is a powerful thing. Your troll tag is Arachnid script, and your statements tend to be just a little bit overdramatic. What will you do? Vriska, check out the cool drawing on the wall. You drew your own role-playing character for fun, as many flarpers are prone to do. She's the best character, and you wish you were her. Oh wait, you are her. Your wish has been granted. Probably as a special boon for being so great at everything. Her name is Marquise Spinneret Mindfang, scourge of land dwellers and sea dwellers alike, and worst nightmare to silly boy scarlarks everywhere. She's accumulated more treasure and gained more levels than any member of the Petticoat Secret class ever. She gained all the levels, all of them. Yeah. Vriska, proceed to computer. You have a lot to do, so many irons in the fire. Ow! Lousy dice. You can't ever seem to go anywhere in your hive without stepping on an errant D4. Pointy little bastards. It's just your bad luck, you guess. You've had such terrible luck ever since your accident, and it just keeps getting worse. As far as you're concerned, the world can't end soon enough. As you were saying, so many irons in the fire, such a tangled web. It is a web full of flaming irons and mixed metaphors. Tonight is a big night. You have a lot of meddling to catch up on tonight. Bugging and fussing and meddling. Vriska, take dice. You equipped your enchanted dice set, the fabled Fluoride Octet. It consists of 8d8 plundered from a ghost ship during a particularly challenging campaign. In ancient times, such weapons were employed by roving bands of gambligans, deadly marauders with a passion for chance. They all died off, though, took too many crazy risks. Rolling the dice will execute a wide range of highly unpredictable attacks. Very high rolls can be devastating to even the most powerful opponents. Of course, with the luck you've had lately, you couldn't make a good roll to save your life. Gotta do something about this awful luck. Gotta catch a break. When you get worked up about stuff, you put 8s in places you don't really make a lot of sense phonetically. Vriska, begin meddling. Time to get the show on the road. There are so many people to meddle with tonight. After you ditch an unwelcome solicitor first, that is. Doesn't she realize how rude it is to meddle? You'll fuss with her meddling later. What now? Oh, him. You thought he'd washed his hands of you. Strange timing that he's bugging you tonight after so long without a peep from him. Vriska, deal with this guy. Oh, great, I have to highlight things. Time for this fun. Hello. Oh my god, why are you talking to me? This is the last time we'll ever talk. Still sticking with the white text I see, so smooth and stylish. I forgot how much I loved highlighting I forgot how much I loved highlighting it to read all the boring things you have to say. It's like a fun game for super extra handicapped retarded people, like opening a present. Find out what obnoxious thing in the mystery tool typed. What is it? A parting courtesy, I suppose. All the ways I've exploited you were meant to bring about the events that will take place this evening. Knowing this will provide context for the events in your near future, and will affect how you behave in response. These events will be just as important as those preceding it. I've gone to great lengths, you see. You didn't exploit me. You're just a petty douche with a bad temper who likes to play games, and all I did was humor you. I did exploit you, very thoroughly. It was easy. So full of yourself. Have I ever lost a game? Don't change the subject. What subject are you referring to? I'm going to log off in a big huff, and you have to promise not to use that nasty trick where you log me back in out of petty douchey spite. And then we can go back to never ever talking, because, man, that was heaven when it was like that. There's no need for that kind of assurance. I'll be brief. I'll no longer hold you accountable for any wrongdoing. In fact, I've given your transgression very little thought since the incident. If you acknowledge this amnesty and regard it as sincere, you may begin to find the odds falling in your favor again. This may be essential if you are to succeed on your journey. Slow down. Man, I'm just wearing out so many pens, taking all these important notes. Fuck you for ruining all my good note-taking pens and giving me this terrible cramp in my good note-taking hand. Incredible, the risks you take with your scorn. But of course it was your unpleasant simplistic temperament that made you so easy to control. Vicious and predictable, like an insect. If you turn a swarm of wasps on a crowd, the outcome is certain. It takes no skilled strategist to understand this. You were in fact a waste of my talents, a primitive expedient. Ugh, what a snob. You're worse than my meddle friend. I wonder why they waste their camaraderie on you. I'll never understand it. I thought you said you would be brief. I'll say one last thing. Though the magnitude of the ensuing destruction resulting directly from your actions will be neither possible or necessary for you to fathom, there nevertheless ought to be a silver lining. The only question is whether you will live long enough to see it. I'm not a gambling man, but if I was, I wouldn't bet on it. Goodbye. Goodbye, asshole. More hollow comebacks. As hollow and wishy-washy as the inside of one of these dumb black globes. What use is all that attitude against a guy who's never wrong? It's so depressing. You can't even work up the energy to smash this stupid thing. Maybe you could stand to have some camaraderie wasted on you, even if it comes from a meddler friend. Vriska, endure meddling. What? Just wanted to know, is your Lucis dead yet? Huh? What kind of question is that? Is this a trick? Are you trying to sabotage me? Are you in cahoots with someone? No. Cahoots! Cahoots, I say. You sure do seem to be saying cahoots. I'm just asking because mine's dead. What? Oh no. How did that happen? It was just her time. Really? Are you sure it wasn't sabotage? I would suspect sabotage if I was you. No, there was no plot or conspiracy or any trace of saboteurs operating through the special and magical union one can only describe as being in cahoots with another. When a virgin mother grub abdicates and renounces brooding, her time will be relatively short. I always knew this. She was so cool. You had the coolest Lucis of anyone I know. I wanted to meet her one day. Maybe you still can. Yeah, meet her corpse. I guess that's not so bad a consolation prize. Seeing a big dead cool mother grub. Wow. Wow, you're so lucky. My Lucis sucks. Why did you ask if she's dead anyway? Do you know something? They are all dying, or going to soon. I believe it's a preemptive consequence of the game we are about to play. If a preemptive consequence is a concept that can be said to hold any meaning. But from what I understand, if it is applicable in any sphere at all, then this game holds that sphere. Okay, I don't really get that, but you can just go ahead and think I'm some dumb flighty broad again. I wasn't going to think that. You know what, I don't even think I really understand what I just said, so never mind. Now you have me a little worried. Man, I hope she's okay. Why would this happen? This is just my luck. Have some died besides yours? And, you know whose, I guess? Yes, a few. Karkat thinks it's his fault. He believes his actions triggered an inauspicious chain reaction. You mean a curse? Sure. Wow, between his curse and my shitty luck, we are so screwed. I'm not surprised to see you endorse his paranoia without hesitation, but I was attempting to illustrate a point in bringing it up. Ooh, there goes another one sailing over the idiot girl's head. Okay, lay it on me. These events are inevitable, and regardless of whatever emotional entanglements obfuscate their significance, they will ultimately serve an important purpose. The curse had nothing to do with it, and Karkat's notions of a curse is inseparable from his perception of events as intrinsically negative and as tailored to his personal dissatisfaction. And your bad luck is the same way, I believe, anyway. Okay. What would happen if you just cleaned up a bit? Don't you think you would step on a few less hard triangles? Why do you try to help me and stuff? What's the point? It's kind of bothersome and insulting sometimes. So I have a messy room, big deal. My luck fucking blows. It's got nothing to do with it, and you just don't even know. Meddler, why are you so meddly, Miss Meddlesome McFussy Fangs? Because you're dangerous. No way, I'm just fine. Why don't you can it? Every time you tell me to can it, I think it's funny. I mean, it's just a funny thing to say, don't you think? It's okay to be dangerous. Lots of people are, and dangerous people can be really important. Maybe even the most important sometimes. But it just means there's got to be someone around to keep an eye on them. And if not me, then who? Everyone has an important job to do. Okay, so you're spying on me. Kind of creepy. Man, maybe you should get a life. Or, you know, if you're so high and mighty and think you're so great, maybe you should, I don't know, try and stop me from doing bad things? That wouldn't work. If I tried to stop you, you would regard me as an enemy instead of merely as a nuisance, and what good would that do? So I'm afraid Big Fussy Fangs it must be. Ugh! Okay, great, fine. I'm going to check on my Lucis now, but I'm starting to think you are full of shit, and I'm quite sure she will be quite fine. You're right, anything can happen, I guess. But just so you know, I'm sorry for your loss in advance. Ah, man, why didn't I just get the last word and sign off real quick like I usually do? Let you sneak that stinking little ninja quip in there? Ah, so mad. Lousy goddamn stupid supportive friend. Vriska's check on Lucis. You go down like 50 million stairs to her nest below. You wonder if any other kid on the planet has such a high maintenance Lucis. You doubt it. You pass by one of your completed doomsday devices. You promised you build it for an especially powerful and influential member of the nautical aristocracy, in return for his collusion during your campaigns. But some guy you were in cahoots with. You guess none of it matters, though. It was tough to build, and it isn't perfect yet. Luckily, one of your pals nearby is pretty handy with technology. He can be tapped for parts and favors frequently. You wonder if any other kid on the planet has many irons in the fire as you. You doubt it. See, look at this. She's fine. Fine and huge and hungry as ever. You guess you're relieved? Yes, of course. Woo, why wouldn't you be? It would be devastating if anything happened to your dear sweet custodian. You guess there's no delaying this guy's introduction anymore, as long as we're in the neighborhood. Enter name. Your name is Equis Zahak. You love being strong. You are so strong you would surely be the class of the elite legion of ruffian annihilators, and while such a calling would be quite honorable, you would prefer to join the ranks of the archeradicators, probably the most noble echelon of Imperial forces have to offer. Unfortunately, you suck at archery. You have not successfully fired a single arrow. Every time you try, you break the bow. You are simply too strong. You have broken so many bows. It has developed into a habit bordering on fetishistic. You have to stop, but the addiction is a powerful thing. You have a great appreciation for the fine arts. You use your aristocratic connections to acquire priceless masterpieces painted in the oldest and most respected Alternian tradition of nude muscle beast portraits. These striking depictions of the exquisite fauna native to Alternia remind you of the purest physical ideal that must be sought by anyone who professes a love of strength. When those of lesser bloodlines turn up their uncultured noses at such stunning material, it makes you furious. Practically everything makes you furious. You have so much rage, it can only be expressed through staggering quantities of physical violence. You build strong and sturdy robots, set them to kill mode, and beat the shit out of them in caged brawls. Sometimes you lose teeth, but they usually grow back. Your Toltag is Centaur's testicle, and with your bow and arrow ever at the ready, you take exception to lewd language unbefitting of the blue bloods. What will you do? Equi's check on Lucis. Now where did that craven excuse for a custodian go? It makes you furious when he goes missing like this, probably off somewhere nursing his bruises. You swear the old boy is made of glass. You are starting to get agitated. Arthur, where are you? Oh, there he is. He was just preparing an ice-cold glass of nutritious Lucis milk for you, with a thick foamy head on it, just the way you like it. You cannot hope to beat Arthur and a butler off. He's simply the best there is. Equius thanked Arthur. You accept the frosty beverage and give the good fellow a grateful pat as gently as possible. Seriously, he's like a soft summer peach. Equius drink Lucis milk. Lucis milk is the secret to being strong. Actually, it isn't. You'd like to think that, though. The truth is, you're really strong because you're kind of a freak. You were chosen by one of the strongest Lucis species on the planet. It was the only sort of custodian that could handle raising you. Whoops, there goes the glass, as usual. As usual, it sends you into a rage. The spilled milk quickly evaporates. Gotta do something to calm yourself down. Let off some steam. Equius equip a bow. You mean equip. Equip a bow. Equip. A little archery practice ought to cool you off, but of course the piece of shit snaps like a twig the moment you pick it up. Actually, the feel of the brittle wood giving way under the astonishing might of your man-grit is starting to calm me down already. You equip it to your half-bowkind specibus, which is pretty much useless. You also keep a plain old bowkind specibus in the event that you are able to fire an arrow someday, because a boy can dream, right? But for more practical purposes, you keep a fistkind card on hand. You store them all in your strife portfolio. Remember the strife portfolio? It still exists. It didn't stop existing or anything. Equius answer. Proceed to have a conversation we read not all that long ago and went mostly like this. But when all is said and done, you are quite sure you convinced your good friend to stay on the right team. Not the team full of degenerates with swill coursing through their veins. You're starting to get worked up again. Routine helps calm you down. Maybe you will talk to another friend. You talk to him every day for some reason, though it's not exactly right to call him a friend, since you despise him. Your relationship with the fellow is difficult to describe. It should be noted that in troll language, the word for friend is the exact same word as for enemy. Equius, talk to friend, enemy. Have I ever told you what a reprehensible disgrace you are? Oh wait, I read that wrong. Have I ever told you what a reprehensible disgrace you are? Ah, fuck yeah, only every motherfucking day, bro. I'm not in a very good mood. There are a few things I'd like to get off my chest. Motherfucker, spill it. Don't be all keeping that shit bottled up like a fucking all shaked up bottle of Fago. Fuck, dog, I'm thirsty. I'm down to my last bottle and I don't fucking know if I can get any more in this motherfucking magic land, so I don't know. What you appear to know is exactly how to maximize my livid contempt for you, with your revolting language and your sense of decorum, at such breathtaking odds with the richness and perfection of your blood. I just hate you so much. That's cool. I can't all be making not everybody happy all the time. If we ever met, I could bake you a fucking pie, and we could chill, and maybe we'd be better bros that way. And the degrees to which you pollute your precious blood with your bottled fizzy sugar and soporific toxins, maddening, you will stop. Whoa, I will? How do you know that? No, you don't understand. It's not a prediction, it's an order. I command you to stop. Oh, alright, brother, you motherfucking got it. What? Are you serious? Yeah, I mean, you gotta show some faith in your friends, 'cause they're all the ones who's being the lookout for you. So fuck, if you say I'm not doing the shit right, then what the motherfuck do I know? No, this is unacceptable. Okay, let's start over. I apologize. I was completely out of line, and I'm sorry. I have no right to talk to you like that, or tell you what you can't do. No worries. It's not my place. Your habits notwithstanding, I am lesser than you, and inferior. Okay. Don't you understand that you're better than me? Can you please act like it? That's not a command, it's just a polite request, I guess. Okay, I can try, but man, I don't know if I know how to be like a better motherfucker than any other motherfucker. Look, it isn't that difficult. Try to be cognizant of your desires and needs, and attempt to regard those around you as simple vehicles meant to bring about your gratification. Whoa, what? What are you doing? Right now. It sounds as if you have begun playing with the red team. Is this true? Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm all up in the fucking shit of this wicked mystical motherfucker. I bonked an imp on the head with a club, and then a little later, I scared one with a horn. Good. This is very good. It really pleases me to hear tales of physical subjugation. I presume these were lesser beings, toiling in the lower ranks of some hierarchy. Well, yeah, they're underlings. And there's some subjugation involved for fucking sure. But now we kinda settled down and me and the imps are sharing some pie. These motherfuckers are pretty dope, actually. I like them. Okay. It pleases me considerably less to hear things like that. But I've already stated I have no right to be disappointed by your conduct, so I will try to control myself. Ah, shit, bro. I don't want to be all like to disappoint you. What can I do to make a brother fucking shape his shit up? If I could make you smile, it'd be the best fucking miracle I ever did part of. Honk, honk, honk. Would it be too much to ask for you to maybe boss me around a little? You mean like role-playing? If it would help to couch it in those terms, then yes, I guess so. But not the especially juvenile kind. Let's keep it serious and professional. I'll try, but I'm not much fucking good at it, I think. Just say anything, as long as it's authoritative. Okay. Hey you, don't go near the motherfucking ocean, 'cause I told you not to a bunch of times. Shit is straight up dangerous, and I'm getting my harsh on about it. Decent. I don't live near the ocean though, so it's hard to immerse myself in the scenario. Alright, well, aren't you all not supposed to? What kind of mischief do you get your bad fucking self up to? I do so many bad things, just awful things. I'm incredibly impudent, and a superior needs to put me in my place. Okay, well, don't be doing all those bad fucking things, bro. Yes, that's good. Like that. Cut that shit out. I'm so all meaning this. Excellent. Now tell me this, High Blood. I've been roughhousing a little bit too hard lately. I've made a bit of a mess, and anyone in a position of authority would surely be cross about it. Huh? Cross. Oh. What do you make of it, this wretched behavior? Fuck, man, I am so motherfucking salty about all that business you said. Fuck, I'm like all moving my mouth and the wicked noise is coming out in the frumpiest way possible. And it's going at your direction, 'cause that's the direction to be fucking angry at. Yes, so good. I am presently whipped into a state of contrition, one befitting of our class disparity. But I'm starting to perspire again, so it's best that we stop. Thank you for indulging me. No problem, bro. It's cool we can all up and motherfucking open up a little bit with each other. Like bros. If there's stuff you wanna get off your chest, dude, like, I said I'm fucking here for a motherfucker. Kind of like a miracle, how it's always there, never goes away, you know? No, but I comprehend the sentiment. I have lots of thoughts, but they're difficult to communicate, if you'll listen. Sure. Honestly, I'm confused by the social order. Man, me too. I don't know what color is what, so I don't bother with thinking on that motherfucker. See, that's what I mean. How is it possible for one of your distinction to be so ignorant and loathsome, whereas a member of the most abject, verminous bloodline of all can conduct herself with such grace and possess nothing but admirable mannerisms? I find these striking juxtapositions perplexing and, I confess, strangely intoxicating. I wonder if I've gone mad to form such a pact with her. Whoa, I got no fucking clue what you're talking about. Who is she? I shouldn't be talking about this. You're the enemy. Centaur Sescal ceased trolling, terminally capricious. Oh boy, that was a thing. That's always a fun one to read. Goddamn Equus. Oh, and my legs hurt. I have to stretch. Just moving things around. Okay. Vriska, be in cahoots with Equus. Cahoots. Equus. What? Hey, I'm about to meddle with so many losers right now. How many? So many. All the losers. All of them. Good. Use your cunning and venom to make them envy our nobility. Oh man, was that sarcasm? That sounded like sarcasm. No, humorous insincerity is for pedantic wigglers. I know you never make jokes. I was the one being sarcastic, you stooge. I was being sarcastic about you being sarcastic, duh. That's because you're a little worse than me. The fuck I am. Anyway, hey, did you finish Iradia's present yet? I'm about to fuss with her, and I want to know if I can keep my promise or if you're going to make a liar out of me. It's finished. I will deliver it shortly. Great. Thanks, buddy. I'll be waiting here for you. I am happy to help, but I don't understand why you're intent on gratifying that worthless peasant. Because I promised I would, and it's none of your damn business. Man, quit your prying. Always fidgeting and poking and prying. Fine, then let's proceed with the plan in a curt and professional manner. Agreed. So just to review, we will let Aradia perpetrate her cute little ploy on Solix and usurp his power. Yes. Isn't it funny when these chumps try to get all tactical and underhanded? It's really adorable. I guess it is pretty quaint. Anyway, she makes her little power grab, and that's when we both step in and usurp her as co-leaders, right? That's the plan. Okay, good. Then the best team will be led by the two highest bloods, the way it should be. Or at least, the highest bloods who aren't shitty clown worshippers or underwater freaks. Sound good? Yes, we're in absolute agreement. Yes. 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 Yes! Stop. Great, what a great team we are. Hey, you wouldn't be planning anything sneaky, would you? No, don't be absurd. Are you? What? How could you suggest such a thing? Man, so insulting. Okay. Perfect. We have the perfect plan, and no one is plotting any sort of double crossings or backstabbery or anything like that. There are no double crossings up my sleeve. Also, I don't have sleeves. I'm as transparent as I can, and my word is my bond. I know, don't worry, dude. I trust you completely. You know, I can feel you trying to read my mind. Bullshit. Probably just another one of your many daily rage aneurysms. Why don't you cool your jets and have a glass of gross muscle beast milk? Get out of my head. It's making me angry. Try to remember who built your arm for you. Oh god, don't you dare. Robo-slap. Aqueous, go check on Aradia's present. You delve deeper into your hive, where you store many of your robotic projects. The lair doubles as the caged arena where you battle them. Under the tarp is the completed GIF. You of course have no intention of delivering this to your neighbor as promised. You naturally will double-cross your accomplice, just as you assume she has plans to double-cross you. You assume she is assuming the same of you. Business as usual for Blue Bloods. You will deliver it to Aradia yourself to gain her favor, and then double-cross her and take your rightful position as team leader. How ironic that someone of your blood purity must work to win the favor of the lowest sort of peasant. Humiliating. Strangely titillating, even. But in the end, class order will be restored. Aqueous, remove tarp. You reveal her sparkling new chassis. You have paid a great deal of attention to quality and detail in this model. She is perfect. You don't know what to make of the feelings she stirs. For one like you to entertain thoughts of attraction for such genetic filth would be utter depravity. Exquisite, delectable depravity. Why, Aradia, it appears the red glass of your eye has caught the pink and green glint of the moons in their perigees. The sweet poetry almost makes a man forget how the grime that once filled your veins made his stomach turn. It is a good omen for illicit lovers. Could you imagine the scandal if anyone found out? No one must ever know. But worry not. Your heart will pump no more of that despicable red sludge. You have been given a new heart. You can be taught the ways of the class you were always meant for. No one is beyond redemption. Be grateful, dear Aradia. For the first time in your meaningless life, you have met a man with true compassion. And just what do you think you're looking at? Keep your cold mechanical judgment to yourself, as if your own record is so spotless. Don't forget who made you. Oh, what's that? My, that is a smart mouth you have. That was the last straw. An example must be made of this insubordination. Example. Robosplode. Pop. The Caternet of Doomsday dice cascader is unfortuitously activated. Strike back the Midnecker using awesome dice-based technology. Ah, that thing, right. The lousy thing breaks. You seriously cannot believe how unbelievably shitty this Doomsday device is. Snap. Goes boom. And a cave-in on the spider. Arthur! And Arthur also falls. Moments earlier. Risk a medal with Terezi. It looks like tonight we'll have to break your truce, or at least suspend it. Hope you don't mind. How do you figure that? Because tonight we will play a game together, for the first time in, I don't even know, forever. The truce wasn't about not playing games together, dummy. It was about not stabbing each other in the back anymore, and stopping the endless cycle of revenge, and above all, not using your powers to hurt people who don't deserve it. Man, you'd like to give me such a hard time about all that. I can't catch a break. Can't you see I'm trying to put all that behind me and make amends with everybody? No, of course you can't see that. What am I saying? It's hard to believe you with all the lying you've done. Your blueberry bubblegum words still smell pretty good, but your deceit stinks. I'll prove it to you. I'm giving Aradia a present that will make her feel all better finally. Then I'll be in the clear. Phew, totally redeemed. You'll see, I mean smell. I don't know why you'd bother trying to help her. She won't care. Whatever it is you did to her, I think you broke her brain. It's so terrible. Man, why can't you cut me some slack for once? It's not like I even did anything that bad to you. I lost 7 eyes, but you only lost 2. I would say you came out ahead in that bargain. I know, and actually, I never really got the chance to thank you. Ugh, your sarcasm really stings, when here I am just trying to be nice. Okay, I guess I deserve it. I'm serious, though, but I don't expect you to get that. Ah, fine, be that way. But you shouldn't sit there and pretend it were so different. Remember Team Scourge? How convenient all that must be to have forgotten. You were so nasty. Oh man, if you crossed Terezi Pyrope, you were fucked. Yeah, if you were a bad guy. We were supposed to be like vigilante duo dispensing justice. And you could take the bad guys home and feed them to your stupid spider. But instead you just fed her everybody, and lied and lied and lied. Yeah, those were the days. I mean, days full of mistakes and regret. But it was still a lot of fun, watching you dismantle huge teams of flarbros with nothing but politics and head games, without even using any special powers. Wow. Come on, what do I have to do here? I don't know. Well, if you want to know what I think, you should start changing your tune. Because even though you got all these highfalutin morals and fancy reservations, you know as well as me that a killer is a killer is a killer. There's no changing your ways for good, and one day you are going to flail that silly little cane of yours and not find nothing to bump into and fall face first into the shit again. And you're going to do something terrible to somebody and wish you could take it back, but you can't. And then you'll work hard to win back their trust, and you'll try and try and try, and you'll never see how hard it is. You'll see. I doubt it. You'll see. I'm whispering that, and it is echoing and ominous. You'll see. You'll see. Yee. Oh, well, you can. It's Circuit. Ha ha ha. Whoa, what was that? What was what? There was a lot of noise outside my hive. It sounded like an explosion. Wow, really? And then another one. And now that something sounds like an avalanche. Well, if I had to guess, I would say it was probably 2 explosions and then an avalanche. That dumbass is probably punching robots again. I will go outside and look. Okay, try not to get burned or crushed to death or anything that would be awful. You got it. Mouse. And much earlier than that. Gallows calibrated began trolling Apocalypse Arisen. How is he? Okay, he can't walk though. Probably never will. Maybe he could be fixed with robo-prosthetics if he didn't mind getting help from... No. Neither he or I should ever have anything to do with those hateful snobs. It was a big mistake. No offense. That's okay. I'm a little too teal for their taste anyway. I don't see why they'd lift a finger to help him. They hated us both so much. I'm so mad. I hope you're not thinking of doing anything in retaliation. It'll end badly. You should let me handle it. I'm not scared of her. She can't control me. She's tried it. It doesn't work. I know. But trust me, if you piss her off, she'll find a way to get you. This is really tricky. Just let me deal with it. But it was my fault. I was distracted when I could have helped him. I was too. We were both distracted by the same thing. Yeah. Who was he, anyway? Pretty sure it was Visca's friend. What was he doing there? Watching us? Who knows? He's not really her friend, though. You should see how he talks about her behind her back. She has no idea how bad he's playing her. But then I don't think he knows how bad she's playing him either. It's complicated. You really need to stay out of it and just let me deal with this. I guess so. I feel powerless sitting here doing nothing, though. It's like she wins even if you get her back. Don't think of it that way. I know how to stop her. Trust me. I guess our gaming days are over then. Us 4 at least. Yep, I'm pretty much done with her. It's probably best you listen to the advice of your friend. And yet the voices are as lucid as ever. They urge you to make her pay. Aradia, make her pay. It's a shame it had to come to this. You don't like summoning the spirits of the dead to settle scores. But if she had to face her victims again, maybe she'd finally learn to feel remorse. A lot of half-eaten trolls and spiderwebs. Brisket, answer the white text guy. And I have to highlight everything again. Okay. Well, what? I'm surrounded by ghosts, kind of freaking out about it. I know. I'm asking what you intend to do about it. I don't know. I guess I'll just curl into a little ball and cry and hope they go away? Is that what you want to hear, you sick fuck? Aren't you going to kill her? Who? Your friend. The one who summoned the spirits. Will that make them go away? Does it matter? She brought them here to torment you. This obviously warrants revenge. You know you're going to anyway. You won't be able to help yourself. I don't have to do shit. Maybe I don't mind ghosts. Maybe they'll be great company once I get used to them. No, they are terrifying you. There's only one thing to do. Okay, so why don't you kill her? Be my guest. Wow, thanks for offering. What a pal. That's not how I work. Oh, really? Well, you seem pretty excited about killing Tavros, too. And you even helped. So I guess that's how you work after all. Not really. All I did was stand somewhere for a few minutes. I just gave you an opportunity to do something you wanted to do anyway. You hated him, remember? I know I did. I still do, I guess. I don't know. But I was never going to kill these people. They were like off limits, I guess? These games were just supposed to be fun and serve no other purpose. They were serving a very important purpose. Yeah, okay, you getting off on talking a girl into killing her buddies sure is important. Loser. Anyway, I didn't talk you into anything, nor am I doing so now. You were and are going to do this regardless. I only ever place myself into positions of tangential involvement with events that will bring about my employer's entry into the universe. I oversee the events as they take place and ever so slightly nudge them into motion when necessary. I'm beginning to think you believe that. So delusional. You're just a pathetic, lonely gamer who buys into his own character profile bullshit. The omniscient have no need for beliefs and no room for delusion. Ha! You're the dumbest omniscient person I ever met. You sure know a lot, but I know for a fact there's stuff you don't know. That's true, but the gaps in my knowledge exist by design. They are the pillars of shadow on which my comprehensive vision is built. Necessary pockets of void meant to effectuate outcomes I've foreseen and which will require my influence. Each dark pocket, in time, will be filled, but I wonder why I waste this nuance on you. Because you need to add more blatant lies to patch up all the holes in your sad cover story? I don't lie. Deception is only necessary for those like you to achieve their objectives. I play with my cards face up. Isn't it funny how during our various matches I can tell you what my moves will be in advance and still win? Yeah, but I'm getting closer to beating you. You'll see. Look at that. The short amount of time I have reserved for arguing with the child has expired. I will go. But maybe you're right. Maybe you are a person with free will, and you won't kill your friend. What do I know? Enjoy your hunting. Vriska, make her pay. Of course, he's right. Not much point in living with all these moaning spooks just to spite some guy you don't give a shit about. But how to go about it? Can't control her. It can be difficult to manipulate the mind of the psychically gifted. Let's see, who else is there? Terezi? Forget about it. What about that guy? Nah, her? Nope. Not him either. How about this guy? Unfortunately, you can only control him about half the time. Then again, that should be all the time you need. Aradia! What? Nice trick with the ghosts and all. Man, you got me pretty good. I'd rather not talk to you. Fair enough. Just wanted to say I'm sorry, that's all. I'm not the one you should apologize to. Yeah, I know. I'll make it up to him one day. Don't worry. Anyway, hey, guess what? I've got a message for you from your boyfriend. He's outside your hive right now. Not falling for it. Take a look. I don't see anything out there. Well, okay, I'm just a messenger. If you want to risk missing him, then suit yourself. Later. It must be a trick. He surely would have told you if he was making the trip all the way out here from his hive stem. Solix? Arrivederci, Megiddo. Be the white text guy. You tried to be the white text guy, but failed to be the white text guy. No one can be the white text guy except for the white text guy. The white text guy is known as Doc Scratch. He's an officer of an indestructible demon known as Lord English. His job is to pave the way for the arrival of his master, who will be summoned upon the termination of the universe. He has worked at this task for many centuries and will continue to do so until the Great Undoing. Scratch is Alternia's first guardian. Every planet destined for intelligent life has such an entity meant to protect it and facilitate the planet's ultimate purpose. A first guardian is typically almost as old as the planet itself, and each has a unique, circuitous origin through the knots of paradox space. They can be born into a great diversity of forms, though they all share a common, especially potent genetic sequence. The code grants them near omnipotence, and when merged with the host of a great intelligence, near omniscience as well. What will he do? It's up to him. All we can do is stand here and watch. What's he up to now? Hard to say since we're not telling him what to do. Guardians can never be told what to do, neither the omnipotent kind nor the ordinary kind who raise kids in houses. It's a universal law of reality. Looks like he's pondering over his next move in a game he's playing with some wicked troll girl down on the planet. Usually these matches are no contest, but she has been getting closer to beating him lately, and he has no idea how this is possible. Uncertainty, though rare, is quite a troubling sensation for the omniscient. What's this? It appears someone is contacting him. More bothersome uncertainty. How is it this youngster is able to relay unsolicited messages? He doesn't even have an account name. Hey, white text guy, I have a tip for you. How are you able to contact me? Never mind, I figured it out instantly. Really? Yes, through my limitless intellect. Occasionally I discover there are things I have not always known. It gives me the opportunity to make deductions, which are practically always flawless. It's gratifying. Okay, that's neat, I guess. You asked your clever friend with colorful spectacles to trace the source of my messages. He then established a relay for your messages to reach this source through some sort of computational proxy. I gather he has recovered from his implementation as a weapon in the sabotage of your mutual friend, whom you both believe to be dead. Oh my god, white text guy, shut up! I'm trying to give you a message here. I have a name. It is not white text guy. Oh, what is it? I'm not going to tell you my name. But if you wish, you may refer to me as Mr. Vanilla Milkshake. You are so weird. Why would I do that? It is perfectly in keeping with a habit which you will develop in the future. I doubt it. Why? It sounds kind of silly and frivolous. Wow, why do you keep derailing me? You're right, Solix is working with me, and we have important business for you to consider. Wait, you said we believe our friend is dead. Is she not? Yes, I said you believe she is dead, and soon you will believe she is not. Both statements are true, and yet each exhibits a trace of falsehood. Wow, why did I bother axing? No wonder she snapped. She's got to deal with your stupid riddles all the time. Anyway, can you just help me get revenge so we can call it a night? Why would I involve myself in your paltry feud beyond the extent I already have? I believe the need to exert such influence has come to an end. Because you'll want to, when you hear what I have to say. I doubt it. Haven't you wondered how she can come close to beating you in games lately? Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't deduced it yet with your shiny white superbrain. It's disturbing, but sometimes that is the nature of these hollows in my perception. It feels a bit like dark water sloshing about the cavity in my head. What do you know of this? She's cheating. She always cheats if she can find a way. Lately she's used the same advantage she uses against me when we play games. but she told me about it. She tells me lots of stuff like that, probably to rub it in my face, but she never risked telling you. What advantage is this? Hold on, I have to talk to your partner in crime for a second. I thought you were hers. I thought you were hers. Orchestrate demise of the wicked. She went too far this time, and she knows it. She's got to pay. Justice is long overdue. The only sad part is how easy it's going to be. It will take no skilled manipulator to orchestrate her downfall. She's a waste of your talents. Contact partner in crime. Hey, Vriska, anything to say? No, about what? About killing her, after you said you wouldn't. Oh, that? I thought we were done talking about it. We concluded I messed up, and I'm completely horrible in every way. I can only feel so awful, you know. Here, I'm banging my head against the desk now. Bang, bang, bang. Are you happy? Not really. Ugh, what do you want from me? I'm not sure. I guess I'm looking for some reason to change my mind. I don't know what you can say that'll do it. I sort of hope there's something, though. You should lighten up a bit. Maybe even congratulate me. Wow, great job, Visca, single-handedly taking out team charge like that. No more competition from those low-class clowns. That wasn't it. Okay, well, change your mind about what? What are you going to do, Pyrope? I was probably just going to kill you. You mean from your tree with your amazing powers? Tell me, what sort of powers do tree girls have? Swinging from vines and stuff? My tree doesn't have vines. Sometimes I let other people swing from ropes, though. Yeah, anyway, you'll be dead in a couple of minutes. Yeah, right. Complete and total muscle beast shit. If you don't believe me, why don't you consult with your little advantage? It seems to have all the answers. I don't need to do that to know you're spluffing. Yeah, but you know you're gonna anyway. Addiction is a powerful thing. See ya. Consult little advantage. She can't be serious. What could possibly lead to your demise in a matter of minutes? What could it possibly be? You consult your magic cue ball, an extremely rare treasure you recently plundered from an ancient crypt, and one of many rumored to be hidden across the globe. Each at one time belonged to the strange and powerful man fabled to live on this green moon, but have since managed to escape his vision. It is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Unfortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface that allows you to view the prediction. So who could say for sure whether its predictions were accurate? It requires someone with X-ray vision, or just maybe someone with vision eightfold. You channel your powerful eyesight through your customized lenses and whisper to the little faithful oracle, should you be worried about Terezi's threat. Terezi, inform Mr. Vanilla Milkshake about his missing orb. Yes. She has what? Ooh. Okay, little ball, fine. If you're so smart, then answer this. How is it going to happen? How? I will explode in your face. In the aftermath of the most recent misfortune, one retrieves his dead custodian from the rubble below. Another finds her struggling to survive. You guess you've got to put her down. The question is, do you have the luck to get it done? Would a sufficient roll even qualify as good luck in this case? You don't know. Risk or roll. Maybe the dead girl is onto something. Maybe the only way to beat your bad luck is not caring about the outcome. 7 of the florid octet land, narrowing the feed down to a full 8 times 8. 1 tumbles through the air. It will decide among the 8 remaining techniques. 8. Guillotine de la Maquis. Au revoir, Spider-Mom. Your mercy killing triggers another avalanche. More rotten luck. Vriska, what's her deal? What's the deal? What do you mean? Why did you just zap Equus into the game? His hive disappeared. Are you not happy about that? Hell no, I was supposed to get your surprise present from him, that he was keeping for me, but only temporarily. And then we were going to jump into the game together as co-leaders, remember? You were about to be killed by his hive. Proceeding with that plan would have made sense. We certainly don't need 2 dead players. But, you knew this was going to happen. You were planning it all along. You're planning all of this. I know a schemer when I see one. Yes, it was the plan. It had to go this way. No, it had to go the way we said it would. I was going to give you the present I convinced him to make for you. Me. It wouldn't have gotten made if not for me. And then you could have a body again and everything would be fine, and then we could go back to being friends again. Were we ever really friends? Yeah. I don't know. I felt like we were even if you didn't think so. I guess I'm not very good at acting like a friend, or saying stuff like, hey friend, you're my friend. It doesn't really occur to me. But you were. Why would you play with me if you didn't think I was your friend? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Ugh, more of this apathetic baloney. Why don't you cut the ghost girl act already? I get it, you're dead and spooky. Ribbit. Okay. Pretty odd, sorry. That's cool, you can ribbit if you want. In a weird way, it almost makes you sound normal. So what now? I guess you and Equius co-lead since he managed to usurp me, that cunning bastard? I guess I follow you into the game instead? Fine by me. I'll follow you guys. Just give me my orders, boss. No, you're not on the blue team. Oh, what the fuck? You were never going to be. I get it. I finally see now. This is your revenge. You finally did it, Megiddo. You got me pretty good. Well played. It's not revenge. You were always supposed to be on the red team. You'll believe me later when you wake up. What a load of shit. You've been plotting your revenge since day one, and I fell for it like a sucker. Can't say I blame you. I've never thought about revenge at all. But why not? I killed you. I don't care. Ah! You're so infuriating. Why can't you just hate me? It would be a lot easier that way. Or at least feel bothered or annoyed or something. God. Maybe I should just rip my heart out of my chest and pound it into a bloody pulp here on my desk with my super strong robot arm. Pound, 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 pound. Look at that, more nasty blue blood all over me. Why not? Might as well open the floodgates and paint my whole hive with this oh so enviable cerulean swill. Because clearly it's up to me to feel emotions for the both of us, you miserable soulless witch. I hate you. Hate, 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 hate. I only regret killing you because it made you so boring. Sorry. I don't want to be on the red team. It's full of jerks who think I'm just a big jerk. They need you, though, and it's where you need to be. Karkat will be in touch with you soon. Oh god, I can't wait for that conversation. Also, if it's any consolation, the teams are meaningless anyway. What? Why would that be consolation? It's more vague, spooky nonsense. Fuck you for me trying to help you. Fuck the blue team. Fuck your conniving. Fuck Equise's double dealing and the stupid muscle beast he rode in on. And fuck you for saving my life. Fuck you. She is angry. She is an angry girl. And soon, in a place known as the Land of Caves and Silence. Equius, let her know the deal. Aradia, here's the deal. Now that the game has begun, the plan will be modified slightly. We will not be co-leaders of the blue team. I alone will be the leader. Is that understood? That's fine. Good. Wait, you have no objection. Are you sure? No, I'm okay with it. Do you typically embrace such a passive attitude when your superiors give you orders? I don't usually receive orders from superiors or otherwise, but really, it's fine. What? I think I should get a towel. I'm perspiring heavily again. Why? What's wrong? Never mind. I'm trying to stay professional about this. About what? What are you talking about? Forget it. It's just pleasant to consort with one of the lesser breeding who clearly understands her place. I've understood for some time that this will be my role, to function as your server player, and that you will be the team leader as the first in the chain. Perfect. Then we are on the same page. I look forward to seeing how well you serve me, server player. That's not quite the meaning of the word server. What do you mean? As your server, I manipulate your environment to help you advance. I don't understand. Are you saying that you are in a position of control over me? I suppose so. Oh. What? Oh my god. This is impropriety of a caliber I cannot even... You are as low on the hemaspectrum as possible. To consider that someone so low could be in a position of authority over me is just... It's just so disgusting. You really are quite a snob. No, it's filthy. I need some air. Or some cold milk. Or a towel. I need a towel. Where the fuck are all my fresh towels? I mean, fiddlesticks. Please pardon my language. It won't happen again. You look really agitated. Are you sure you're all right? I'm fine. I'll be fine. I just need to breathe and to break something, possibly. Break something? Yes, it helps me relax. Oh, I think I understand. Do you? I like breaking things. I didn't used to, but now I do. It's fun. Hello, are you sure you're okay? Yes. You really do look like you're sweating pretty hard. I just need a blasted towel. Where did that Arthur get off to? Maybe you should break something, to try to calm down. Perhaps. Do you want me to break something? Well, what? I could break something if you want. Do you want to break something? Kind of. Okay. Equius, I'm about to throw an ablution trap through your wall. Heads up. Yes. Yes, that was wonderful. It was pretty cool. But could you please refrain from dipping into the vernacular of commoners? In fact, this is an order from your leader. Call things by their proper names. What? You want me to call it a bathtub? That sounds ridiculous. Nevertheless, do it. Fine. Now, could you please, do that again? What? You want me to throw the trap through your wall again? I mean the tub? Yes. Is that an order? Yes. Wait. I don't know. What don't you know? Maybe I don't want to order you to. Maybe I want you to do whatever things you want to do. I really have no idea what you're talking about. You could cause quite a bother for me with the power you wield. I can do nothing to stop you, peasant girl. It's so magnificently depraved. You are so weird, and this is coming from a ghost, Ribbit. What was that? Are you role-playing now? Stop. It's unbecoming. Sorry. You're better than that, and by better I mean worse. Much, much worse. Downright coarse and degenerate, just reprehensibly sordid. Actually, yes, you may roleplay and proceed to deepen this already irretrievable debauchery. In fact, I command it. I command you to have free will and to do as you please, and continue being bothersome and unpredictably destructive. I mean, if you want. I'm not really role-playing. I'm part frog, but okay. I guess I can break some more stuff. Ribbit. Yes, ribbit again. I can't really control the ribbits. I will make haste through this mysterious realm and find your gate. It will pose no challenge for me at all. Yeah, I know. I will then give you your new body, and you may take your rightful place as my subordinate. Sure. Actually, now I'm beginning to wonder. What? Whether I want you to be my subordinate. I hope this doesn't sound too strange. Everything you say sounds strange. Maybe I would like you to be the co-leader again. Okay. In fact, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm entertaining this thought. It feels just vile. Try not to roll your eyes at me. I don't have pupils. Would you mind terribly being the leader? Fine. But don't tell anyone. You will be the leader of me, and I will lead all else, and you would in fact be the secret leader. Yeah, sure. That's pretty much how it is anyway. Yes, that's the spirit. You take to authority well for one of your blood. I don't have blood. Not yet, but soon your heart will beat anew, and through it fresh blood and fresh passion. Wow, can you just bring me the robot already? On my way. Ribbit. Equius, proceed to second gate. Strong jump. Ruin. This poses no challenge for you at all. Equius, enter. Strong fall. Equius, deliver present. It looks nice. Yes, it is perfect in every way. Ribbit, do you have a clean towel anywhere? Enter the soulbot. Oh boy, here comes the fun part. I think it suits you, much more so than the form of the levitating ghostly amphibian. How does it feel? It feels different. Okay, but I mean, do you feel anything else? Any sort of stirring sensations? Stirring? Yes, such as sensations which may be stirred by flowing blood and a beating heart. I'm not sure. Can you detect anything within you might describe as smoldering passion? I mean, just out of curiosity. Wait, what is that? What's what? This feeling. Oh God! Oh my God, what did you do? Did you program this robot to have feelings for you? Romantic feelings? Answer me, blue blood scum. Yes, it's the chip in your heart. Is that not okay? Get it out. Or I guess I can uninstall it if you would just get it out. Sorry, I'll get it out, 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 get it out. Rips out the heart. Pounds it into the ground. Smacks Equius around. Screaming and yelling and bloody. And gives him a kiss anyway. Okay. Nepeta, update wall. You consult your shipping wall. Clearly some changes are in order. You must admit you didn't see this one coming, even with your remarkable matchmaking acumen. You should probably recolor all the Iradia panels so she looks like a robot too. It's a major commitment keeping up with your ships, but it's worth it. All the cute ships. Carquette, recruit Visca. Okay, this is going to sound preposterous given our last conversation, and I guess practically every conversation preceding it, and I'm probably going to have to do something completely disgusting like apologize, and even though I'll hate myself for it, I will totally mean it, I promise. Like, really, really mean it. You're going to ask me to join your team, aren't you? Yeah, how did you know? I don't seem to have much of a choice now. Iradia kicked me off the good team. Haha, wow, this is great. Wait, sorry. No, wait, I don't have to apologize. That's right, you have no choice now. I apologize to myself for offering you a shitty, meaningless apology. Apology accepted, Carcat. Let's bury the Thresher with a totally platonic bro-bulge bump. Bump. Ha 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 ha. You dork. Do you really think your usual pedantic quips are going to bug me now? I'm not trying to bug you. I'm trying to get you to join my damn team. Now step in line, Circuit. I was just betrayed and abandoned by my 2 accomplices and best pals, and on top of that I am soaked in the blood of my Lucis, which has just had to decapitate myself. So listening to a crabby asshole be all tickled with his own mediocre retorts isn't going to spoil my evening. Okay, well, sorry to hear about that. But I mean, you can just dump her carcass in the kernel and bring her back stronger than ever. Wow, good to know, I guess. Now why don't you just hop in the trap, wash that nasty blue shit off, and join our fucking session already? What? It's so rude to just dictate hygiene procedure to a lady, under any circumstance, even for douchey loudmouths with delusions of leadership. Maybe you should try to think about that, the dumb things that fall out of your protein chute for once, Fantas. Blah, 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 now my chute is doing a fucking stellar impression of something that doesn't give a shit. Anyway, you know my blood's the prettiest, and you'd obviously kill to have it. No, it sucks. Totally happy with mine. Nice try, though. Bullshit. Why would you hide behind your lame gray anonymity, then? You do realize everyone thinks that's totally lame, right? It's nobody's business. I don't see why it should be a matter of public record. I'm not going to wear that shit on my sleeve like you do, literally and figuratively. It's private, so everyone can go point their probing busybody sniff nodes up their own impertinent seed flaps. Fine, like anyone really cares. It's just lame and insecure. So why don't you tell me what I've got to do here? I await instruction from my big shot, A-blooded leader, yeah. Okay, first things first. You've got to connect with Tavros quickly and get him in the session before he gets killed. Ugh. What? Can't someone else do that? No. Why? What's the big deal? Just do it. But I hate that guy. Who cares? This is your command decision? Getting someone who hates a guy to save his life? Pretty weak, boss. Why do you even hate him? It's fucking ridiculous. If anything, you should pity him. Especially since you were the one who paralyzed him. I know. I don't really understand it. It's just a really special kind of hate. It never goes away and it doesn't make a lot of sense. This is kind of a weird time to be confiding in me about your feelings of black romance, but okay. Oh god, what? I mean, if you're really implying Tavros is your Kismesis, I think you're both bringing up the wrong fun nub. Both parties have to hate each other equally. I mean, like, true hate. Maybe your feelings come somewhat close to fitting the bill, but I don't think he can hate anyone. It's weird. He's kind of broken in the head. Fuck, what are you talking about? I think the subject is beyond a lot of people's grasp, but I know a lot about it. Nobody ever really wants to talk to me about it, though. Whoa, really? No shit, really? Okay, most people who haven't had their lobe stem cauterized are capable of feeling the two primary emotions, hate and pity. Pity is, of course, just the toned-down version of the central emotion, hate. And all the nuances of pity manifest as various other things and feelings like whatever chemical reactions trigger mating fondness for the mysterious forces that are behind moral allegiance. Carcat, holy fuck, so boring. A well-balanced person is going to have a good distribution between hate and the various pity humors. Having a good balance keeps all the emotions sharpened. See, I think that's your problem. Oh? I hope you know already I wore out some good note-taking pens today. All of the pens. All of them. See, my hate is like a finely tuned instrument because I'm aware of these principles. I can hate a hole in paradox space itself, straight through to a new reality fresh for the hating. Ha ha ha, you don't even know how much I'm laughing at this. But see, you're too heavy on the hate side, or at least you pretend to be, which is maybe worse. You aren't reading anything I say, are you? You just want to talk and talk and talk. And you think you're hating up everyone hard when you're really just burning out that entire emotional hemisphere. It's like lukewarm hate, pretender's hate, with no counterpoint at all. As such, there's no real substance to your hate. It's like a cardboard movie prop, which is why your brain is broken, kind of like Tavros's, but on the opposite hemisphere, I guess. Or maybe your broken brain led to the imbalance in the first place. I don't know. Whatever the case is, you're kind of emotionally screwed, sorry to say. Your hate's too dull for a proper kismesis, in my opinion, and I don't see anyone chomping at the bit to be your morale, honestly, unless there's someone out there who would actually bother pitying you. And landing a mate spirit? Seriously, like that would even interest you. Basically, any feature of your emotional profile that usually makes someone viable in the red rom department must be totally fried. Your black rom potential's probably toast too. Hey, are you there? Oh, yeah, I started tuning her out. Are you done? No way, I could go on. This is fascinating. Tell me how the fuck this isn't fascinating. Did you learn this crap from your awful romance movies? They're really intriguing sociologically, incredibly complex, sophisticated stories. You wouldn't get it. Hey, asshole, stop watching movies for girls. What part of intriguing sociologically don't you understand? Also, they're awesome. Shut up. Ah, okay, man, just let me connect to stupid boy dumb fuck it so I don't have to listen to this anymore. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. I never even got to the damn point. What is it now? I didn't need you specifically to connect to Tavros. I mean, I could get anyone, any schlub to do that. You just have to get in here ASAP because I really need your mind powers. You do? I mean, obviously you do. Duh. What for? I ran into someone here. A sort of a double agent, I guess. His name is Jack. He has some inside information about his kingdom, and he wants to work together with us to overthrow the Black Queen, so I said okay, and now I need your help. Okay, I can try. What does he know? He recently got hold of some intel regarding a weakness in the Queen's defenses. I don't know any more than that, but we've got to hurry and get started on this thing, or it could get kind of awkward. Awkward? What do you mean? I mean, he's just standing here now, waiting for me, I guess. But it's okay, I think he's pretty much settled down. Settled down? Well, he stabbed me once. Oh, only once. Are you sure I should trust him? I don't know if I would, but hey, I'm not the leader. No, it's cool. He's cool. It's fine. I don't really mind the stabbing. It was all a misunderstanding. Well, okay, I'm pretty sure he meant to stab me, but I kind of think that's like the way he greets people. This game is so stupid. In any case, I think he's probably all stabbed out. Woo! Oh man, since you're bleeding, I should ask Terezi what color your blood is. Good luck with that. She can't see me or smell me or anything. I'm way out of my hive somewhere else on the planet. Okay, then I'll ask Jack. No, Jack won't tell. I made him promise he wouldn't tell. Damn it, stupid, lousy, tight-lipped, stab-happy double agents. Doesn't Trollian have some kind of viewport feature? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure only Solix knows how to set that up, and he's been incommunicado for hours for some reason. Anyway, that whole feature seems totally invasive and largely pointless to me, so just forget it. Yeah, okay, so here we are about to embark on an espionage mission. A spying tool sounds totally useless. Another great point, Captain. Whatever. Just get your ass in here so we can dethrone this goddamn queen. I mean, what? It'll mean one less god boss we have to fight. Fine, I'll be right there. Just try not to lose too much of your mystery blood and die. Beat Jack a few minutes ago. You find the kid you've been looking for. He's got a pretty sharp tongue and can't seem to keep it sheathed. He should learn up front you're no stranger to sharp objects yourself. He still won't shut up, but he doesn't seem to care about the wound. He's just going on and on about the freakish color of his blood. He doesn't want you to look at it. Just look away, he says. You've got to admit, now you're curious. Jack, look at knife. You don't see what the big deal is. Nothing special. The kid's out of his mind, but he's still blubbering on and on about it. It seems he's the only one of his kind with this mutant candy red blood, an outcast. He thinks he was put on this planet covered in an ocean of his own blood to be taunted, punished for something. Saddest story you've ever heard. Gotta do something to shut him up. It's the blood symbol. Symbol of blood. Friendship. Cahoots. Karkat, be in cahoots with Jack. Operation Regisurp. Huge bitch, blah blah. You and your like-blooded accomplice soon put Operation Regisurp into motion, a contingency plan which the Archagent conveniently had on file and named himself. If it were drafted by a legitimate contingency firm, it would ostensibly have been given a better title. Your whole team executes the plan along the course of its journey, employing espionage, mind control tactics, political sabotage, vicious interrogations, and cold-blooded assassinations. Everyone does their part, and you begin to learn the true meaning of teamwork, as well as this troll disease called friendship. But before a single step is taken, Jack briefs you on the intelligence uncovered by one of his agents. It is an advantage over the Queen you will seize upon while she has let her guard down. With each prototyping by each player, the royalty of both sides would evolve. The Queen with her ring of orbs 12-fold would first take on the claws and ridged carapace of your Lucis, and then the wings and scales of Terezi's young dragon, and then the horns and gills and cloven hooves of Gamzee's fallen custodian, and so it would continue. Though a queen is a vain creature, she is also sworn to a duty. She would be braced for the heavy load of augmentation ahead. She could certainly withstand the 8 eyes of an arachnid, the fairy wings might at worst be frivolous, and the great bull horns would even be regarded as striking additions. For the matter, the sultry lips of a mother grub might be very plausibly suit her. She perhaps would wear a brave face even behind a dignified mustache, and the centauring of her lower torso could transpire without much complaint. She would dutifully indulge a lactating udder. And when all is said and done, doubling her head count would surely be insult to 11-fold injury, but nothing she hadn't essentially endured already, all in the name of her kingdom. But she would spare herself all of these additional debasements, because before the rest came, there would be one corruption to her figure she could not abide. Her vanity wouldn't allow it. She could not stand bearing the visage of the most loathsome creature known to existence. So vile in its appearance, so contemptible its purpose, all depictions of the creature, let alone members of its population, are permanently banned from any jurisdiction in the reach of her agents. Those of its kind go by many names, and so does the reviled patron guide, the Herald, the Great Detestation, King Pondsquatter, Speaker of the Vast Joke, or more commonly, Bilious Slick. His true name is of course forbidden, and wearing his face is where she drew the line. She removed the ring and concealed it in a royal vault, where she was quite sure no one was looking. She then retired to her private chamber, from which she could dispatch orders, no one the wiser of her disadvantage, or so she thought. Red Team, execute Operation Regisurp. The operation in time would be a total success. The banished quasi-royal would make the future Alternian wasteland her home, until she was given a new purpose. But at the onset, you would know nothing about the Queen's aversion to an amphibious likeness, about her orbs 12-fold, or any such details. You were informed of her disadvantage and would act accordingly. You and your red teammates would work to dethrone the Queen in your session, while the blue team members would take on the entirely separate set of royal adversaries in their own session. This was to be a competition after all, or so you thought. You'd begin to notice a strange pattern. The blue team's prototypings would affect the mutations of your session's underlings, and your prototypings would affect theirs. Though the signs pointed to 2 distinct sessions, 2 sets of mystic ruins, 2 opposing teams, 2 separate chains of connected players, this was all misleading. You were joining a particularly unusual bifurcated session, meant from the start to receive all 12 players through 2 separate connection chains. A session with one sky about which 12 planets would circle, with one army of dark and one of light, with one pair of kings and one pair of queens, and with one cantankerous archagent and his typical disdain for authority. It wouldn't be until later in the session, when the full chain was nearly closed, that you would realize the truth. The truth was that it had always been the same session all along, that your teams were not competing, but cooperating towards a common goal. In the more drawn-out form of this adventure's narrative, figuring this out would have been a huge deal. We would have been completely blown away by this stunning revelation. Wow, same session all along? Really? Huh. But since we've decided to engage this epic in shorthand, you feel you must insist that we continue with this expository interlude. It would turn out the arrangement of planets looked like this, rather, bifurcated from each other, and each team appearing to comprise a distinct chain in a distinct session without the luxury of the complete picture we see here. It appeared that way until it was time to link the 2 chains, completing the circuit of 12 and uniting the teams. For these final 2 links, Skya had a plan, as it did with the order of every preceding link, and as it did with the paradoxical seeding of its own players on the surface of the planet it would later devastate to buy itself time. Its plan was as inescapable as all others, as inevitable as the reckoning it would ultimately face. Mobius double reach around. After watching the phrases Mobius double and reach around toggle for a few minutes while in a sort of stupor, you finally snap out of it. Your attention drifts towards these 2 symbols. You would try to be these mysterious characters, but you suspect you would fail, so you don't bother. They're way too mysterious for you to be them yet. Seriously, what's up with these guys? Do they live under the water or something? What's their deal? We'll learn about all of them in a little later. For that matter, what about this young lady? What is her deal? We'll probably find out about her later, too. It will probably be quite some time before you get to her, and it could be very well be pages and pages and pages. And pages and pages and pages. Seriously, it could take forever. Enter name. Your name is Kanaya Merriam. You are one of the few of your kind who can withstand the blistering Alternian sun, and perhaps the only one who enjoys the feel of its rays. As such, you are one of the few of your kind who has taken a shining to landscaping. You have cultivated a lush oasis around your hive, and in particular you have honed your craft through the art of topiary, sculpting your trees to match the puffy oracles from your dreams. You have embraced the tool of the trade, which conveniently is the weapon of choice for those who would hunt the heinous broods of the undead, which crawl from the sand at sunrise to feast on the light and the living. It would be convenient if you actually hunted them, but it is of course far too dangerous. Every bit as suicidal as attempting to poach the terrible muscle beasts who roam at night. So you indulge in your bright fascination with the grim through literature. Just before the sun goes down and you join your flora in rest, you immerse yourself in tales of rainbow drinkers and shadow droppers and forbidden passion. You are one of the few of your kind with jade green blood. As such, you are one of the few who could be selected and raised by a virgin mother grub, an event so rare as to elude documented precedent. She would defend you from desert threats, and though her life would be short, in time you would assure her of progeny. You are one of the few of your kind whose affection for the aesthetic strongly overpowers instinctive regard for the utilitarian. As such, you are one of the few of your kind who have developed zeal for fashion and design in lively, colorful patterns. You decorate your hive with flora and fabric as delicately or as aggressively as inspiration demands. You are a seamstress, or a rag ripper, or a tree trimmer, or a lumberjack, whichever you care to be, and your unique hive is equipped with a great supply of advanced technology to accommodate your interests. The technology and indeed the hive itself were all recovered from the ruins nearby when you were very young. The seed of your hive was deployed on the volcanic rocks beneath the sand with the assistance of your Lucis and her remarkable burrowing skills, and you have lived there happily together since. You know the ruins in the hive and everything here that is not sand and rock originated from the world of your dreams. You also know that one day you will visit this world while you are awake. That day is today. Your troll tag is Grim Auxiliatrix, and you tend to enunciate each word you speak very clearly and carefully. What will you do? Kanaya, equip chainsaw. What chainsaw? You are quite sure there's no chainsaw leaning on that bookshelf. There is, however, a tube of lipstick on the floor. Kanaya, fine. Equip that then. Alright, let's settle down. No need to get hysterical. Oh, there goes your wardrobe afire again. Never a dull moment in fashion when the randomized cycle is on. Kanaya, apply. You can choose between your trademark jade or black, even though a troll's lips are naturally black. But they can always be blacker, and a lady with a true sense of style knows this. In any case, you think you'll mix things up and go with green for a while. Kanaya, enter CC. Hello! Hey, Kanaya, hi! Glub, 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 glub. You seem more excited than usual, or less. I can't tell. Help me tell without saying glub. Glub, 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 glub. I'm going to type this face now. Even though no one knows how to make a mouth do a question shape like that. Haha, sorry, I can't really control the glubs. Yes, you can, but that's fine. You can glub to the content of your collapsing and expanding bladder-based aquatic vascular system if it means you're excited about something. I am excited. Okay, why? Everything we're about to do next is exciting. It's always exciting. I'm excited. Pachoo! It looks like one of your letters got away from you. Yeah, I really launched that one. You forked an innocent D, loitering over there by the shout pole, minding its own business. Hee hee hee, glub glub glub. Hey, let's stop being retarded for a minute. Yeah, sure. I'm just worked up about this game. It will be great. I've been waiting a long time to get started. We all have. I thought so. I've been cloaked in a mood of perpetual anticipation for some time as well. We should compare notes, even though we are on different teams. Well, not really. Really? See, this is why we should be comparing notes. What notes would you like to submit for comparison? Well, I am going to join my team pretty late. I think I have to. I will need to contact after my goofball Moro does so I can keep my goggles on his nefarious escapades. It's a tough job, but it's important. Everyone has an important job to do. Yeah. Isn't that what you're doing too, joining late to keep an eye on yours? I don't know for a fact that she is mine. You're not supposed to know for a fact, dummy. You just have to do what you think is right, and even if you were wrong, the worst that happened was that you helped somebody and helped the whole world too. I know. But what I don't really want... But what if I don't really want her to be that? Glub, 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 shrug. Yeah, glub, glub, shrug is the right attitude, I think. Our minds are already made up anyway, aren't they? Yes, probably. Your clouds tell you everything, so what do you even have to worry about? They don't tell me everything, just as I am sure she doesn't whisper everything to you. That's true. Oh, shucks, now I'm going to get sad. She will be gone soon. Tough, I guess. It'll be a relief to not have to worry about keeping her voice down anymore. I wonder if any other kid on the planet has as many burdens in the fire as you. I doubt it. They aren't burdens. Okay, I guess they are, but I love them and I wouldn't have it any other way, because this is why I'm here. On that note, I think I'm going to say goodbye to her. Maybe you should too while you have the chance. Even though I'll see her again soon, which will seem kind of strange to me, but that's why this is all so exciting. Kanaya, bye! Kanaya, check on Lucis. You had nearly forgotten. Today her time would come. Maybe you should be there in her final moment, but then it isn't exactly final, is it? Death is pretty confusing without the finality. It's too late. You better change back into your work clothes. No point in getting a good dress dirty. Kanaya, go downstairs. She brought you this far. Now live up to your end of the bargain. Now to live up your end of the bargain. Kanaya, operate. Splorch. Kanaya, capture log that thing. You secure the matriorb through your chastity mode, safe and sound. You will serendipitously discover the key to unlock this card when and only when you are ready to use this item and not a moment before. Look at this mess. All this blood and sunlight is stirring bright feelings within. You often fantasize about being a true rainbow drinker from your literature. It would be a life of darting between the shadows, of persecution and being misunderstood, and of romance. You would drink heavily from its multicolored well, and the hemospectrum would be your wine list preceding the great feast of passion. Surely it couldn't hurt, while no one is looking. Kanaya, just a taste. Blech. Kanaya, meddle with Moriel. What? Just wanted you to know. Is your Lucis dead yet? Yeah, that same, yep. We always have the same conversations again and again. You will put her out of your mind for a while, which should be hours before you have to connect with her anyway. Might as well pack this thing up and head inside. Oh, what now? What could this guy want? It never ends. Can I answer CA? Can make her talk to me, do something. Who? Your no-good, conniving, fucking backstabbing girl crush, that's who. Overstating our relationship won't make me feel very cooperative. It's paler red than that, okay? That was a fucking laugh, and you know it. Everyone does. So help me out. Tell her what to talk to me. I think she blocked me. You got to. Why do I got to? I don't got to, and every time you take my help for granted, I feel like I got to a little less. Whatever, you're so the village two-wheel device when it comes to auspicizing. You can't let a grudge go by you. You won't stick your busy stem betwixt, so get with the program, fussy fangs. If your slander weren't so predictable, I'd block you too for saying that. Has it occurred to you she may have blocked you because you were just very overbearing? I just said that aloud now in your silly accent and had a private moment of enjoyment. Who gives a shit why she blocked me or about my fucking manners? Come on, you've got a way with her. I figure if you're going to get auspicized any two Brian suckers who sneered each other a funny way, you might as well make it official and just be ours, right? Your black solicitation just seems really indecent. What do you want from her anyway? She made me something per a prior arrangement. She will deliver it when we meet in this game, but I don't know what the logistics are yet. I'm trying to connight her with her, but she's blowing me off again, fickle dirt-scraping land hag. What is it? Can, stupid, what do you think? It's a fucking gizmo to blow up the world or something. Okay, well, not that, obviously, but something that'll kill all land dwellers. What else would I be after? Can you just for a moment entertain the thoughts of one untouched by megalomaniac derangement, and tell me why I'd want to assist you with that? Well, I'm not going to very well kill you, am I? That would be fucking unconscionable. What kind of friend would I be? Also, speculate for a moment that self-preservation might not be what would sway my decision. Yeah, go ahead and kiss us off, but there'll be blood on your hands. You can either play along and be our auspicious, or do a little mediating like you were fucking hatched to. Or watch C and me devolve into a fucking full-fledged kisses, the kind like you don't get once in 10,000 sweeps. You know what? It would be rainbow. You know what? Words. What is he saying? You know that's what it would be. There would be rainbow rivers running through star systems and all nebulizing like liquid fireworks. It would be beautiful and heartbreaking all at once. You should re-up on your history instead of pouring through that god-awful sunny rubbish. It's just laborious listening to this. I'm sorry. None of it matters. Yeah, it does. It's important. Sorry, but the fate of the race and purity of the bloodline is important. Excuse me for being concerned. I know, but you really should know by now the world will end tonight regardless. Land and sea dwellers alike will all die, because of the game we're about to play. And I agree to the fate of the race is important, but it's in my hands now. All of ours, really. Huh. Well, okay. Really. Ordinarily, I call bullshit on terrible stinking bullshit like that, but I know you don't really lie about that stuff, unless it's to yourself. But why would I bother even talking to you? I wouldn't even be here saying any of this otherwise. So did your clouds tell you that? The doomsday scenario in particular, no, not exactly. I got clouds and they don't tell me shit. They hide nothing but misfortune and monstrosities. Fucking pain in the ass fucking clouds. How do you know them? I have another source. Okay, well, you are jacked tight the fuck into this thing in so many ways, I don't even know what to say anymore. Whatever, we will just play and find out, I guess. So you can tell her to talk to me anyway? No. God damn it. She and me are teammates. We've got to have a powwow or something. You aren't actually on the same team. Fuck. Fine. I'll get off. Fine. I'll get it. I'll step off. You don't want to be our asbestos, because you don't want to get locked in that sort of relation with her. I can respect that. No, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Your real feelings run pretty awful ruddy, methinks. Everyone knows it. Especially that ass-blood Carcat. He and me have you so pegged about it, it's upright silly. But it's cool. It's totally fine. Don't worry. I'll leave you alone and give you a shot. It's unbelievable. Her patience. What? Whoa, wait, who? Never mind. Okay, wait, did she talk to you today? What did she say? Or glub or whatever. Something about longing to touch you indiscreetly. What? And that she's basically in the scarlet throes for you, as deep as the flush quadrant as one can be. Wait, did she actually say that? In confidence? To the letter. Can you copy exactly what she said? Absolutely not. This is bullshit. You're BSing me in some way awful. You don't lie, but you do tease, and I'll transfuse my kick-ass royal blood out with the incontinent muscle beast discharge if I won't know when I'm getting hooked. Yeah, she's just a concerned Moral looking out for you, that's all. Ah, fuck. See, I'm telling you, you gotta play your cards right. What do you mean? If you're not savvy about how you define yourself to people, you can just splash into the Moro zone before you know which way's upward. Oh. It's hard. What? Being a kid and growing up, it's hard and nobody understands. Kanaya returned to room. There's a lot to do before you enter. There will be a lot of people to talk to and help along the way. No, not meddle with or mediate. Help, damn it. You are very helpful. You have a lot of inside information on what you and your co-players are about to face. You are jacked tight the fuck into this thing in so many ways we don't even know what to say anymore. And it's not just cloud visions either. You have another source. Kanaya consult source. In one dream, the clouds pointed you to the address of a server hidden in an obscure pocket in a realm unknowable to mortals. It contains a journal written by a young member of an alien species. She has documented her experiences playing the game you are about to play. You can only assume this took place a long time ago. This race is likely ancient, preceding yours by millions of sweeps, maybe billions. You like to try to imagine the adventures of these players. Were they successful in repopulating their race? Did they manage to protect their matriarch and hatch a new mother grub? Could they hold it together, or were they torn apart by complex social dynamics? The matespritships and more allegiances and auspicisms and commissitudes that will surely plague your group along the way. You have little doubt they were succeeded with fine colors. You have little doubt their victory was because of their leader, a great heroine, the tentacle therapist. From what she recorded, it seems the group had very little knowledge of what they were getting into, and yet they appear to have been the only of their kind to have risen to the challenge in a session stacked heavily against them. You're convinced her leadership was the difference. It would be nice to have the chance to talk to her. Alas, she's likely been dead for millennia. Only the incomplete record of a long-forgotten quest remains. On the other hand, if you were to discover her quest ended in failure, it might be somewhat disillusioning. But that thought never crossed your mind. Tavros enter. Having narrowly dodged obliteration, you take your place as the paid for breath in the land of sand and zephyr. And in time. Tavros! Go outside and look what I built for you. You are going to flip. Okay. I think this is probably meant to antagonize me. What are you talking about? Look at my beautiful building. Don't you think it's about time someone got a little creative with this game? Maybe? Everyone always wants to do things the boring way. Didn't we make a truce, Tavros, that we would try to be less boring from now on? You don't want to break your truce with me, do you, Tavros? No. Great. Now get climbing. Please don't read this as a boring thing, I hope, but it's physically impossible to do that, actually. Man, I knew it. Torius News is back in action. Why didn't you, in like a not boring way, build more inclined spaces like you did over there? Maybe you could color them with fun colors, so you won't think they're boring and get angry at me some more. I built that ramp because we were in a hurry to save your life, remember? A dead Tavros is even more boring than an alive and crippled Tavros by a slim margin. My stair structure is lovely and I'm not changing it. Now hop out of your wheel device and get climbing. Climbing. Or crawling. Whatever. Stop being so helpless. It's pathetic. It will take a long time. What's the rush? You're in the game, safe and sound. Look in the sky. Do you see any meteors? I sure don't. But there are imps around, and I'll be sort of defenseless, lying down on stairs. Sigh. You did not just use that excuse. We both know you can commune with these things. Hey, why don't you physically command them to carry you up? Oh my god, that is a great idea. Once again, leave it to Vriska to come up with the creative solutions. I wouldn't really want to make them do that. I just don't understand why we can't do this the easy way. What good would that do you? Whatever the purpose of this game is, it makes you work hard for it. That way you become stronger along the way and you are better prepared for whatever's next. Remember when we used to flarp together? It was the exact same principle, and that's why you were always outmatched. You were too soft and not well prepared. Nothing comes easy, Tavros. That is why we go through the trials in the brooding caverns when we were young, to make sure we were strong when we come out. Do you remember the trials, Tavros? Not very well, no. Well, I do, and they were a bitch. But now that I think about it, it would make perfect sense if your trials were really easy by some mistake. That is why you were such a soggy phlegm sponge and why you got picked by such a sad, frail little Lucis. But that's okay, it probably wasn't your fault, just a bad break. You're just lucky you have me as a server player so I can challenge you and help you get strong. Now hop out of that seat and get climbing. I will deliver the device to you once you're at the top. Climb, pupa, climb. Maybe I should ask Tinkerbell about this. He's really smart now that he can talk. No, you don't need help from your lame bull fairy. He's only holding you back. He's my friend. God, pathetic. This is getting frustrating. Why did I have to get stuck with the cripple? Just my luck. Do you have any idea how inconvenient this is? Do you have any sympathy for what I'm dealing with here? You're so inconsiderate. You just sit there looking smug. It's infuriating to look at you. You haven't even thanked me, or apologized for that matter. Thanks, Vriska, for, saving my life. It was sure brave and heroic and pretty of you. Also, I'm sorry from the bottom of my nook. Seriously, how hard would that have been? Okay, thanks, I guess, but sorry for what? For being crippled, you ass. You want me to apologize for being paralyzed? Yes, say you're sorry. I don't mean to be rude or boring, but that's ridiculous given, the circumstances. Bullshit. It's something called basic decency and civility, you fudge-blooded boor. Now get down on your useless wobbly knees and apologize. No, I don't want to. Apologize, pupa, apologize. Say you're sorry for being a cripple. Wee, ha ha ha. Tavros, summon Rufio. Now she's done it. She's awoken the mighty inner fury that is Rufio. But unfortunately, Rufio is not real. He's imaginary, a fake, like a made-up friend, the way fairies are. You continue to be sad and alone. Vriska, wee. What an asshole. Kanaya, mediate. Hey, what's your deal? Shouldn't we be helping out with this jam instead of fussing with my plumbing? Just presenting a floating reminder that Tavros will need plenty of inclined surfaces for his ascent. That's silly. I made so many ramps, you wouldn't even believe it. I specifically decided I wanted to build something ugly and boring. It is now the land of ramps and yawns. He's reported otherwise. That lousy snitch. Maybe I should take his computer away so he can't go crying to Fussy Fangs anymore. Maybe I should upend this load gaper over your head. No, don't. I'm still learning the interface. It could happen accidentally at any moment. I'm only trying to help him. Think of another way to help. Fine. I'll do something nice. I have an idea. I'll be right back. And for the record, I was going to do this anyway. I was just trying to make him a better player first. Okay. In the meantime, how about I serve my client player the way I think is best, and you can do the same for yours? I thought I was. Vriska, scurry downstairs. You make your way down to one of your innumerable loot strongholds where you stash riches and gold and jewels and prizes plundered during your campaign. There they are, your rocket boots. You must confess you will find favor with just about any kind of footwear as long as it is bright red. You'd wear these striking boots even if they were broken pieces of junk. But as it happens, they work just fine and they are awesome. Vriska, take them. She's right, the 8-ball fetch noise. Vriska, go back up. Quit cleaning up after me! You are so ridiculous! Vriska, get code. Vriska, send code. Tavros, optimize. Tavros, fly, people! Fly! And again in time. Tavros, lead fearsome entourage into the ruins. Commune. Tavros, confer with teammate. Yes, another piece fits. We are making some strict progress on this puzzle. Oh, that's cool, I guess. So, where do you think is the next one? I don't know. Probably buried in the stupid sand somewhere like all the others. Okay, that's mostly what I was thinking too, but it suddenly doesn't sound like you think the puzzle is cool. The puzzle sucks. All these puzzles suck. If I have to help you put one more dumb slab of boring rock into another stupid wall indentation, I'm going to put an indentation in my desk with my face. But it looks like a frog, and it's kind of fun. Snore, these puzzles are for wigglers. I solved way better puzzles than this in my heyday as Mindfang. Oh look, some ruins. Oh look, another mysterious recess in the wall. I wonder if something fits in there. It probably just opens a secret passage to more wall indentations. I'm so over this puzzle. But they are necessary to solve, aren't they? To find new magic artifacts and things and learn more about the lore of this land? Tavros, let me let you in on a little secret about the lore of your land. It's boring. The minds of your consorts are very soft and impressionable, as easily manipulated as all those imps you've been bossing around. I've picked apart their tiny little lizard brains and seen through all the smoke and mirrors of their riddles. I've gotten to the truth they are guarding, the great big mystery behind this planet, and you know what it is, Tavros? No. It's bullshit. Meaningless, boring, fanciful bullshit wrapped in flowery poems to keep you guessing. It all leads to one thing anyway, and that's what we should put our attention on. Real gamers cut to the chase. They power through all the nonsense and go for the gold. They cheat, Tavros. It is time you learned to start cheating. I thought I kind of was cheating by making friends with monsters. Well, it's a good start. You are bending the rules and getting stuff done. Okay, I will admit, I am fairly impressed with your progress so far, even though you still probably haven't even killed a single enemy. No, don't bother, I know you haven't. But maybe that's okay. Maybe it's just your style, and with your real strength is surrounding yourself with allies who are much stronger than you, like me. I'm sure there's more than one way up the Escher ladder. In your case, probably the only way is to roll gently up the Escher ramp. The path of the invalid. Yeah, I agree. But I think it's time to stop fucking around. You need to be challenged more. I've been designing a quest for you that should test your true limits. Oh, is that what you were doing all this time? Yes. I mean, not that I don't appreciate it, but don't you have your own quest to do? Yeah, well, after she got me in the game, Kanaya just left me in the lurch, probably because she's dealing with her own crisis now, which is just as well because I was starting to get nannied hard. You wouldn't even believe it. Nannied. So I had some time to kill. I drew you a map. Whoa. Here, take a look. It marks what will be your new destination, where you will find the ultimate challenge. Tavros, look at map. More boring puzzles, ignore him. The 7th gate, go here. Where does it go? I've determined from your console that there is a terrible monster deep underground. It guards a hoard of treasure bigger than either of us can imagine. It's called a denizen, and it's the boss of your whole planet. Tavros, you will go and face your denizen. Won't that be too difficult? It will be the most powerful adversary you've ever met, but you can handle it. I believe in you. Thanks. I mean, I respect that you have lots of piratey bravado about stuff, and you type fast about it, but I think this is foolish and not sensible, and will probably just get killed, realistically. Maybe. That is the risk you take by being a brave adventurer. But it is a good opportunity to apply your cunning. Maybe you can rally a huge army to bend to your will and overwhelm the monster. Who knows? It's up to you. This is it, Tavros. It's time to sink or swim. I should get Kanaya's advice, or maybe Karkat since he's the leader. No! Oh god, every time, always going and getting to others to bail you out. Anyway, Kanaya is missing in action. Karkat has his head up his nook with his new stabby hate friend. Neither can help you. It's just hard to figure out if you really think this is a good idea strategically, or if it's just more of the thing where you harass me but sound excited about it. Tavros, I know nobody believes me about this, probably not even a gullible dope like you, but I actually care about your advancement as a player. Everything I have done has been to make you stronger. Okay, I still don't know what to believe about that. Ah, you are useless. I'm done talking about this. Now shut up and point that cherry vehicle of yours towards the X on the map. Next stop, Gate 7. Let's go. This isn't optional. You know very well I can make you go to that gate whether you want to or not, but I would rather have it not to come to that. What will it be? Advance or advance? Okay, I will go. Oh, one last thing. Equip your Boy Scarlet outfit. This will be Pupa's last stand. I mean, sit. Point cherry vehicle toward X on the map. You proceed through what seems to be your second gate into the land of maps and treasure. The thief of light lies in wait. Vriska, wake up. Oh my! It appears Peepa Pan himself has flown through your window while you were asleep. How exciting! Surely he is here to take you away on the adventure of a lifetime. He is more dreamy and heroic than you ever imagined. But what's this? It seems the legendary boy Skylark has misplaced his shadow. He is looking everywhere for it, to no avail. He is having a devil of a time, what with being paralyzed from the waist down and all. He clearly needs your help. Help Peepa find Shadow. Pippa, you truly are a silly goose. Your shadow has been trapped underneath your useless torso the whole time. Honestly, where else would it be, you stupid sack of shit? Of course, the secret to reuniting with your shadow is to get up and walk around, and play and dance and frolic. Your shadow will surely join in your gaiety, but it appears Pippa has lost the use of his legs. There will be no frolicking in this young man's future. Unless... Briska, apply special stardust. Everyone knows that just a pinch of special stardust, along with a happy thought, will allow any boy to get up and walk again. Everyone knows this because it is in the classic tale of Peepa Pan. Young Peepa flies through the window of a fairy girl's respite block, falls at the floor, and has trouble getting up like an enormous pansy. The fairy girl then helps him walk again, and in return he teaches her how to fly, even though she probably already knows how to fly, because she's a fairy. They fly out of the window together and have magical adventures for many sweeps thereafter. To be honest, you hardly know a damn thing about Peepa Pan, but you do not care. Peepa remains as pathetic and useless as ever. The stardust did nothing, probably because it was just glittery powder with no magical properties whatsoever and is basically bullshit. Because in case it wasn't clear, magic isn't real and neither are miracles. Or, it could just be that Peepa has failed to have a happy thought. Your duty is clear. You will have to make him have happy thoughts. Vriska, make Peepa have happy thoughts. Oh boy. Manipulate. Yep, even fake love doesn't work for you anymore. Can I deal with your own crisis? Whew, crisis resolved. It was no doubt harrowing and suspenseful. But in the meantime, you have left your client player in the lurch. Ideally, she has not gotten herself into too much trouble. And ideally, the dramatic irony has gotten so thick that you could draw a dotted line on it with a tube of lipstick and cut it in half with a chainsaw. Can I return to serving client? Oh, she sees the kiss. So that's why she had you make this dress for her, and you just went along with it like a sucker. Are you such an idiot? There, sweetheart. Kanaya, it's hard. Being a kid and growing up, it's hard and nobody understands. Try to understand. The problem is that when the subject of troll romance is approached, our sparing human intellects instantly assume the most ingratiating posture of surrender imaginable, but we will do our best to understand regardless. Humans have only one form of romance, and though we consider it as a complicated subject spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what trolls consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and to rule our individual destinies like little else, is still just that. A single linear concept, a concept usually denoted by a simple symbol, a heart. Troll romance is more complicated than that. Troll romance needs 4 symbols. Their understanding of romance is divided into halves and halved again, producing 4 quadrants: the flushed quadrant, the colliginous quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. Each quadrant is grouped by the half they share, whether horizontally or vertically, depending on the overlapping properties one examines. The sharpest dichotomy, from an emotional perspective, is drawn between the red romance and the black romance. Red romance, comprised of the flushed and pale quadrants, is a form of romance rooted in strongly positive emotions. Black romance, with its colliginous and ashen quadrants, is rooted in the strongly negative. On the other hand, the vertical bifurcation has to do with the purpose of the relationship, regardless of the emotions behind it. Those quadrants which are concupiscent, the flushed and colliginous, have to do with facilitating the elaborate reproductive cycle of the trolls. Those which are conciliatory, the pale and ashen, would be more closely likened to platonic relationships by human standards. There are many parallels between human relationships and the various facets of troll romance. Humans have words to describe relationships of a negative nature or a platonic nature. The difference is, for humans, those relationships would never be conceptually grouped with romance. Establishing this sort of relationships for humans is not driven by the same primal forces that drive our tendency to couple romantically. But for trolls, those primal forces involve themselves in the full palette of these relationships, red or black, toward or friendly. Trolls typically feel strongly compelled to find balance in each quadrant and seek gratifying relationships that each describes. The challenge is particularly torturous for young trolls, who must reconcile the wide range of contradictory emotions associated with this matrix, while understanding the nature of their various romantic urges for the first time. Of course, young humans have this challenge too, but for the trolls, the challenge is fourfold. Examine flushed quadrant. When the two individuals find themselves in a flushed quadrant together, they are said to be matesprits. Matespritship is the closest parallel to the human concept of romance trolls have. It plays a role in the troll's reproductive cycle just as it does for humans. This is pretty obvious. Not much more needs to be said about this. Moving right along. Examine colliginous quadrant. When a pair of adversaries delve into this quadrant, they become each other's kismesis. As one of the conspicuous quadrants, it plays a role in procreation as well. There is no particularly good human translation for this concept. The closest would be an especially potent arch-rivalry. For instance, human players would never be able to adequately diagnose the relationship between the queen and her archagent, but troll players could immediately place it as a dead ringer for kismesitude. They would think we were all pretty stupid for not getting it, and they would be right. Trolls have a complicated reproductive cycle. It's probably best not to examine it in much detail. The need to seek out concupiscent partners comes with more urgency than typical reproductive instincts. When the imperial drone comes knocking, you had better be able to supply genetic material to each of his filial pales. If you have nothing to offer, he will kill you without hesitation. This genetic material, without going into too much detail, is a combinative genetic mix from the matesprit and chemesis pairs, respectively. The pales are all offered to the mother grub, who can only receive such pre-combined material. She then combines it all into one incestuous slurry and begins her brooding. This doesn't mean the initial combination was for naught, however. In the slurry, the more dominant genes rise to the fore, while the more recessive find less representation in the brood. Especially strong matesprit and kismesis pairings yield more dominant genetic material. The more powerful of the complement or potent the rivalry, the more dominant the genes. Troll reproduction sure is weird. We all take a moment to lament how pedestrian the human reproduction system is, and further lament that the phrase incestuous slurry is not a feature of common parlance in human civilization. Examine ashen quadrant. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of black romantic nature. Falling on the conciliatory side, it has no bearing on the reproductive cycle except for indirect ramifications. When two trolls are locked into a feud or some otherwise contentious relationship, one can intervene and become their auspicious. The auspicious mediates between the two, playing the role of a peacekeeper, preventing the feud from boiling over into a fully colliginous rivalry. Since such lesser feuds are quite common among trolls, there is a significant need for auspicizing parties. Without them, too many ashen feuds would become colliginous and begin to conflict with other exclusive kismesis relationships, leading to a great deal of social complexity and sore feelings, even more so than black romance usually involves. Without auspicism, the result would be widespread black infidelity. The relationships each quadrant describes tend to be malleable, if not volatile, especially on the conspicuous half of where the more torrid emotions reside. It doesn't take much to flip a switch and transmute black rom feelings to red rom, or vice versa. In many cases, one party will have red feelings while the other has black. but it will often be the case that one party's feelings will swap to match the other's since there is no quadrant which naturally accommodates such a disparity. But thereafter, it's not uncommon for the two to toggle between red and black in unison now and then. These scenarios naturally result in both red and black infidelities. This sort of relationship volatility is why conciliatory relationships are an important part of troll romance. An auspicious can stabilize particularly turbulent relationships. If the auspicious fails to mediate properly, or has no interest in the role, or perhaps has different romantic intentions him herself altogether, then the relationship often quickly deteriorates into one of an especially hostile and torrid nature. There are many outside factors and influences tugging and pulling these relationships in different directions, and unlike humans who have very orderly, simple, straightforward romantic relationships without exception, trolls exist in a state of almost perpetual confusion and generally have no idea what the hell is going on. Being confused by troll relationships is one thing we have in common, though. Examine Pale Quadrant. This quadrant presides over more allegiance, the other conciliatory relationship. A reasonable human translation would be the concept of a soulmate, but in a more platonic sense and with a more specific social purpose. Trolls are a very angry and violent race. Some are more hot-headed and dangerous than others, to the extent that if left to their own devices, they would present a serious threat to society, or even to themselves. Such trolls will have an instinctive pale attractive to a more even-tempered troll, who may become their Moriel. The Moriel is obligated to pacify the other to function as the better half. The two partners in a strong pale relationship will serve to balance and complement each other's emotional profiles, and thus allow the other relationships to be more successful. It's often ambiguous, especially among young trolls, whether a bond formed between an acquaintance is true moral allegiance, or the usual variety of platonic involvement. Furthermore, romantic intentions of a more flesh nature can often be mistaken for pale leanings, much to the frustration of the suitor. But some pale pairings, as the one above, will be strikingly obvious to all who know them. And yet others will seem to have been hatched for each other. Wait, more troll romance exposition, please. God, you can't just get enough of this. Well, can you? This would have been a great point for the transition out of this illustrated sociological study, but okay if you insist. Now see, what's going on here is, it's perfectly simple. When the full matrix of troll romance is in action, we have, hey, why don't you figure it out? You should be an expert on all this by now anyway. Later, our troll hero would try to explain this to our human hero, attempting to convey all the nuance of troll romance through a nearly verbatim recitation of the preceding excerpts. He would try to describe how rich and textured the troll romantic comedies were compared to the one-dimensional schlock of our human cinematic counterparts. He would barely scratch the surface of troll Will Smith's virtuosity with the delicate lattice of troll romance, as he would assist the bumbling fudge-blooded troll Kevin James through the interwoven minefield briar patch of red rum and black rum entanglements. All the while sifting through his own prickly romantic situation, and ultimately learning the true meaning of hate and pity. But would they succeed before the Imperial drone come knocking with his thirsty pails at the ready? Yes, they would. But John didn't understand any of this because he's a moron and he just wouldn't shove about his awful bullshit Earth movies. He would just go on and on and on about that garbage. But if there was one theme to be hammered through his thick skull, it would be the troll's cultural preoccupation with romantic destiny. Yes, the romantic landscape is rife with false starts and miscues and infidelities, red and black, but every troll believes strongly that each quadrant holds one and only one true pairing for them, and it is just a matter of time before the grid is filled with auspicious matchups through the mysterious channels of troll serendipity. In short, their belief is that for each quadrant there exists a pair or triad of trolls somewhere in the cosmos that were made for each other. Wow, another great transition. You wonder if it will stick this time. You have no choice but to take a stab at the rare and extremely dangerous ×2 transition combo. I don't actually know how long I'm supposed to be reading this. I think till the end of, like, Act 5, Act 1. But I don't know what page that's on. Hold on one sec. I just have to Google it for a second. Okay. So we're nowhere even close to. We're like somewhere in the middle. Yeah, we're somewhere in the middle now of the... Okay, but it has been almost 3.5 hours. So this is a good time to stop right here. I will just remember this exact page that I'm on. And I'll just remember it was right after the, like, Morel exposition, like, quadrant stuff. So this is all I'm going to do tonight. I will continue where I left off tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. If there's anyone actually watching me.